that nobody really understands, but everybody should honestly listen to because most people today are just completely programmed and not really thinking for themselves. So I'll be here to meme and also to try to help people to, wake up and see reality, right? And also, yeah, so check me out on Twitch and YouTube. I'm right now in the middle of like a really insane investigation into some crazy shit. So if you're into crazy shit, come check out my YouTube channel.
All right, thanks for the intro. Thanks for coming. Interested to hear your opinions and takes and how you do with all these others. Celebi, speaking of all these others, she bought an entire panel to fight on her behalf. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Celebi.
Mate,
Hello,
I'm just
friends,
not confident
family,
in
and
my own
other.
opinion, so I had to bring at least 4 others to back me up. So, but no, basically, I'm in the middle of a subathon at the moment, and we plan to do a streamer barbecue, which we ended up doing today. And you asked me in the middle of the subathon whether I'd want to come on tonight. I said, "Fuck it, as long as I can bring the rest of them, here we are." And if we've got some good opinion, Shine's very opinionated. I'm excited to see what kind
Poor
of topics
people.
you've got for us.
Yeah.
But hopefully it'll be good.
All right, nice. Well, thank you. Thanks for coming on the show, and thanks for joining us for your subathon. Elijah, I believe this is your second time on the Royale. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my man, and tell me why you're not going to get kicked out of the first round this time.
Bruh, honestly, I have no idea. I think people hate me because they think I'm toxic. Hey guys, I'm Eli, new and reformed, okay? Right? And I'm trying to do better, okay? I used to be toxic, right? Like Dunkel, I've called him a fuckboy in the past. Wild Latina, I said her armpits were hairy and she probably smells wild, right? Like I've come at these people hard, I gotta sit back and, show my nice side.
Oh, all right.
Mm.
Thank you. Thanks, man. All right, Dunkel, bro, go for it. Introduce yourself. I think this is your second time on the show or first?
First. I've never been on this one. I've been on other shows for with you and for you, but not this one. So I'm not gonna go into that soft shit like Elijah and be nice. I'm probably not gonna be nice to anybody on here. I'm just gonna straight up exactly what I think. I'm not gonna hide anything. I'm not gonna hold back. So don't expect for 1 second that I'm going to agree with you, and then we're allied, and then we're gonna see the same view all the way. Like if I agree with you once, I might disagree with you later. I have no fear of sharing my true opinions. And all I have to say about anybody in here is BX Bullet. I love your fucking background. So cool.
You can disagree with me on anything, anytime.
Hey, yo.
All right. Yo, okay. Dunkel, man.
Yeah,
Thanks for the intro.
BX Bullet, I actually don't like your background.
Okay. All right. Well, that's great. Wait, save it for the later, guys. Innocent Elixir, thanks for being here. Go and introduce
Hi.
yourself as if nobody else knows who you are.
Hi guys, I do a bunch of variety streaming. I don't have a ton of unpopular opinions, but there are a few, so I'll be interested to see if we can pull them
What's
out.
up, boys?
Happy to be here, happy to be chatting with Datum and all you lovely folks, so let's go.
All right, Innocent Elixir, thank you for coming by. And on to Intro Verb.
Okay, yo, what is up? I'm Introverb, coming off a hiatus, so I'm really fucking stoked to be here. Lovely cast, of course. I've been doing these Royale things for years, so yeah, what's your Elijah? You don't fucking phase me. Dunkel, you don't fucking phase me either. Yeah, I think we're good here.
She just
Yeah,
named
thank
the
you.
2 biggest threats in her eyes. That's fine. We're good.
True.
Thank you guys
man.
for having me. I appreciate it. I'm ready.
All right, right on. Thank you. And Lavloon, let's go. Go and introduce yourself. I believe this is your second time on the Royale.
Yes, this is my second time on the Royale. I'm Lavender. I am new to the space. I've been streaming for like a month now. I talk about politics. I talk about mental health. I talk. People listen. That's it.
Well, let's see if anybody listens. Let's see if anybody agrees. That is the point. All right, to Logan, my friend, introduce yourself and who you have standing next to you, or sitting next to you, I should say, as well.
Yo, what's up? What's up, guys? My name is Logan. I am a dude.
Wow.
And this is my little brother, actually.
Yeah, big reveal here.
Big fucking reveal.
Are you trying to wear glasses to make yourself look smarter today? Is that how that works?
Yeah. So I'm actually rebranding to the guy who actually reads books.
Have you read a book?
Okay.
Well.
All right, getting there. Thanks. Minnie Don B, one of the fan favorites of the Royale. Are you gonna fucking win this one already, my friend?
I mean, hopefully. I am twitch.tv/minidomby. I am an entertainer, and today I am a
All
cannibal.
right, great. Thanks for the intro. Nina, moving on to you, buddy. Go ahead, Nina. Introduce yourself.
That's awesome. Hi, I'm Nina. I am a very, I guess, casual variety streamer. If you know me from most of the Zerka shit. I had a really bad day at work today, so I'm ready.
Why did I get muted immediately, bro?
What's up?
I care. Sorry.
Being a
Yeah,
douche
nice
is not a
job. Nice job being
personality.
less toxic there, Elijah. Let her fucking speak, my man. She's doing an
That's like
intro.
the meanest thing you've ever said to me.
The debate hasn't even begun, bro.
I'm very experienced with debating BX Bullet, so I'm interested to see how that was going to be in a group setting.
Bro, Datum brought me a nice plate of food. I just woke up and I'm fucking hungry.
Prime, my man, go and introduce yourself, Prime. Thanks for coming back. This is your second time on the Royale. Appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you react to some of these questions. Let's hear it. Introduce yourself.
Was it my microphone? What the fuck, bro? What happened? I got muted immediately.
On my show that we talk about politics, culture, anything. We debate. We have a lot of fun. So come check us out.
Right on,
Yeah, I
Prime.
have
Thank
a
you,
lot
my
of
man.
fun,
And
too.
Rez, go and introduce
I have a
yourself.
lot of
Second
fun,
time on the
too.
show. Did quite well his first time. Let's see if you can keep that going.
Gotcha. My name is Reservoir, twitch.tv/Reservoir. I hate every single one of you except for Bullet, Elixir, Mini, Quail, Nina, Latina, Introverb, Celebi, Lav, Prime, Logan, and Dunkel.
Hey.
I'm so happy.
Get
Oh,
fucked,
right.
Elijah, your pussy.
All right. We're gonna go
Elijah's
to the
strategy
wild
is being a
Latina.
dick and then pretending like he's not.
Bro,
That's racially motivated.
You know what Elijah's strategy
Yo,
is? He
wait,
goes
wait,
after
wait
people
till
with
after the
content so that
introductions,
their
guys.
fans actually go to his channel and then start bitching at
Bro, I
him.
literally
That's
have
his perma
5 viewers,
disclosure.
bro. Like, it's not about the.
All right.
That's my
Look,
point.
We're aware.
we're at introductions. All right, go ahead,
I
Wild
didn't think
Latina.
you had
Introduce
more.
yourself.
It's not about the viewers, bro.
My name is the Wild Latina. I don't think I need an introduction for what I stream.
fuck?
And this is my first time on this Royale specifically, so I'm very excited to make Elijah piss himself.
All right. And last but not least,
Is that the same thing as
saved her for
farting, or what's
last.
going on?
Neon Cyber Panda, bro, I fucking tried to get you on the show. All right, you didn't respond, and now you want to come in last minute, bro? Are you kidding me?
Hey,
I will destroy.
I know.
I think it's a
Should we
good
let him
idea.
in?
Yeah,
Do
you
think
should.
it's
You absolutely.
I was just about to DM you,
because then
Neon.
it'll be,
Elijah,
then it'll be
that's
4x4 and it'll look really nice.
All right,
That's true.
fine. But that means we're gonna eliminate 3 people in the first round. So
Good idea.
Hey, Mini, Elijah.
Okay, but don't
All right,
eliminate
Neon.
me though. Keep
All
me
right,
in.
Neon. Next
Yeah,
time
we
you
need
give me a
boobas.
fair warning. This is the last
Nah,
time I do this
I
shit
ain't
for
give
you.
you shit.
Nah.
I ain't give you shit.
Nah.
You
No,
come
no,
up
no,
to
no.
come to my house unannounced and stuff. So no, I ain't
Unannounced
telling
my
you shit.
ass. Introduce yourself,
Who
fool.
would do that?
What?
Who would go to Panda?
No,
Introduce
yourself.
Who's
I'll
Yeah,
introduce myself now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who would do that?
My name is Neon Sniper Panda. I'm dope and I do dope shit. And I would like Innocent Elixir, Bullet, Celebi.
Don't do it. Don't say what it. Don't. No. Just
Wait.
introduce yourself, buddy. Nope. Muted.
Nope.
That's his introduction, bro. You're cooking.
Muted. All right, there you go. Thanks for the introduction, Neon
Why
Cyber
did
Panda. You're not even
you
supposed
say
to
my
be here.
name?
Stop. All right, now,
Why-
so last but not least,
What's
the
wrong
Holy
with me?
Quail, the reigning champion, the winner of the
Wow.
last 2 Royales.
No, I will destroy
Go ahead
Panda,
and
bro.
introduce yourself.
My food's
Honestly, I don't
arrived.
know
My
how I won the
food
last
is
2
here,
rounds
boys.
in a row.
My food is
What can I
here.
say? The Quaildren is strong. I'm really happy to see familiar faces on here, people that I've been lurking for a long
Time to
time,
eat.
like Hi Wild Latina.
It's time to eat.
And yes, no, I am an educational art streamer, and this Sunday I'm going to be streaming the history and evolution of manga and anime. So if you're interested in that, please stop in and say hi.
Right on. Thank you. Oh, one of my best friends in real life, by the way. She is an absolute angel. She is the holiest of quail. So thank you. This is your cast. What, Panda? What?
Now, can
What
I
is
ask you
it,
a question? Can I ask you a question?
Can you
Sure.
finish what you were going
Sure.
to say?
Sure,
Can I
Panda.
ask you a question? I was gonna say in the Wild Latina and Holy
And-
Quail. I would like to invite y'all to my crib before I was.
Yes,
Panda?
Neon Sniper
All right,
Panda.
thanks to Neon
Yes,
Sniper
Neon
Panda.
Sniper
We get
Panda.
it.
You
We
can
get it,
fly
buddy.
me
My
out.
name
I'll come out
starts-
anytime,
Yeah,
baby.
me
Don't
too,
worry.
bro.
If you want to
I'm
pay
right
for my
here.
flight, I'll fly there any day
I'm
for you,
right
baby
here,
boy.
bro.
Don't worry.
All right,
Me
all
and
right.
Ryan have
Look,
friends.
hold on, no. You ain't
Are
finna
you
keep
guys?
on muting me.
No. We have 15 people. We're gonna get this started. We're gonna keep this on track. I like my shows to run less than 3.5 hours. So that's what we're gonna fucking do. You guys ready?
No, okay,
Yes.
listen. Datum, before you go.
Oh my
I just
God,
want to
bro.
say you're amazing.
Mhm.
Listen, I can't stay. I just want to say you're amazing. I love you, and I hope I see you tomorrow. All right. I couldn't stay. That's why I couldn't come.
All
All
right,
right,
buddy.
but
All right,
I
buddy.
seen all
I'll
these
see you
baddies in here,
tomorrow.
and I wanted to say hello, Lav Loon. I want to
Hey.
say hello. You know what I mean? So
Nice to
y'all
meet you.
have a good day. I gave you 5 gifted. I love you. Gang. Bow.
All right, man. Thank you. See ya. Have a good one. Appreciate you, Neon Sniper Panda. And
Thanks for
next time
coming to
we'll
say
get you
hello
on
to
this.
me,
Thanks for
Neon
coming to say
Sniper
hi.
Panda. Hello.
Stop
Yeah.
stalling.
Hello.
Can we get the fucking show going? Let's go. I want to
All
eat.
right.
I want to eat. I'm
Disconnected.
hungry.
There we go. Disconnected. Okay, rules. There will be a
I
timer
feel-
above your heads. Sorry, what's up? What now? What now?
I feel like Isha should be here. I feel like you should get Isha in here.
Well, if he was in the
Who?
Discord, I would drag him in. Tell you what, fine.
Who?
If you really want Isha
Oh my God, I'm
boy.
already bored.
I know. See, honestly, this is why. All right. I'm going to go over the rules. If he wants to join the Discord, fine. Rules. There will be a timer above your head starting with 30 minutes for the first round. As the rounds continue and people are kicked off, you will have less time per round to debate each other. Upon the completion of each round, a poll will be used, and chat will have the opportunity to vote for who they want to keep on the show, not kick.
Bro, that's why.
Once again, when voting,
it's
keep in mind
cringe,
that you
bro.
want to
He's
vote
so
for who you
cringe.
would like to keep,
That guy is so cringe.
not
Goes into a
eliminate
show
from
to
the
stall
show.
the fucking
The
show.
winner
Come on, man.
of each round will decide who out of the bottom 3 will survive, and the other 2
Don't stall the show with your
contestants
garbage content.
will be
Go on.
eliminated. However, if we do add another person, that will be 3 people that get eliminated in the first round. Okay? Any questions on that? Pretty simple.
I wanted to.
Yep.
destroy
All
him.
right, cool. Are you guys ready for your first Royale
Wait,
question
hold
of the day?
on. Isha's coming. He's coming.
Whoa.
All right. Well,
Bro, you're such
I
a
don't care. I'm
fangirl,
getting
bro.
started now. All right. Sorry, Isha boy. You can be a moderator or judge. First question of the day. Here we go. When dealing with source material that specifies the race and ethnicity of characters, is it okay to change the race for the sake of diversity, even if it breaks with lore? Recent examples and criticisms have been made with the TV shows House of the Dragon and the new Lord of the Rings series. Once again, when dealing with source material that specifies the race and ethnicity of characters, is it okay to change the race for the sake of diversity? Go ahead and go. Anybody's welcome to start. You have 30 minutes for this round. Timer begins now.
Absolutely.
This is a simple
Yeah,
answer.
100%.
This is a simple
Hold
answer.
on,
So,
This is
same time.
No,
Exactly.
this is extremely simple for one reason and one
No.
reason only.
You can
Because
definitely
at the
no.
end of the day,
We're
no, you
gonna-
can't say anything.
Yeah,
Shut
it's
the fuck
I'll
up.
talk
So
about it.
I can't say anything. Why
no,
can't I
you
say
can't.
anything?
You're not gonna. No, because you're not gonna say.
We're gonna go
anything of
ahead and let
importance.
Rez start this one off.
So this is
All right.
super easy, right? Like if you're looking at adaptations, right? Are we going to actually be sticking to the books? If you like Lord of the Rings, guess what? They cut out a bunch of stuff where people were fucking Ents, where people were fucking Treebeard, and if you're not okay with not being able to see hot tree on tree action, and you're gonna get angry about like some like change of some other minor part, then what are you even trying to do? You're just trying to be a contrarian. You're just trying to be an argumentarian, just like Elijah
No,
would like to
I
try.
disagree.
I still don't
I
even
gotta say
understand your
something
take.
to Rez.
Like, what do you
All right,
even?
The
hold
point
on.
is that you just
Rez,
adapt
but
shit.
listen,
That's
here's
it.
the
It's
thing.
just
No,
adaptation.
Here's
Prime,
the thing
the
that
only-
you're missing. No, shut up. Shut the fuck up. You're missing
So
something here.
I think when it's
Let me
important to the story.
clarify
So
what he
Hold on.
said.
All right, BX Bullet's gonna go, then Prime, then Lav.
Okay, what
I
he
wanted to
said
go
was
first.
for the sake of diversity. He specifically said, I mean, this isn't just because the person is right for the role, it's because
Okay.
we feel like we have to do it for the sake of diversity. I think that was the key there.
Yeah, but
If-
so
if
here's the
everyone
thing.
was
I'm
good
saying
for the
it's
role,
like
let her-
it's
hey,
going
hey,
ahead
if
and
it was
making
Rez,
just
corruption.
because we need to be woke,
Let her
and
make
that's
her
a
point.
You know, if it's just for the sake of diversity, just for the sake of going woke, that's a huge problem. It turns people off of movies. Fuck Hollywood, anyways. They're a bunch of pedophiles, and we should be canceling all of them altogether. They don't make good movies anymore. Why do we still have them around?
Yeah,
It's inherently racist for them to do that. It is racist.
I think there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong actually doing it just for the sake of diversity, if that's the way you want to put it. Yeah, there are a lot of actors and people of different races have been locked out of Hollywood for a long time.
The handwriting is beautiful, Crystal.
It's like literally fantasy, right? Where there's motherfucking dragons. It's amazing how like you can accept a world where there's dragons and magic, but black trolls? Oh no, it blows your mind. And I resent what what BX Bullet said. It's like, oh, not the best person for the role, right? Assuming that the actors they find can't be also the best, right?
No, there's only
skilled.
there's
But, like,
objectively
so
one person who's
it's
best
always the
according
same,
to
right? When it's
their performance.
it's always like, oh, you're taking a job from a white
I don't think you know what
actor. That's
objective
what it
means,
is.
but
Yes,
Yeah,
well,
no,
there's one person.
no, because there's no such thing as best because it's subjective to begin
That
with.
person was best for the role.
fucking
Then there's
subjective.
4
All right,
people
let's
that agree.
move to
Can I say my
Elijah the
point?
Night Uncle. Elijah the Night Uncle.
it was me. Fuck you, it was me.
All right, fine.
I'm
Lab
after.
Moon, you can go ahead. You can go
Anyway,
ahead.
as I was going to say, I agree with Prime. Obviously, I think that if it's a fucking if it's important to the plot, like something like if you want it to be completely historically accurate, then probably not, right? But if it's something like a fantasy world or something that doesn't fucking matter, who cares? If you're not gonna see a movie because there's more black people in it than you're used to, go
That's
fuck
not
yourself.
what anybody said, though.
You're like,
To be
you're
clear,
like,
that is not
all
what
this
anyone said.
diversity politics. It's not
little
fucking
bit.
diversity politics. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? If I want to see a movie, I'm gonna go fucking see it.
I just said it was
doesn't
stupid. I
matter.
didn't say that they shouldn't be allowed to. I just
If
think it's dumb. That's it.
Okay,
Like,
great.
it's
Black
not
people
because
like
I
Ben-
want to see black people. That's like really
Great.
a
Black people like Ben,
bastardization of what I
black and
said.
brown people, and Asian people even have been locked out of Hollywood for years and years and years and years. If we
Well,
want
that
to do
shouldn't
something,
happen. That shouldn't
yeah,
happen.
great. So now if we want to do some
You're not
overcorrection,
listening. Okay, no,
who
You're
gives a
not.
fuck?
No, hold on.
I am
hold on,
so
hold on.
pissed
I
that
would like-
Sonic
all right,
wasn't an
we have-
actual
we have
I would like to
hedgehog.
rebut.
We
I
have-
would like
oh my
to
God.
rebut. I would
Yeah,
like to
Sonic
rebut-
should be an actual hedgehog. Everyone who's Jewish should be played by a.
All right. Let's go hear from Elijah the Night Uncle. We only have so much time. We have a lot of people in this first round. Elijah
I
I
call it
Dunkel, and then we're
Dunkel.
gonna get to Celebi.
I think you guys are looking at okay, maybe this is the topic, right? All right, so we'll say this. It's not only black people that are being put in these roles, right? There could be something written about black people and they put white people, okay? So
Correct.
I just think all right, if it's written a certain way, then it should be shown that same way. That's what I think. Like when I seen that fucking weak ass Percy Jackson, that fucking movie, bro, like Annabeth looked nothing like. All right, bro. You get what I'm saying, right? When I seen it was like an Egyptian
No.
movie out the other year, right? It was an Egyptian movie, and it was supposed to be like black people, and they put on like white people. If you get what I'm saying, like I think how it's written, how it's shown on movies and shit, how it's shown on TV, it should just stay that way.
I actually agree
Wait,
with
but
that.
did they describe Annabeth's ethnicity?
Bro, they described her hair, they described her eye colors. Like I'm pretty sure you could guess, right?
I absolutely agree with that, and I think that's a problem with the casting director and not the problem with the movie maker. No, sorry, problem with the movie makers, like the writers, and not the casting director.
What if it's a classic piece of literature?
What if they're just a shit actor?
When it comes down to something that was written in the past and is like an iconic story like Spider-Man, I don't want to. I don't think it's fair to just change Spider-Man to be black for no reason, just to pander to the public. Yes, people want to see black. Hold on.
Wait, you obviously
Yeah,
don't know
you
about
really don't know Spider-Man, and you don't know Miles
You
Morales.
can't cut somebody off when they say something hot like that. Let me finish it. You can't cut somebody off when they say something hot like that, because then the whole take doesn't come out. The reason that it's not cool is because there is an artist, a creative mind that wrote that character for a reason. He wrote the girl as a redhead, not as whatever the fucking actress that just played her, for a reason, because he had an image in his head. That is his art. You can't just change it to pander to the public because people want to see more black people on screens. Instead, what we do is we hire more writers like Jordan Peele and get more black movies made, but we don't change somebody's art just because
Why
we
don't
want
you
to
just
pander.
dye your hair then? Why don't you just dye your hair then if that's the point?
Selby's turn.
Well, because it also has to do with race and everything else.
Selby's turn, then Minnie.
because I'm on the speaker, I don't want to like unmute because it's going to play through the mic at the same time. But basically, we've basically agreed with what Dunkel said in the way that, it's written a certain way. Although Hermione doesn't really have to be white as fuck and ginger. Like, it really didn't matter much to the plot. Like, it's been written like that. And, yeah, you can change it. It doesn't make much of the story, but it's kind of like, it's how it's
Hermione
been
wasn't a
written.
ginger. Ron was.
Their whole family is.
Yeah, I just said that
she's making a decent point. Let her finish her point. Let her finish her
Hermione and
point.
Ron aren't related.
Let her finish her point.
When you want to say,
She's written as pale, and I think the writer wrote out on Twitter saying like, oh, she could have been black even though she wrote that she was pale in the books. That was what I was referring to. But it's really not that much of a story. I think it matters more in the future that I think a lot of casters at the moment are, for the sake of diversity, probably getting in the first people they think that are going to be culturally diverse instead of actually looking out broader perspectives of talent. Maybe, I don't know. But it's it's not.
I think you can tell when it's cheap, though.
First of all,
Yeah.
Spider-Man
All right,
is a
let's-
terrible example.
Yo, everybody's gonna get a chance. Go, Minnie, go ahead. I'm gonna get everybody a chance to talk, and then you guys can sort of debate about it. All right. So next up, Minnie, go ahead.
If the race or the sexuality, because nobody's talking about that, is irrelevant, then it doesn't matter. But the problem is a lot of the times it is relevant. It is relevant. Like, for example, they're trying to make Elrond gay, I think, right?
Who?
For the new Lord of the Rings movie, or the new Lord of the Rings show. Also, I think that bothers me. No, he's an elf. Almost, but no.
We need more
I think that bothers me. I think
Bi-diversity.
that bothers me is when they get black characters like Hawk and they try to make them into Captain America as if Hawk wasn't an already cool fucking character and represented a bunch of people. I think that was super fucking cringe what they were trying to do, because Hawk was already a cool guy. He was already a cool character, and all of a sudden they need to turn him into like it's almost as if they only see value in white characters, and I think it's very fucking cringe. I don't think they should do that, right? There's Black Panther, there's Hawk, there's for example, there's gay characters in Marvel that they don't even use, but they switch everybody's sexualities and they switch every's color and they switch everybody's things.
Go ahead, Prime.
Yeah, so that's literally the opposite of what happened. So so he's talking about the Winter Soldier and what's his name, the Hawkeye, right? Falcon. Excuse me.
Falcon, my bad. Yes.
Yeah, Falcon. But like the title of Captain America has passed to different people, right? And this happens in comic books all the time, right? For iconic characters, that title has passed to different characters, and they're celebrating Falcon by giving him that one, right? It was the Winter Soldier, right?
Falcon was already cool,
another
bro.
white guy was Captain America also, right? And they were celebrating that character too. So they were saying, hey, a black guy can do it. And in fact, the first person,
really?
Soldier, the first Captain America was actually black.
Well, you think that's okay though, right?
Falcon was already a G though. That's the thing.
And here's the thing, right?
Yeah,
so
it's pretty
let me
alright.
say one last thing. I'll be done. So
Go ahead.
art can be transformative, right? So I'm gonna push back on Lavalin just for a little bit, right? Like, let's say we're talking about a historical piece. Let's say we're talking about MLK. There is actually value. Let's say if you had a cast of all white people, including MLK being cast as white. Imagine like switching the races. A movie
That's
that
so
did that,
stupid.
right?
That's so
Shut the
stupid.
fuck
You
up.
cannot
Hey,
make
hold on.
MLK white.
Shut
That
up.
is so
Let him
stupid.
finish. Let him finish.
We can
I
try.
mean, we did it to
We can
Jesus,
try.
didn't we?
Let him
We made
finish.
Jesus white.
What?
Yeah, let me finish my point, right? Imagine like seeing that, like white kids
I would
being
laugh.
attacked by like dogs, sent by black policemen. That would be transformative. That would show, hey, like the way that we treated black people in the past was wrong. You can see yourself in these people. So yeah, that could actually be a good.
No. We're gonna get to Innocent Elixir, then
art.
Logan, and then the Holy Quail.
I think context matters. I think the background of the character that's written matters. It's like if it does have historical roots and it's important, like the way that this character is written, they have a lot of family ties or like heritage. Like,
bro, I got a
it
fucking
should be okay.
What up, dude? What is cringe? Dude,
keep things as they
I got a
are,
fucking
and if
nuke to
there
drop.
is
I got
an
a fucking
actor
nuke to
that
drop.
fits the spot that is diverse, then that's cool.
I know,
too.
I'm muted.
It's
I'm
like,
muted here.
If the character needs
I got a
this
fucking nuke to
to
drop.
be this character, they can leave it as is. But also diversity, cool. Who doesn't like that? Like it doesn't have to be black or white.
Logan.
All right, there's 2 points. One, Lavloon is correct in terms of if it's a fantasy, doesn't fucking matter. You
Let
can
me
put
add
whatever.
it, dude. Let me
Two,
add it. I will
Spider-Man's
destroy.
a terrible example because one, it's a franchise. They already built it to the artist's perspective, and they need to fucking make money. So they're adding a bunch of different, characters and people so they can
To
make
pander,
that fucking
to
money.
make money. It's to pander.
Stan Lee specifically said he made a mask for Spider-Man so that anybody can be Spider-Man, regardless of race or gender. So it's more so about like
When
it's
did
a
he say
terrible
that?
example.
In 2020?
No, he said
I
that in
think
the
that you
Amazing
guys are looking at
Spider-Man.
this
You
all
fucking
wrong.
dolt.
I think that you guys are looking at this from a really smooth brain
Yes, I
point of
agree.
view.
Lastly, what I want to say is
shut the fuck up. Oh, sorry.
Is it my
Logan
turn? Is
finish.
it my
We'll
turn
go
to
to
talk?
let
I
Logan
don't
finish.
know.
We'll go to the Holy Quail, and then you guys
Yeah,
can
you
debate.
paused. I thought you were done.
When do I go?
No, lastly,
Yeah, I also
lastly,
need to go,
Lucky Charms is a
And then you
fucking
two,
leprechaun.
I'm gonna get you guys. Don't worry.
Lucky Charms is a leprechaun, right? The fucking leprechaun is Irish. If you want a fucking Chinese leprechaun, I mean, you can do that, but it's off-brand. So if they specifically need it to be a certain race, they're going to. Okay? From a branding perspective, like, you don't want to change it to just willy-nilly. You need to think about it and be smart.
Dude,
So
leprechauns don't
very-
exist, so there's no
You
skin
guys are
color
looking
to
at
it.
this so
You
wrong.
could
You
just
guys
make
are-
it.
Hold on. Here's the thing.
Imagine Mango, but Mango played by Matt Damon.
Bro,
Well,
Oh,
clearly
go ahead,
we
Holy
can
Quill.
all,
Oh, he just
Thank
meets
you.
everybody for
Well,
Holy.
clearly we can all agree on there has definitely
So
been a
biased.
shift, in regards to wokeness and everything in our society, and trying to create a more diverse image within the Hollywood film industry. But there was a time that we put a lot of emphasis, especially on what the original literature said. Like when they were casting for Twilight, the author specifically said, "I want Kristen Stewart because she looks exactly like Bella." Like I pictured Bella as Kristen Stewart in my head, even though Kristen Stewart was a terrible actress and killed the franchise.
God
Yeah,
damn
no,
it,
it's-
Alright, can I go?
Hold on.
Let her finish
No.
first. Let her. She just started talking for the first time, guys.
She
Have a
just
little bit of
stopped
respect.
But yeah, I mean, we could just now I lost my train of thought.
That's okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead. Hold on. Intro Verb and Nina, and then everybody can fucking debate. All right. Intro Verb. Go
No,
ahead.
what about me?
Oh yeah, I forgot you were in existence. All right. Go ahead, Intro Verb.
Am I supposed to be here, or did I just join?
I didn't
this, like,
forget you existed. I knew you were there the whole time.
I sent you
Alright.
DMs.
You're a
Oh, I didn't see.
co-host.
Okay.
Go Intro
so-
Verb. Go ahead.
Oh, co-host.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Latina. I'll remind him if he forgets you again. Sorry.
Okay,
That's
thank you.
that's
That's okay. It's
bad
your
host.
turn.
Bad host.
Bro, I've got a nuke
yeah,
to fucking
so
drop. I need to
would like to,
drop it.
I would like to address the
We're
meta
co-hosting,
problem here,
boys.
which is that society is basically arguing about this in a really fucking stupid way. The obvious answer here is more fucking nuance. Like, can we please think with a little bit of nuance? Like, case by case scenarios. Like this
Can you make
in
a
this
take?
movie, it makes fucking sense. Shut the fuck up, Rez. I'm getting there. You know that I like to explain background first so that people know what I'm fucking talking about instead of just screeching at them like you do. Yeah, you had so basically I think this type of thing needs to be decided on a case by case basis. I think we should signal strongly that it should be decided on a case by case basis, and when the people fuck up and do things like ruining art because they are trying to be woke or continuing to shut certain people out of Hollywood, I think that those things should be called out as stupid because they're
She's
fucking
smart.
stupid.
Go ahead, Wild Latina.
Okay, so I think that everybody can agree for the most part that art is kind of we should for the most part leave it kind of how it is unless there's flaws. And a lot of stories that are repetitive, like Disney movies like Tangled, Little Mermaid, they're trying to be more diversive, but it's causing a little bit of controversy because the history and the background of the characters is not always as accurate. So I think with cases like that, I think that as long as it doesn't harm the characters, which in Disney, the backgrounds kind of play like a big part with the characters, I think we should leave
What
them as
movie?
is.
What?
Specifically Tangled. It's just like the
What is happening with
location
Tangled?
and
What is happening with the diversity in Tangled?
Yeah, wait, what is
No,
what
here's
is
the
in
thing.
Ariel, okay,
Let her make
so
her
in-
take, guys. We
No,
don't
I
interrupt.
want to hear it.
I don't
Shut
know why
up.
people have to interrupt because I'm talking, but in Ariel, they're making a live action movie and they've decided to choose a person of color for the role. The only thing with this is that there has been a lot of people on Twitter agreeing with it, but also having some off takes about it because
they're
Ariel
racist.
No,
because Ariel
I
was
have
envisioned to look like Alyssa Milano. She was, and she is a
She's a
person.
fucking mermaid. She's a fake. She's a.
But
What
wait,
are you talking
here's the
about?
thing.
But
There's
I'm
no way
telling
Hold
you
on.
how
Alyssa
the
Milano
artist
was.
painted the perspective. What do you not understand?
Here's
about
the
that?
thing.
That
Yeah,
is
don't
how
Alyssa
the
Milano
characters-
shame
how-
me,
that is
Jesus
how
Create
Christ.
your
the-
own
It's
story
a
with a
fake
black
Listen.
mermaid as the lead
It's
character.
not-
That's what she's saying.
That
It's
is
not. It's
how. That
Minnie,
is
Minnie,
how
Minnie,
the
Minnie,
They're trying.
These are
Minnie.
real.
So
They're
did we
trying-
get Alyssa Milano to
Thank
play
you.
it? So only
Listen.
she can play it?
Is
The
she still
truth
alive?
is,
I thought
hold
she
on. The
died.
truth is, it
I
doesn't
feel like
matter.
as long as it's done in a genuine way and it doesn't feel like it's being forced, it's totally fine.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
listen.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Go
matter.
ahead,
They're
go ahead,
trying.
Minnie, go ahead, Minnie.
They're trying to turn you racist by telling you that you can only identify with a person that looks like you. They're trying to turn you into a racist and sexist piece of shit because that's not the fucking truth. You can identify. Hold on. You can identify with the spirit of a person or the spirit of a character, right? The skin color, the fucking sex, the sexuality, the sex shouldn't matter. What should matter is what's inside the fucking character, what this character stands for. That's the fucking truth. But people always hyper focus on the fucking color of the character and are they a woman? Are they a man? Do they have a beard? Who gives a fuck? Just because, hold on, just because I'm white,
How do you
just
identify
because
what
I'm
a character
white.
stands for?
I think what one of the teammates trying to
What they
argue as
fucking,
well
what do you mean
is
what
we
they
don't
stand
want,
for?
like changing the diversity of things
Bro,
to
I'm
also
done.
Let me in.
the nostalgia of
Let
the
me
movie
in.
franchise that we've come to know and love, like nostalgia of the characters that we fell in love with in books, and the nostalgia of cartoon characters.
It's not
that we
going
grew up
anywhere.
with.
You can
Not only
still watch
that,
Ariel as a fucking white woman. You can still go and watch something.
I'm gonna, you know what? Here's what's gonna happen.
The
Here's what's gonna
problem is that
happen.
everybody's pandering to the public instead to make more money, and you guys are fucking eating it up and making them
Bro,
richer
they're
because they
trying
make
to
a
turn you
black
into a
Ariel
racist
instead
piece
of
of
writing
shit.
a
I'm
new
not even
movie
kidding.
with somebody else's vision of Ariel. Stop fucking with somebody else's art. He created that character in his way because he's an artist. If you respect art, you keep art the way it is. We're not taking the Mona Lisa and fucking blackfacing her. We're keeping her as the Mona Lisa. It's the
Uncle,
same
why
thing
don't
as a
you ask
movie.
him? Why don't you go
All right,
ask
all
him
right.
if it's fine with him to make Ariel black? I think that's perfectly acceptable. I think that's
Celebi,
what should happen.
The fucking
Celebi's
spirit
waiting
of the
patiently
months,
to
but
talk
these
to you.
people,
Let
they
her
all get
speak.
stuck in
That's why
this
I'm muting everybody.
superficial.
Go ahead, Celebi. You've been very nice and patient. Thank you.
And it creates racism and it creates sexism. That's the truth.
I get it's art in a form, right? However, you got to think about how we do things.
Who gives a
in
fuck,
terms
bro?
of,
I don't give a fuck if a character's a woman, black, white, Mexican. I don't give a fuck. If the guy stands for what I stand for, I see myself in them.
Types of race and sex in the industries in order to get them in there so that people have representation, so that those kind of people will then start going into those industries. And I suppose it's the same as, you know, young black girls who didn't have black dollies when they were a kid as much as, you know, there's all the white dollies everywhere, or the white Disney princesses, or, you know, all of that. It all plays into a factor in that kind of way. It's not just about the art, it's about the representation to know that, you know, I can be a Disney princess too, I can be, you know, all of that. And it doesn't matter about the color of your skin, it's about, like you were saying, what's inside.
I absolutely
So like, no. I literally can talk. I'm fucking. So here's where I'm at. I have a legitimate question. I have a legitimate question. Is it okay for a painter to paint a photograph?
This is actually done.
Okay, hold on. First of all, I
No.
wanna say
I'm
something.
asking a question. Yes or no? Is it okay
I'm
for a painter to paint a photograph? Because if art is transformative, and that's okay, then guess what? There's screenwriters that are going to rewrite novels because that's how the artistic creation process for movies and shows works. Right?
Change the story,
So,
not just the
change the story. Wow, they probably do change the story, Duncan.
No, they don't. With
Wow.
movies and
They
Hollywood
actually
right
do.
now.
As long as the actual
Hollywood
spirit
right now,
of the
they're not changing
character-
the story.
Go ahead.
They're simply grabbing somebody of another race and putting them
We're
in.
gonna go bullets. We're gonna go Wild Latina Prime bullet.
Please say something.
Wild Latina Prime bullet Elijah.
Okay, good. So I don't want anybody to interrupt me because they like to paint the picture instead of being on the same page. I think everybody's trying to speak the same thing and it's not projecting what, like, how they think it's going to project. So what I meant to say, well, no, I said it, but I'm gonna say it again, is it's like saying, like, Lavloon was like, oh, why does it have to be white? Well, then why does somebody else have to be black? The point is, that is how history was written in the past, and Disney has since
History
been
was
making
written?
more
So you're
diverse
conservative.
movies.
We should conserve everything. We should
Yeah,
conserve the white
put a
race.
label on me because you
I
don't
mean,
agree
yeah,
with the fuck I'm
base,
saying.
but
Maybe use your ears, please, and less of this.
history was written.
So what I'm
Go
saying,
ahead,
what
Prime.
I'm saying is that
Go
there's
ahead,
more
Prime.
diversity that's happening now these days. So it doesn't make sense
Why
to
do you
change
think?
something.
Go ahead, Prime. Go
Because
ahead,
that's
Prime.
how the world
But it's
works.
the right thing to do, like to write Moana.
Uncle, is your name fucking Prime? Shut the fuck up.
I'm
saying-
absolutely.
saying, why would
I think his name was Rez. Yeah, I'm with Rez.
Yeah,
That
thank you.
he was actually making a really good point, talking about like how art is transformative. Sometimes people paint pictures, right? And they make decisions, right? When you adapt anything, right? So you're adapting a book to a TV show or a movie. you make changes, right? Forget about the race. You make all kinds of changes to fit it in within the format. And we accept this, right? We just understand this intuitively that no, you can't actually do a shot for shot remake of Game of Thrones because it's just too huge, right? There's so many things that were changed. But the second we talk about, hey, why don't we change a person's race, a skin color? That is the thing that just cannot stand, right? You can have ice zombies, but you can't have a black princess. That part, that's too much.
Does it work? Does it work both ways,
I
Prime?
have a question. I have a question.
Yeah,
Dun-
it
for,
does.
I have a
It's
question.
right?
my
So,
God.
so you'd be okay with a white Black Panther?
I have a question for Dunkel.
Hold on. So no, let me
Hold
answer.
on.
Let me
Okay,
answer.
hold on.
Pertains.
No.
Hold on,
Pertains.
I
I'm
want to answer that
next.
question
I'm
really
next.
quickly.
All
I
right,
didn't
I
hit
wanna
it.
hold
answer
no.
because-
BX Bullet is next, but he has 30
Okay.
seconds to respond.
Sure, I'll answer that question really quickly. Yeah, that actually might be okay. What is the art trying to say, right? Like, is there a point to doing that? Like, I agree. Like, we do this on a case by case basis. Not all these changes might be good changes, right? Some of them might be actually pandering, but there might be a good reason why you would have a white Black Panther. That maybe it's like showing an inclusive future or something like that. I don't know, right?
All right,
Let's
Bullet.
take a look.
Okay, all of you have made one big fundamental mistake in all of your arguments, and that's assuming that producers and movie people actually give a fuck about diversity and not about stirring up controversy so that they can make
So
more
true.
fucking
All
money.
the Jews.
and
exactly
have
what I
more-
said.
All the Jews make
They're
this
pandering.
movie.
Hey, Lavlu.
What the fuck?
What?
Yo.
What is your issue with the Jews?
She was totally no.
Lav, why
that's
are you
not-
going full race,
Okay,
dude?
Yo.
What is wrong with you?
She's Jewish.
That's not
She's
what
Jewish.
she meant.
She's
I'm sorry.
Jewish. I'm
No,
Jewish.
Guys, Bullet
Everything.
is talking. Go ahead.
Everything
Bullet, go
she
ahead, Bullet.
says is racially motivated. Literally. What the fuck?
If you're a
I'm
casting
let-
director,
let
you need to
Bullet
This
find
entire
a good
conversation
actor.
is racially
Look,
motivated. No shit,
If
Minnie.
you find a good,
I know.
if you find a good ethnicity with that same role, but they need to be a good actor first. So if you find a better actor, at the end of the day, like
Okay,
that's
all right,
it.
hold on,
Yeah,
just
so
shut
I'm
up for a
saying as
second.
long as
Be
it doesn't
quiet.
fuck
I
up
don't-
the
Oh my God,
storyline.
it was
A
my
lot of
turn to talk. I was waiting for a really long time.
Yeah,
Oh
Bullet's
my
turn to talk.
God.
Let her say her
Okay.
piece, and then I don't go and talk to no
Who's
one.
the
I don't
black
know
English
why,
guy? The guy who's
like,
Jack?
you're coming
What's his
at me
name?
so hard just because you might disagree with me. I don't
Who's
think
gonna be
that's
James
really
Bond?
You're wasting your
appropriate.
time to talk.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, might be
Okay,
James
so
Bond.
yeah, the problem is that you guys are all considering that everybody cares about diversity. Like
What's his
you
fucking
only
name, bro?
care because they're
English
making you
guy.
care about it because they're putting it on the front of the news every day
Yeah, they wanna
and
make
stirring
it
up
racist.
controversy and
They're using it
making
as a
it seem
marketing
like
That's
there's
what I
this
said.
need for all of
They
this
wanna make it
bullshit.
racist.
And
Yeah,
I will
they wanna make
also
it
say
racist.
to
What a great
Celadine
debate,
that
Lav.
I
Idris
don't know
Elba.
about you.
And-
I don't know
Idris-
about you, but I
yeah.
have a daughter. I have a little daughter who's watching Disney movies, and that shit is gross. Okay, those little girls are supposed to be like 15 years old. They've got lip fillers. They got boob implants.
know.
They look fake as fuck, and they're implanting that horrible shit into kids. So it
Girl,
doesn't
your
matter if
face
they're
is
black or- shut the fuck
blasted
up.
with makeup right now. Blasted with makeup.
Shut the fuck
You're
up.
literally
Like, be
All right.
quiet. I'm talking.
What does that have to
We
do
got-
Bro,
with
he's a
it?
badass. He's a
Jesus,
good-looking
God
man,
damn
a
it.
badass Jack.
Other women
What the
because
Come
they
on.
have
He'd
makeup
be a
on
great
is
James Bond.
so
Be
bad.
quiet.
You must be
Yeah,
insecure.
that's what I'm
I-
going
No
for
women.
because
I
she's
could
wearing
fucking leave, dude.
because she
Fuck
was
this.
making a point, and it was
All right,
morally
go
inconsistent
ahead,
with
Lavloon. Go ahead, Lavloon. Lavloon, and then I Dunkel.
Anyway, I was going against her because she was being morally inconsistent. Women are allowed to push each other on being morally inconsistent, retard. Another thing, I have a question for fucking Dunkel. So Dunkel, imagine you said earlier about like the Little Mermaid, like it's just pandering. Imagine being a little black girl.
Every time you talk,
Stupid
I'm gonna
bitch.
fucking do this.
Imagine being a little black girl and loving Disney movies, and you like rarely see your skin color, but you really, really connect with the Little Mermaid because you like love the music, you love
can
how
still
fun it
connect
is.
to them as a person.
The fuck up.
No.
Real
Thank
quick,
you.
do not say the R word again.
Imagine
Guys,
Do not.
you know I'm gonna server mute you. All right. If you want more time to
Okay,
talk,
Rita.
Why?
do not interrupt. Like Nina's gonna get a good time to talk because she hasn't interrupted people in a while. So go ahead,
Okay.
Dunkel.
Wait, I
No, no,
asked
Lav,
Fine.
fucking
Go
let
ahead.
Lavloon ask her question.
Lavloon finish.
Jesus
I
Christ.
Dunkel, and then Nina.
Imagine being a little black girl and you see fucking what is it? One of the
There's many
Hallie
more
one of the
No, I
Hallie
didn't
girls.
get to finish my point. She interrupts
And
me,
you-
fucking race
Jesus
bait my comment,
Christ.
How many points
misframes
have
my
you made,
entire
BX?
statement, doesn't
BX,
let
how
me
many
finish
points have you made?
or rebut, and then
This is
I get muted
ridiculing
when she
me.
interrupts
This is
me.
ridiculing me.
Really?
There is
Datum, you're
many
making it hard to be
reasons
nice,
for
bro.
black
You're
women
making it
and
very
white
hard to be
women
nice,
and
bro.
history
Go ahead, I
and
Dunkel. Go ahead, I
really
Dunkel.
hard.
No, I
Here,
didn't
I will
finish my
answer your
point,
question
dude, so what the fuck?
without you even finishing your question because I know what your question is. Look, instead instead of turning the Little Mermaid into a black girl so that little black girls can relate to her. Let's make a movie like Moana or
That's
like obviously Moana's not a black
True,
girl.
but
She's
also,
but
but what if
what
they
I'm saying
really,
is they make a
really
new
love-
movie. They make a new movie because
Madeline,
if you want to get deep into it, once again, this is all situational because Ariel, if you go back, she's Greek. She's literally what like the
She's French.
Triton's
Atlantic.
daughter, which is Poseidon's son, whatever. She's Greek, so she actually has a race. She's written with a race. Most characters, if you listen to the writers of any movies or shows, they are written with races most of the time for a reason because it goes back to the core of the story. So on top of all of that, instead of changing,
I can't wait till we get an actual
Nobody
live
wants your
action
kids
Sonic the
to
Hedgehog.
use fucking
with-
Disney and people as
we're gonna
fucking
do.
idols anyways. They're
Yeah,
fucking gross.
Greeks are kind of
All right,
tan though.
so everybody's gonna get a chance. 30 seconds. Your final
Greeks are
piece
brown,
for
bro.
the round. That way we don't miss
Greeks are
anybody.
brown,
Okay?
bro.
So 30 seconds. We're gonna go in order. Go ahead and bullet. Say your last piece. 30 seconds each person. We'll go down the line, and that'll end the round.
Am I wrong?
And we're gonna be eliminating 3 people from the first round since we have a little too many. So
They
go
got,
ahead,
like,
BX
curly
bullet.
hair.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not here to get bullied the fuck out. So you got me fucked up. First of all, if you're gonna race bait everything I say, first thing I said, she interrupts me and says, "Oh, so you hate the Jews." Second thing I said, she interrupts me and says,
Nice
"You have too
30
much
seconds.
makeup on," and I get fucking muted when she's interrupting me. That's bullshit. I'm not gonna fucking let her bully me the fuck out. So I hope you're ready
It's a
to
simple.
get fucking
It's a simple
iced.
time.
Don't
It's a
bully
simple
me.
time thing. So if you're going
Don't
over,
bully
it
me.
has nothing to do with what you're being said. It's a time thing.
Well,
So go
because
ahead.
I'm yelling over somebody who keeps interrupting me and misframing my
I
statement to make me
understand.
look like a
You've done-
racist. I don't appreciate that.
And I shut it down, did I not? I shut her down about the whole stuff. So don't worry.
Listen, you guys
trust
are
me, I
all
was on your
fucking
board.
asleep. You're fucking distracted by all this dumb, glittery, shiny objects they're throwing at you to distract you from the fact that the world's fucking on fire.
Panda
Okay.
came
All
in
right,
and
all right. Selby, go ahead, Selby.
Yeah, sorry, what am I saying? Just in my opinion on what I...
Yeah, 30 seconds. Just go ahead.
Okay,
Finish off your
I just want
statements.
to say, I think BS what you said about me, like being like, oh, you know, it's a shit thing, they're full of lip fillers, etc. It's not about that at the end of the day. It's just I think about representation. I think if some girls grow up and they want to be like
Representation
different
is racist,
princesses, I
bro.
think it shouldn't really matter. If a little black
It
girl wants to
breeds
dress up
racist
as
people.
Ariel, who's one of the whitest probably characters in Disney, you know, you should just let them do it. Like,
It
is it
really
really
is.
going to affect them? You're going to turn around and be like, oh, you can't do that, whatever, and vice versa. For like,
I don't need
is it
somebody
really
to
that
look
deep?
like me to identify
Realistically, and if
with
people want to
them.
make a remake,
And I don't think kids should.
yeah, she
either.
might be Greek in the historics of it, but is it that deep
Kids
of a
don't
story
see
for
color. They go ahead and they hook their
there's
friends.
better things to care about.
Who are
right,
white,
Elijah,
black,
go it.
whatever
Yeah, I
color,
guess we just shouldn't
whatever
care
race.
about
They
if
go
kids,
ahead
you
and they
know,
hook
do
their
things that they're
friends.
not, supposed. It's all right,
Like,
whatever.
why
Look,
why do we pretend
what
like
I'm
they
saying
need
is, Datum, you
representation,
didn't
bro? They see
fucking let me
themselves in their
talk. You
friends.
the only fucking black guy with based opinions that has to be racist.
We turn them into fucking
Anyways,
racists.
God.
what I was gonna say is, okay, this Prime guy was saying that, oh yeah, we should let people just go ahead and fill in these roles because it goes to the agenda, bro. So you're saying that all these superheroes, right, should just turn into women? Because that's what they're doing, bro. They're all turning into women, and then they're gonna be black women. Is that what you're saying?
All right, Uncle, go ahead. 30 seconds.
And then they're gonna turn
One
into
more.
lizards. They're gonna turn fat.
Oh, you're muted. There you go. Sorry.
Thank you. But bro, don't tell me I get a second to fucking talk, and then once I start finishing my point, you mute me, and I can't even
but
get the.
then they
I
fucking
can't-
stall.
You can't cut the end of somebody's point off, because then you don't get the full point,
Get your
and it's
point
like
out.
baiting me into giving a wrong answer. Anyways, guys, she's right. Hollywood doesn't give a fuck about any of us. They're baiting all of us into hating each other. They want you to only relate to your race, like Minnie said. So they're gonna make us, let's make a black one, let's make a white one, let's make a fucking Spanish one, so that we can only relate to our own race, instead of realizing that we can relate to every fucking character on screen as long as they have a piece of us inside of them. It doesn't matter if they're black, white, whatever. And I know it sounds corny, but it's true. If we want to make new movies, like, it makes sense that Moana's fucking Hawaiian or whatever she was, because that's part of the story. Like, stories have races because it adds to the story, not because we're baiting or we're trying to pander to anybody.
Yeah,
All
and,
right,
and also
Innocent
I,
Elixir. No. You'll get your point. Innocent Elixir, go ahead.
I think that it's important to think about cultural background in more historical stuff. But in general, these days, if there's two actors and the part doesn't require them being a specific race for some specific reason, nuance, like we were talking about, is important. Like, two actors, different races, I mean, very similar. Fucking dude, this is crazy. Like, you guys are all so black and white about it. Like sometimes there's a good fucking actor and they happen to be different and that's cool, and sometimes the better actor fits the part better. Like it doesn't have to be like we always need to pick the black person or we always need to do this. It depends, guys. It depends.
All right, introvert.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so first of all, obviously corporate wokeness is a thing. Bullet, I think we all know about this, and the fact that you would just, I don't know. I was like, of course we fucking know about this. We see it all the time. Also, it is sometimes important to preserve like historical things, and I still maintain the point that we should just like, actually fucking think about these things more, like as a society. However, let me introduce to you guys a concept. It's called the zeitgeist. It's society's way of group thinking about how things are going. When
5
something
seconds.
is going wrong with the zeitgeist, when something's going wrong with the zeitgeist, we correct it the other way. It goes too far, and then we re-correct it back the other way. That's happening with this. So, think about that maybe. Look it up.
All right, Lavaloon, go ahead.
I agree with everything Introverb says. Introverb, I like you a lot. I have a crush on you a little bit. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I agree. Yeah, I think it's a case by case basis, obviously. With
All right,
obviously
all
the
right,
Little
all right,
Mermaid. The Little Mermaid has nothing to do with Ariel being white. Like it's not important to the story. If you wanted to cast Matt Damon as Django and Django Unchained, yeah, probably a bad idea, right? But if it doesn't fucking matter, who cares?
All right, Logan.
But it matters.
Well, my only point is Avatar: The Last Airbender, okay? Avatar: The Last Airbender, they started off as a comic with cultural references and then whitewashed the shit out of it. That's my only point. It feels forced. It's not it. All right, it's not it. But at the same time, if a character has a reasoning, if it's a fantasy character with, the availability to have different races and there's no specification, fucking do it. Doesn't fucking
right.
matter.
Minnie.
Look, it's kind of funny how everybody says that kids don't see color, and I agree, kids don't see color, and then fucking adults come in and say, hey, my kid needs to see this and that other thing, because otherwise they won't see themselves. Fuck off, bro. That's a fucking mute-ass point. That's people trying to turn you into a racist, sexist piece of shit. That's the fucking truth. Care about the fucking heart of the fucking character. Care about the what the character stands for, alright? And if it's relevant to the story, yeah, sure, go ahead, right?
All right,
If
Nina.
it's not,
Oh my god, I get to talk. As a mixed race person, I don't know if anyone would know I'm half Japanese. I find it very interesting that like there's not a lot of like focus on any of that. I think it's really
Put on a
interesting
shirt?
to
No.
think like the hyper focusing on race. I think is in general it leads to really bad outcomes.
Yes.
In terms of the way that people look at shit. But I also
Brian,
think
never
when we're
wear a
talking about
shirt.
media, it's all fucking capitalist bullshit. Like, it's not really that fucking deep. Like, it's all just a culture war thing. And representation,
losing
of course,
money,
is
though.
important, but I think art is art. And if your art is whatever you want to make it, you could make whatever the fuck you want. And if people are going to get pissed off about it, they're going to get pissed off about it.
The truth
Art
is
the entire existence of art is just, it's
the truth is
historically
people are
been
fucking cringe.
a lot of doing shit like
People
that.
are fucking
Like,
cringe,
being
man.
very
Right?
provocative or whatever.
On the one
and
hand,
it
they'll say, hey,
changes
kids
with
don't
the
see
culture.
race. And then on
it's
the other
not
hand, they're like,
that
hey, the
fucking
kid
deep.
needs to see race.
All right, Prime.
You know, otherwise they
more
won't
time.
identify themselves, bro. Kids don't give a fuck if you're a
As
girl,
far as I
if you're
know, I
white,
know
if you're
Greek
black,
stuff,
if you're
but where are these people
brown, if you're
complaining
yellow.
about
They
that,
don't give a
right?
fuck,
Like, 'cause
bro.
that
They
shit
don't
doesn't
care.
matter, right?
They don't
Black
care.
can
If you
have
play
white
with
skin,
them, they'll
obviously,
play
good
with
enough
you.
for them.
That's
But
how
hey,
kids
the
work.
Greeks weren't represented
If you play
properly, right?
football,
They
they'll play
did
football
things.
with you. That's
It
how kids
happens
work.
all the time. Whatever. Answer
And then
the question
adults
of
are
the other
like,
guy
no,
there,
you need to
talking
listen.
about, like,
You're a
changing
black kid. You need
characters.
to see black people. You're a
When they were
Mexican kid. You
making
need to
that
see
the
Mexicans.
Batgirl
That's a
movie and the
lie,
Supergirl
dude.
movie,
That's not
they
true.
actually did what you guys already asked for. Create
That's
another
not true.
character and make them whatever you want. That's what they did. There was a Batgirl. They made a Batgirl movie.
They
There
tried
was
to
a
turn
Supergirl,
everybody
they made a
racist
Supergirl
with the
movie.
fucking
That's what they did. And
bullshit
art is
agenda.
transformative. You can make it anything you want.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know why,
did you-
but we get upset.
Did you see the new Bat? Did you see the new Batwoman?
Specifically,
Huh?
when it talks
Yo,
about
hey, Elijah, come on. We're not
You
doing
gotta
that.
keep people muted, Giga.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to.
Yeah, sure. We keep people. We get specifically butthurt over these political issues, right? When it's political.
5 seconds, Prime.
Oh, you do.
Over race and gender.
You.
Right.
All right,
You
Rice.
do.
Carrying on what Prime said, art is transformative. The perception of art comes from the artist and however they go ahead and transform it. Jesus wasn't white. Sonic wasn't an actual hedgehog. historical
Right,
accuracy
Jesus
barely
wasn't white.
fucking matters. None of this actually matters to begin with. It's all just projection that comes from the inside of somebody. It's something to make you feel. It's a story to be told. If it applies to a story, sure, maybe. But guess what? We can go ahead and find these stories without race in every culture for every single story that we hear in the first place.
Yeah, of course it was brown.
All right,
bro.
go ahead, Valentina.
Well,
Okay, so I want to argue.
there are
with,
some white Egyptians,
Lavlin,
but probably brown, bro.
point.
Come on.
She said she
Probably
said,
brown.
oh, kids, you know, they want to see a reflection.
Let's
of
be real.
themselves
Also, Greeks
growing up
are
and stuff. Well, that's why
somewhat
new
brown.
creators or new characters are created more and more every single day. Like growing up, and still, I don't think I've ever seen a Hispanic representative of any princesses or even main characters of general shows or TV or movies that I've ever seen. But they made adaptations of Cinderella. They didn't change the story. They just used the story and put new characters with their own backgrounds in it. And I don't think that it's fair to take away somebody's background if it's relevant to their story. You can change it in a separate story and a separate movie. But I think for the most part, unless it's not relevant to the character, then I think that it is the artist's, I don't know, perspective, and I think we should kind of, for the most part, respect
Bro,
it
it's-
again, unless it
Okay.
it doesn't affect the storyline.
All right, and Holy Quail, go ahead. So you had camera issues
It's
there.
so stupid because
Yeah,
like
I don't know that Discord just shut down on me. I'm glad I came back.
they'll use race
but
to
yeah, no, like
bait for
just
views
rounding up
instead
what
of a good
everyone
story,
said, like
and that's
no
fucking
child
cringe.
is born racist. No child sees skin color. And so like if we really want like, you know, all children to feel identified with a Disney princess or character, let's make some Disney princesses 6'3". All of them are 5'6". I have no one to look up to. But ultimately, if we really do want diversity, like in the Hollywood industry, then just put on a blindfold and just hire the actors based on their talent alone. That is the only way you're really truly going to achieve equality and diversity. That's the only way, not just by saying this person's black or this one like is a different color, or this person's white or Hispanic fusion. Ultimately, that's the only way.
Okay, that concludes the first round. That was way too many fucking people. I am never doing more than 12 again.
The
But
issue
thank you
is
guys. You guys did great. I know it's frustrating. You want to
they'll
say
use
something.
a race
I know,
baiting or they'll
trust me,
do
I've been
any
in
kind of
shoes. We did the
fucking
best that we
sex
could. And
baiting,
now
any of
comes
that
the
shit.
vote. But
Instead of
before we do,
creating
Nisha
a good
boy
story,
here,
which is what
he is
truly
going to
matters,
save to
a
view.
good
He's going to be as
story.
unbiased as possible.
But
And
you know
he's
what
going
they
to
do?
present
They
who
create
he
a
thought
shit
won
story,
the
but
rounds.
they
Who
make
would
the
you say
person
would
black,
say the top two
woman,
performances of
and
this
they're like,
round
oh,
is
if you
won?
don't
They
watch
will
it, it's
not
because
be
you're
going to
racist
chat
and you hate
vote.
women. And it's like, no, the story's
top
just shit.
two performers.
It's just bad. That's why nobody watches it.
God, I hate to say this, because I had a plan. I was just gonna do two people I thought would be good and balanced. But if we're doing top two best,
No, top
I'm
performers.
probably-
Everybody copied my take.
Top performers. I'm gonna have to go.
I was so strong, I pulled everybody to my
Rez
take.
and Dunkel, and I hate both of them. So
All right, Rez and Dunkel are saved from the chat vote. Now,
I pulled everybody
it is
to my.
time
I pulled everybody to my take.
for the
That's-
vote. Twitch.tv/GigaDatum to make your vote.
Whatever.
You will see
It's-
your streamers on
Whatever, I mean-
screen. You will see your streamers on screen. They have a number next to them. You will come to
Yeah, I mean, you guys are gonna
Twitch.tv/GigaDatum,
see
you will
this. You
type
guys are
the
gonna see
number
this, man. You guys are gonna
associated
see
with
the
streamer
actual
you want
fucking
to
power I
keep,
hold. I
not
always bring
kick.
everybody into my fucking
Keep, not
position,
kick.
and
Every
everybody
person
copies my
gets
takes.
3
Everybody
votes.
copies my fucking lines,
You get to vote
and then
for
I don't get
3
any
people
credit.
who you want to
Every
move
time.
forward. All right.
Every
So,
fucking time.
1 Holy Quail, 2 BX Bullet, 3 Introvert,
Every time,
4
bro.
Celebi, 5 Logan, 6 Mini Donby, 7
Six,
Nina,
6.
8
You
Lavu,
can vote several
9
times.
Elijah,
Thank
10
you,
the
Nick.
Wild Latina, 11
that.
Innocent Elixir, 12 is Prime.
Okay, that's
Once
something
again,
the other
you get
thing.
3
Thank you,
votes.
man. Thank you for the
I'm going
1,000
to
cheer.
begin the timer right now for 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Thanks so much.
And 2 minutes 30 seconds to cast your votes. Once again,
But
3
that's
votes.
that's an issue.
Simply
That's
put
an
the
issue
number
with the
in chat
diversity
and it will
thing. It's not
record.
actually that it's like they're switching
All right.
genders or
Interesting.
anything. It's that the stories
That was a
fail
great
because of
question.
it. Like that, they'll
I
be
think
lazy on the
a
story because they're like, yeah,
people
people are gonna watch anyways.
A lot of people
I
skipped
like
over
how
the
you
fact
said you
of
were gonna
bringing
give
up
me more time and then you
superheroes
just
and
did
stuff.
it.
Hold on. The issue isn't necessarily with diversity.
Can we like
It's
have
just
some parliamentary order?
Well, I'm a
Just some.
co-host. I'm
It's
a
just-
co-host.
Nina,
Everybody
she's
shut
still
your
here.
fucking
She's still
mouth.
here.
the issue is they create shit stories. but then they race bait and they sex bait and they create shit fucking stories and they want people to watch them because the character's now black and a woman. Like, bro, it's a shit story. Catwoman is shit.
Listen, hold on. If I
A
was,
Batwoman.
hold on. If I was in this debate,
I tried clicking 11 in the chat twice, and it said like can't repeat the same chat.
you shouldn't vote for yourself. That's cringe,
6.
bro.
Yeah, because you can't.
I'm
vote
voting for myself
more than once. You have to vote for different people.
But you said 3. Like you could vote 3 times.
Three
max.
different
I was
people.
just-
3 different people.
Okay. Perfect.
Also, I pulled people into my point, but I don't get saved. I mean, this is gonna happen the whole time.
Minnie, I thought you did well, but I was just trying to get the 2 best people on the 2 opposite sides of the conversation. So I apologize.
Bro,
but if I were either of you
vote
guys,
for
if
whoever's
anyone in this
best.
chat,
Vote for whoever's best.
listen. No, but then it looks biased because if I have 2 people who have the same opinion,
so
then
you
it's
just-
like
you
I
fight
just
for
have
the
that
loudest
opinion.
Oh,
person.
so
I
you
get
just
it.
okay?
That's
So
how it
I'll just
works,
pick a
right?
side.
Dunkel was loudest.
So I won't be myself.
No, Rex was quiet.
If we
And
do
so was
that,
Dunkel.
then nobody's
So I'll
gonna
play.
talk.
So I'll just play into Isha instead of playing who the best thing is. Like that's just cringe.
No.
Right now,
First off,
Minnie is in the lead.
That's just fucking cringe.
Followed closely by
course I am.
Bullet. BX Bullet.
I influenced everybody into my take, but whatever.
I forgot how the show worked. I'm not
So,
even streaming.
BX Bullet, I know you were complaining that you got cut off early, but you actually had a lot of support in chat. So
That's because
Whatever, bro.
Because somebody was trying to reframe what I said as if I'm racist or
I
I
shut
just
that
I
down.
opened my
I
mouth
shut that
and
down
started
right
screaming
away.
about
I shut that
Jews,
down
like,
right away.
So like
Jesus
that was
Christ,
uncalled for.
By the way,
That's
speaking
the
of
way
which,
Whatever,
we're
bro.
on mute.
I'm gonna keep being my fucking self. I'm gonna keep influencing everybody, and I'm gonna call them out whenever they fucking do this
over
shit.
here who's like, whatever that is over there.
Oh, I just picked people
should.
on the
Whatever that
2
is, I'm
different
a Jew.
sides.
Wow.
Well, that's fucking cringe.
Wow, that's how she talks about Jews.
Lav,
Really?
I muted
All
her.
right, I'm
I'll show
gonna
you
give
in
30 more
bot.
seconds because we're still getting votes coming in. 30 more seconds on the votes, and then we're gonna go ahead and end the poll.
play
30
that
more
shit.
seconds. Oops, that was 3 minutes.
guys, how did nobody say that Iron Man was actually a black comic book character and was casted as white? How did nobody bring that one up?
Prime K
Wait,
is actually
am
brought
I
that
number
up, I think.
11 or 10?
There's a lot of different.
Or no, you brought up Captain America.
You are 10.
What I was gonna bring up was that they don't
Wait,
actually.
did I say Captain America?
Nah,
I meant Iron Man. Did I
We're gonna
meant
keep
Iron
being
Man.
ourselves. We're gonna keep destroying these fucking takes. We're gonna keep influencing everybody into our position, but everybody else is gonna get saved.
Well, I, for
That's
one,
fine.
I think it's interesting that
Go to his chat, boys, and vote for me.
people who have grown up with what
Actually,
All
vote for whoever was the best.
Yeah, time is up. Time is up. Just keep things moving. Don't mean to interrupt, but yes, I do. Winner of the round, Minnie Donby with 50 votes, 13.6%. Second
Good job,
place, BX Bullet with 46 votes. So Minnie Donby, we're gonna be getting rid of 3 people. All right, so I'm gonna put 4 people up. The bottom 4, and you get to choose which out of the bottom 4 stays. So the bottom 4, let's go ahead and figure this out real quick. Let me put up a notepad.
Isha leaves.
Isha leaves?
Yes. Yes.
No, Isha is like a co-host. Isha's like a co-host. He's not. He's
I'll
not
keep
even on
winning.
there.
I'll keep winning, and I
All
want
right.
Isha.
So we have Introverb. We have Celebi. Logan. Nina.
Why did you say it that way?
All right.
I
so
want
let me
my
see. So
fucking
make sure I got this right. Nina,
you're a pain.
Logan, Introverb.
Said it all softly, like it was scared of you.
Yeah, right.
Nina, Logan,
And
Introvert.
Celebi. So we have Introverb, Celebi, Logan, and Nina in the bottom 4, I believe.
Can they fight for
Yes.
the? Can they fight for the right to stay? I need to hear them.
No, we don't have enough time. Otherwise, I wish we did.
Minnie,
Let
I'll
me,
pace back
let me
and
double
forth
check.
like you do the rest of the
Introverb,
stream if
Celebi.
you vote for me to stay.
No, I don't want
pace back and
grifters.
forth.
I want you to be you. I want you to be you, not you to be me.
I can.
All
So
right,
you're
Minnie,
gone.
So you
So you're gone.
have to choose. You have to choose who you're gonna
I can have the
save.
mic. I can
Nina,
have the
Nina.
Logan, Celebi, or Introvert.
Nina's out. Nina's out. Nina's out because she wants to be
come
a
on,
cheap
stop
copy of
it.
me.
Dude,
I was
save
muted
me,
so
save me. My whiskey's just now kicking in. I got this.
All right,
Minnie,
Nina,
pressure
go ahead
off.
and shout. Nina, go ahead and shout yourself out.
Are you being serious?
Yeah,
Minnie, what the
unfortunately.
fuck?
I have to choose, Nina.
Nina actually usually does really
You chose.
good too. So
I know, but she chose to be a
No.
version of me.
Fucking time!
I want
That's fucked
Nina,
up.
not mini Nina.
Nina's funny as fuck. You guys didn't even let her alcohol kick in yet. What the fuck, man?
If it was Lavloon, she'd say.
I
it's
want
because she's
Nina,
stupid.
not mini
go ahead and
Nina.
Wait, what?
What'd you say, you stupid bitch?
I said if it was Lavloon getting eliminated, you would say it's because you're Jewish.
Okay. Anyways,
And it
all
would
right,
have been
go-
fucking funny.
All right, Nina, go and shout yourself out.
You're not funny. I'm Nina.
Everybody
Goodbye.
shut up.
Ladies, there's enough of me to go around to everybody. Come on.
Shit. All right, Minnie, who else?
Alright, Dunkel is next.
This
Kick
is what happens
Dunkel.
when you
Dunkel, get
align
the
yourself
fuck out,
with Gooner at all. Women fucking hate
Who
you.
else is getting
No, I
eliminated?
think she hates
Okay,
you
so
because
it's
you're
Logan,
Hispanic.
it's Celebi, and who else?
Minnie,
All
I'll
right,
take
so you
my
gotta
shirt
choose
off.
between between Introverb, Celebi, Logan, and Nina. Who is staying? Tell me who's
And
staying.
Cam. And Cam.
Intro staying.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fucking yes.
Intro
Let's
is
fucking go.
staying. All right, Celebi.
Oh, we're out.
Go ahead and shout yourself out. Thank you so much for coming.
Hi, I'm Celebi. I'm currently in the middle of a subathon. I've been live since Monday. It's going to be probably going till the end of the day on Sunday, BST. We got a few people here, so, you know, we're going to be carrying on doing some drinking or whatever the fuck we end up doing now. Who knows? But yeah, thanks for having me. I would love to come on again, maybe when I'm on my own, so I don't have to mute my mic the entire time just because I have the speaker playing the entire time, so I can't actually jump in. Which
You
is a
were
bit
really cute
annoying,
with your
but-
hand holding or hand raising. It was nice. It was nice. So thank you.
I
Thank you for
don't
being
want-
respectful.
Here, it's like it's more the fact I don't want the mic to get
Yeah,
spammed
yeah,
by
no.
the speaker, that's all. But
I'm
yeah,
sorry, I
I'd
had to
love
kick
come on
people.
again.
Right
Yeah, it
on.
was nice having
Thank you,
Celebi.
Selby. Thank you, Selby.
It was nice having you guys.
I'm sorry, I went for the kill streak.
All right, all right. And that means also that Logan and Cam, the two brothers,
Three
go ahead and
shots.
shout yourself out.
We
Say goodbye.
hugged like a week ago.
We were hanging out, and this is scuffed. You said we would get top 2. So we're gonna need the money back. We need the money back.
Three shots, 7 people.
Oh,
We
that was
completely fucked us over,
the other show. That was the other show.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and shout yourself out.
A pleasure to be here. I hope you guys have a good rest of your stream. Logan RDJ, Cam Rourke, otherwise known as Cam Rar. K. Fucking.
All right.
Are they like
that's
Twilight
great.
or what?
Okay.
Like, what
all
the
right.
fuck?
All right. Anyways, moving on. So, I believe that's everybody, right? So we got rid of Nina, we got rid of Logan, and we got rid of Selby. So never again am I doing 14 people. 12 is the sweet spot for the first round. So thank you guys for putting up with that. I know it's hectic. So as always, thank you very much. So,
My
moving
God,
on.
bro.
Are
3
you guys
shots,
ready for the
7
second
people.
question? Let's go
Yeah.
ahead.
Shit.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Guys,
Come on, guys.
Imagine
get some
that.
energy in the
Great.
fucking
Destroying
game. Let's go. Come on.
7 people with 3
Question.
shots.
A recent TikTok video went viral after a woman was criticized for wearing a backless string bikini to a family water park. How do you feel about such attire in public? Have we become too comfortable showing off our bodies? Now we're gonna actually have the Holy Quail go first, Introverb go second, because they didn't really talk that much last round, and then Innocent Elixir, and then after that, anybody can say anything they want.
Me. And
Bro,
then
no,
me.
you have to say Elijah. You literally gatekept.
And
me.
all right, Elijah,
And
Elijah.
me.
And Walatina,
about me?
sure.
Do
All right, go ahead, Holy
statements.
Quail.
Just do that.
Yeah,
They go, pick me to say nothing interesting.
Go ahead, then. Tell you
Okay.
what.
Well, like for those of you who don't know,
I'm a
actually
demon!
originally from Argentina, and there it's very custom to wear string bikinis. Like if you wear anything bigger, you're considered.
And I just woke up,
however,
right?
now I'm living in
I'm telling you.
Florida,
I
and-
woke up and I'm hungry.
And people, are still like risque in their own right.
Datum?
But I like
You
even
set
I go
down
up
a
to
beautiful
certain
plate
women
of
that are wearing this
charcuterie for me.
bikini and I know aren't from here, that they're foreigners from Argentina, because we get a lot of Argentines. And I say, you're not really allowed to do that here. It's not really a good thing to do. Like they even have we even have children that little girls, that's very normal in Argentina to just wear bikini bottoms and not
Oh,
wear
yeah.
a full one piece or a top.
That happens in Mexico.
And I told them, you can't do that here because we have a lot of sex trafficking, there's a lot of human trafficking, pedophiles,
That
and
happens in
so
Mexico, too.
please, like when you're bringing your child to this country, you have to cover them up. So I don't think it's so much so that we are more comfortable with our bodies and showing off our bodies. I think it's dependent on which culture you're in. Even in France and Switzerland, where I used to live, I would swim at the bottom of the pool and I would look up and I'd see a pair of breasts. It's very normal to see topless women in public pools. But if I saw that here in the United States, I'd feel very uncomfortable. So it
God
just depends
bless.
what environment you're in.
I'm literally sweating. That was
Damn, I want to be Swedish.
That was a lot of 30 seconds.
All right. I believe it was the,
I wish I
it
was
introvert.
Swedish.
Go ahead, introvert.
My bad. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so that yeah, Holy Quail, that's a really great perspective, I think. Yeah, the difference in location is really, really important because I think basically American culture can't fucking handle it. Like I think we're not mature enough to like handle like
Oh, Switzerland.
having
Oh, my bad.
adults
I'm
in string
racist.
bikinis in water parks. And also I think that it's like because of the American culture, and because of how like
I'm racist. My
bodies
bad.
are very,
Switzerland.
very
I heard
sexualized and not seen as a thing of beauty.
and went
It
with
is
it.
confusing to children to be in this environment and see that and not know how to process it, and their parents don't know how to explain it to them a lot of the times. Not every time, like a lot of the time. So that's basically that's my take here. I also think that there should be places, and there are some places, like there's this lovely topless beach in New York City that I used to frequent when I lived in Brooklyn, where this is acceptable and like where you can go and do this because I
Where
think
the
it's
hell
really
is that
important.
at? Let me know. I'm from Brooklyn.
I'll hit
And
you
like,
up. I'll
are
hit
you
you up.
going? Are you going soon?
Maybe.
I'll be in New York in January, and it might be too cold for the beach, but
All right. Innocent
I got
elixir.
people that's dick swinging, you know.
Okay.
Innocent elixir.
Yeah. I think that string bikinis are totally okay. I know that I lean more on the lewd side in my in the things that I wear. I think that being at a child's park, swimming park, maybe if the place has some rules about how much needs to be covered, maybe that's okay. But personally, I live in Austin, Texas.
Bro,
and
it's about
legal for women
decency.
to be topless in any public space.
These people
I
have no
think that
decency.
it's really healthy to it is. At
Well,
the green
hi.
belt. I know. I think freeing the boobs is good.
Well, here
And
we
that's
go. It's
another.
time to go to the grocery store, everybody.
That's not a public space.
Don't do it. You're gonna get one day like Yo Mike.
But you can be topless in like swimming areas, and a lot of women do it. I think it's very freeing. I think that it is something that a lot of places could do, and it's not as negative
Yeah,
as
but
a
do
lot
you
of
do
people
it?
might
Can't
think.
you just
I
like
do,
put
yeah, I
balls
do.
out? I've seen
And I also
man
think that
balls.
kids don't
Let her-
sexualize bodies
Let them talk.
like
Jesus
adults
fucking
do.
Christ, you adults.
And wearing a string bikini in front of your kids or in front of other people's kids isn't going to make them be like, oh wow, tits. It's gonna be like they're just fucking at the park. They're having a good time. They're not looking at the tits. Like I think that we sexualize it more than they do.
Definitely.
All right, Wild Latina.
See, this is extremely
See,
hard
they're not
because
men.
I do agree with
They're not
Introvert
guys,
a
so-
lot, but I also agree with Innocent Elixir.
Bro.
I think that like freeing the nipple is extremely freeing, and I think that is a really good concept. The only issue is that a lot of people raise their kids with old values, and therefore they have a lot of like sexualized stigma related to the body. So I think if it were me personally, I would be kind of aware of the surrounding, and if I was going specifically to like a family park, I would probably not try to expose my whole genitals, just because I would respect the families and I would respect the husbands who have also sexual stigma, because it's not just the kids. And there's certain places that you can do certain
Yeah,
things
they don't
in,
care
so
about
I think
anybody
that's
else
where
but
I would
themselves. That's the
maybe
issue.
free the nipple, even if it was, I don't know, personally, because of my
They
how
live
I
in
feel about it.
society, but they don't want
And I
to
was next,
actually
right?
be a
All right,
part of the
Elijah. Go ahead,
society.
Elijah.
Okay, so you know, I think we should, lead the bikini bottoms in SpongeBob. Okay, right? I think bikini bottoms should be they're haram. Okay, right? And I think hijabs are, they're fucking halal. That's what I think. I think honestly, right? Everyone should wear a little bit more clothing, except for men. We're not equal, and that's my take.
Oh God. All right, Elijah. Congrats, man. Thank you. Let's go ahead and hit Lavloon now.
Yeah, I think that women's bodies shouldn't be like overtly sexualized because ontologically they are not sexual, right? They're just like a body. But obviously, in the day and age, in the porn and sex crazed America we live in, it's hard to not look at a female and have like obviously like invasive and
obstructive thoughts towards a human body. I think mostly we want to like keep women safe, right?
She made any
So,
amount of money thanks to
I don't know.
sexualization. Like, what
I
the
don't
fuck?
know if it's about like respecting your surroundings, because your body is not disrespectful, right? It's just your body. But I think if you want to keep yourself safe and you want to feel comfortable, you should cover up if you want to.
Go ahead, Prime.
Yeah, so we have Minnie over here walking around shirtless, right? Looking very handsome, not like insulting you.
Thank
But
you,
like
thank you.
walking
No, no.
Sexy, not
around
handsome. Sexy.
sexy.
Let him
Excuse me.
go.
Dunkel, you're
I stand
gay.
corrected. But yeah, but like if
Did you
he
just call me
was,
ugly, Dunkel?
Let him.
I will
Guys,
destroy
let him
you.
Called you
talk.
sexy.
Guys, let him talk.
I will destroy you.
if he was a woman, right, of the same size with like the same size chest, a completely flat chest, then apparently his nipples would be destroying the minds of children, right? Like they couldn't handle that. And that's like in like Twitch moderation here is just fucking insane. But in any case, when we're talking about this specific case, a woman who actually was covered up, right? Like what the problem was that she had a backless bikini. We're not even
Prime.
talking about her boobs; they were just backless, right? And then that's the thing that blew people up. That because people have
It was
these
a
things
string.
lots
I
of
saw it.
asylum, the
I could
stigma
see the
that you
color of her
cannot get
butthole.
rid of, and like I think that
It was backless and like that you could see her whole ass. Like,
Prime,
there was
I
no
could see the
protection.
I could
I know,
see the
so-
folds, bro.
Okay, okay.
You could see the butthole, or just like it's. a
Dude,
straight
it was
up?
a
It was
fucking
like a
string
string.
like this.
Yeah, I would say no.
You could
Like,
see everything.
Can
If
we
she
get through
does
Can
this,
we get through
Yeah,
intro
yeah. Get
statements?
through intros,
Like,
guys.
let's
Come on,
do
Minnie.
that first, please.
Yeah, like a person's butt. Oh no, like the people that have problem with that are the parents, right? Like that's the way it is, right? The husbands, right? They're the ones who are going to react to that, not the kids. And they don't react until we tell them this is a problem. That's how kids work.
All right, go ahead, Bullet.
Yeah, so
why is this noise coming out of that?
I saw that. I actually just looked it up and saw what you were talking about, and like this is really not
It's-
offensive to me. Like I wouldn't even look twice. I mean, I might
What?
look. She's kind of hot, but like this is not something that I would consider
Have
to
you
be
had a
like
son?
absurd. I think that the
What if you had a
parents probably
son?
just looking for attention, especially like on TikTok or something,
Bro,
trying to go
I
viral or
could
some dumb
see-
shit like that.
I could
I
see
would
the-
agree that
I could describe taste.
in America though we do have like
And
a
I just watched it.
perception of the female body. Like it is weird that like unlike other countries we're very stigmatized around boobs. Like who cares? It's boobs. They're literally made for kids to drink fucking milk out of. So I'm a parent. That doesn't offend me, but I do have to push back on something said by the Holy Quail, because Argentina is actually ranked higher than the U.S. in human trafficking. So I don't think it's fair to say that we have more human trafficking here, because according to the statistics, you rank as a tier 2 and we rank as a tier 1. Not that that's necessarily 100% accurate, but I don't think it's fair to say that it's because we have more human trafficking.
You
I
may
think
be
it's
more likely
just
as a foreigner. You may be more likely as a
Can we just get
foreigner
through
to be
intro
sexually
statements?
trafficked.
Intro statements.
Well, I don't know. I don't, just looking at the stats. I don't know. That's
okay. All right.
Shit, that's a dumb take.
Holy Quail, you got anything
All
to
right,
say about that?
I Dunkel,
What's a dumb
unless
take?
Holy Kale wants to respond. Yes,
You
we're gonna I Dunkel.
No, I haven't given an
turning it
intro
off, dude.
statement.
Hold on,
either,
yet.
so-
Neither has I Dunkel.
I haven't given interest. Yeah. So I'm just gonna push back
Well,
on Prime a little
hold
bit.
on.
So
Did you want to respond real quick, Holy Quail?
Yes, no, I was mostly specifically referencing to not just human trafficking as a whole, but the specific group of children in human trafficking, because I was addressing that couple, that family,
Oh,
that
pedophiles in
those parents from
Argentina?
Argentina with their little girl, and that was the one I was most concerned about, because
sorry.
All kids are
and
at risk
it's
of
only
sex
because I'm
trafficking
here
everywhere.
in Florida. It's only because I'm here in
Everywhere, all
Florida
of
now.
them.
When I lived in Argentina, I
All
was
right, we can't derail too much. Go ahead, I Dunkel.
all right, I'm gonna push back on Prime a little bit. So Prime said something about butt cheeks, and it doesn't matter if butt cheeks are out. I do want to say this. Like most of the time, like I don't think it's very offensive, but I do need to make the point that we cannot under-sexualize butt cheeks or tits or anything on a woman's body, even her thighs, because when we do, that's when men start getting ED, because they have no sexual pleasures that are extra on top of what they see in a
It's so
normal
hard to
day.
get hard, bro.
So
Oh my God.
so it's like it's one of those. No, it's true. It's actually true. Like. Again, I bet you
I
90%
agree,
of
I'm
men in this.
agreeing.
Shut up! It's my turn.
Have me.
90% of the men in this chat, if they stood in a bathroom and imagined titties, they couldn't even get hard. That's a problem. And under-sexualizing a woman's body, saying that her ass isn't sexual, is a big problem that adds to
In
that.
France,
But somebody
in
going
Fran-
out in public wearing a thong and an open back, it depends on where she is exactly. If she's at like fucking Chuck E. Cheese pool and she's wearing that, there's something wrong. But if she's at like an amusement park and she like there's kids around, but there's also adults, and it's not like specifically
Jungle.
a kid's birthday party, she's fine. Let her be.
Jungle.
Can I
In
respond?
Europe, there are nude beaches everywhere. There's no like wild ED problem. It has nothing to do with
No, because
the
it's
female
it's
no
body.
nude
special,
water
because
parks,
it's
though.
special. That's what I'm saying.
Can I
You're
respond
actually
to that?
adding to my point. Hold on, Prime. You're adding to my point,
No.
Lavloon. So because it's
No,
special,
so
it's a
we know,
specific.
so we know that men actually have a response to like a penis going in a vagina, not just a vagina.
Well, of
We know
course,
that
of
that is
course.
like that is
Of
the
course, but
sexual
what I'm
response.
saying,
Are you
So
calling men
porn is
cooks?
actually what's ruining America.
porn is the same
not
thing
the
because
female
porn
Are you
body.
calling all men
undervalues
cooks?
porn
No.
undervalues sex. It's the same exact thing.
they're
Undervaluing
made
a
for
woman's
pooping.
body
No,
and turning it into
it's
something normal in your
but it's
brain is
very
going to
nuanced.
ruin your sexual
No,
activity.
Can I
no, the
either
female
let
body
Prime
is
All right,
normal.
all right, all right.
Can
We
we
haven't
either
I'm
got
let Prime
attacking.
we haven't got to
respond
Rez
or
yet.
let
We haven't
me
got to
go?
Rez yet.
I
So
want
go ahead,
Can I
Rez.
respond?
So
Rez, you
here,
All right,
handsome
all right.
devil.
Prime, you
thank
have 30
you. I
seconds and then
appreciate
Rez.
you.
Yeah,
Prime,
very
go
quickly.
ahead.
Actually, so I hear what you're saying, but I would say I would go the other direction. I say there's no problem actually with sexualizing. People are afraid of things being sexualized. That actually doesn't bother me. That things that might be sexualized.
I know it doesn't bother you, fucking Leif,
Shut
I
the
know.
fuck up, Elijah, you piece of shit.
Sorry.
Great that it doesn't bother
Yeah,
you
yeah. I like
specifically.
that.
Awesome. Good. Like, great.
5 seconds,
Sorry.
Prime.
Right. It doesn't bother me that things are sexualized. I think this over sexualizing things, I think that could be a problem. I think
Yes.
maybe when we focus on things, obsess over things, right? Obsess over a woman's chest rather than like her whole self, right? That might be the issue, but not
All
the
right,
fact
Rez.
that people get
Simple
sexual.
question. Can I simple
So no,
question? I
you
just want
can't
to
ask a
answer
simple
Rez,
question.
Rez,
It's my
Rez,
fucking
Rez.
time. Shut the fuck up. Okay? So, if we look at all of you who are going ahead and parroting traditional values as a concept for this, understand that in the 80s, when my uncle brought home his black boyfriend and the KKK showed up on on my fucking grandmother's fucking porch and shit, guess what? That's what traditional values get you. At the end of the day, your liberties end where mine fucking begin. And I don't give a fuck what somebody fucking does, how they present themselves. Because it doesn't fucking matter. If you are a horny, sex-crazed fucking fiend because you don't know how to have a healthy relation with your sexual energy, that's not my fucking problem. It's yours. Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck over yourself.
You fucking
I have
Satanist,
a.
bro.
I used to
Okay,
be
You're
Rez.
fucking
going
bro.
to
All
the
right.
30 seconds.
Let's
I used
go
to
to
be a
Minnie.
massage
Let's
therapist.
go to Minnie real quick. No, we're gonna
Okay.
go to Minnie. Minnie Dunby's pacing back and forth, ready to punch his fucking
He's
wall.
always pacing
All
back
right,
and forth.
go ahead, Minnie.
The reason as to why a lot of people in this call are even relevant is because their bodies are sexualized, heavily sexualized. Lavloon has any amount of money. Why? Because of that fucking reason. And now they all try to destroy it, and they try to say that, hey, it's not a real thing or whatever the fuck. Listen, I could literally describe taste, okay, on that fucking video. You could see everything. You could see everything on that woman. Like, come on, there are levels to this shit. You can't go that hard. Now, I don't want.
Are you saying I'm relevant because
Am
my
I looking at
OnlyFans?
the wrong? Are we looking
Of
at
course,
different
you have
pictures?
any amount of money because of your OnlyFans. Let's be honest.
That's not
Me?
I'm
I don't
like
have
a,
an
I'm like
OnlyFans. Why
No,
are you
wait,
he's
looking at
talking.
me?
He's talking to
Minnie,
Lavloon
I'm
Bullet.
Oh.
Minnie,
And I'm not
like
just
an
talking to you.
established indie singer.
Wait, I don't. Is Dobby talking
I'm a
about the same
musician.
woman, the woman with the
actually
beige,
really
like
good too,
nude
though.
colored?
Yeah, he's talking about the one.
And
with
I
the
said
beige
you
blue
guys.
collar.
I wasn't just
Also,
talking
you
about
think
you.
that that's really? You really think that that's like? I'm looking at it. I don't think it's that bad. Like,
No, he's talking
I
about the
think
girl.
it's a really cute bathing suit.
Also, if you want a bathing suit like that, I think that's allowed on Twitch apparently, but it's not allowed in other places.
Wait. Is there a picture that you guys are looking at? Because
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh, okay.
she had a
Can I-
fucking string
I should
bikini.
be-
I could see
All I'm
everything.
trying to say is I should be allowed to kiss boys in public without a threat
Nobody's
of violence
asked-
or
nobody's
people
saying
judging me.
that-
No,
I feel
because
like
it's a
you're kind of
parallel
like-
construction. I
You
know you don't know
should.
how to debate. It's called parallel construction. I'm trying to make you
No, I
understand
think
through
you're
a different
Oh my god,
lens.
debate
That's
No,
what
you're
this is.
pandering.
debate
You're
back with
pandering to the
Wow,
gay
it's almost
community.
like
You're
I
pandering
can't-
to
you're
black
not
people. You bring up
debate.
you race bait your.
Go
I
ahead,
don't
go
know
ahead,
where
Bullet.
he
Go ahead,
is.
Bullet.
Okay, I
I just don't. I
authority.
don't understand. I'm looking at the picture. First of all, Rez, I don't know what this has to do with gay people.
Because
But
it's
yeah.
called parallel construction.
Okay. Well,
It's
are
that
you looking?
you have
okay,
a value
Wait,
that I
wait. Are the gay people Jewish?
I'm once again just
Oh,
asking
God, come
you
on.
to look at the picture yourself, okay, and judge for yourself.
Oh.
But
Women
like,
trying to
the
be
front
funny.
is completely covered. It's not. Somebody said it was just a string. Like, I mean, it's a thong,
Oh, bro,
but
come
like,
on.
it's not. I mean, I think it's cute. I don't think it's that bad. Like, I think that this person's overreacting. expecting.
All right, so let's hear from. I want to hear from Introverb so far. Once again.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I actually just looked at it too, and like honestly, so
Bro,
it's weird
it's a
because like
string.
in this circumstance, I think that most adults would classify this as tasteful. However, I think it still doesn't save the fact
Tasteful?
that like
Yeah, you can literally
the point you
taste
raised
it.
that like the kids aren't looking, the kids don't care unless they know to care. The kids are going to learn to
What
care,
the fuck?
and then they're going to like be confused. I think this is still the case. I think as a society we don't have our shit together. I think that things like this happening and like people as a society talking about them should like bear the result of us talking about them and being able to figure them out as a society. And like as a parent, both in society and on this podcast, for some
Look,
reason
I
that's
don't
not
want people
happening.
to
So I've switched to
fully
being more
fucking
interested in
cover
why
up.
that's not
I don't
happening.
want that.
And yeah.
But I also don't want people
Yeah,
to be
I
just
still
roaming around
yeah,
freely. Like, come
it's,
on.
it's okay.
There's gotta be
No, the
some,
thing is, no, wait a second.
something there
It's
in the
okay for kids to be
middle, dude.
confused as long as the
And it
parents
can't
like
be a single
have
string
both
that's in the
the
middle.
skill and self-efficacy to explain the things to the kids, and they fucking don't. They fucking do not. My parents did such a shit job with this when I was a kid. Like, and so many people that I know, like I have asked people specifically this because I study psychology and I care about how like people's minds are forming when they're in a formative like time of their lives. And the thing is, like parents are really dropping the fucking ball on explaining things to people, and that's like something that is like that can be attributed to people over sexualizing women because they don't get that feedback from their parents.
That's a
I wanna say
long-winded way to
something.
say it's not okay. That was a
I
long-winded
wanna
way
say,
to say
I
it's
wanna
not
say
okay.
something really, really quick. It's a little
Go
bit
ahead. Go ahead,
different.
Walatina.
I think it also depends on the person's like I guess intention, because in the video it kind of just looked like she was standing in the pool. She was obviously like the pool was kind of on the kid's side, and I don't think that she's weird like that, but it obviously she wanted to have her butt kind of hanging out instead of being more in the pool. And she could have also been kind of hiding or like ducking, like just swimming. She was just kind of standing and the pool was going up to her thighs and her whole ass was out. So I don't know. From the video, I don't really know the person, but I think it depends on the intent as well. Like I would wear something like that,
Wait, where's this
but
video again?
I wouldn't wear that
It's in the
like
general chat.
on the shallow end of the pool, or I would probably wear it tanning like within myself, like my area. So I'm gonna stand by it depends on the intent because she was in the kids section kind of thing. It's in the shallow end, and usually adults don't kind of stand around with their asses out in the water.
I also
wanna
think
talk
that
about-
when you
So
when
she was
you
fucking
over
I've been waiting
when you
for a while.
Go,
when
yeah,
you tell
go
your
ahead.
kids
Let Innocent go, and then you can respond to Dunkel.
So I actually want to talk about what you were talking about, Dunkel. You were
She's gonna
talking
change
about
its
looking
topic.
at. I'm talking about what you spoke about last because a lot of other people have been talking since then. You were talking about looking at women can make you end up being like ED, or like it makes you not as like enjoying of the physical form. But I used to be a massage therapist, and it is really normal to look at the human body and take care of it and not look at it in a sexual way and just like do things just to help somebody. Like you don't have to stare at a body and be like, oh fuck yeah, I want to fuck this thing. It's like you have to
Obviously, you've never been a man.
What kind of a
have
massage
to- I'm
therapist?
about to fuck.
Do you ever
I'm a
stop to think that
slut,
not
okay?
all
It
men are
depends
the
on-
same? I
Let
mean,
her,
like,
let her,
not all
guys,
men are
guys.
like that.
I will
Right now,
mute you
people
longer if someone does not talk for a while, like someone like
Not
Innocent
so
Elixir.
innocent.
Give her a little bit of respect and let her fucking say something. All right? If somebody's gonna speak up, finally, let them fucking talk. Go ahead, Innocent.
I
Finish
think
your
that
point.
it's dumb to think that there's a correlation between ED and looking at women's body. ED is like a problem, but it doesn't have to do with staring at people, or else all the people who were fucking watching porn would stop watching porn because that demographic will fucking disappear.
But
Looking
you're
at a
taking
woman's
what I said
body-
in the wrong way. That's why, because I was pushing back against Prime because he was saying we should completely unsexualize all bodies, and that's when it turns
No, he
into a
wasn't saying that.
problem. We
That's
need
not
to
what I
realize.
said.
Hold on.
Yes, we should.
I
Yes,
need to
we
get
should.
this
What he
point
said.
out. Do not cut me off, guys.
That's
Hold
the
on.
opposite.
If I'm gonna be
How
pressed,
many
I need to
points
get
did
the
he
points
make?
out. What I'm saying is the problem is if we
15 seconds,
undersexualize
Dunkel.
bodies, they no longer get us aroused. And we have to allow our kids to
Well,
be
people will still
sexual.
get aroused.
Hold on.
That's
We
what
have to
propelled
allow our kids.
species
we have-
forward for.
You're not pretty enough, bitch. When you're not pretty enough, what are you talking?
If somebody is confident with
What
their
do you think the
body,
cavemen
what
did,
does eating
idiot?
disorder have
Okay,
anything to do
I
with
think we
it?
need to.
Are you
I
not
think we
pretty
need to go to
enough?
Prime
What does
now.
that mean?
All
not
right,
their
we
fault.
actually are gonna go to Prime. Prime, go ahead.
Women
and
are
then we're
not
gonna
pretty
hear-
enough.
You don't
And then we're
fucking
gonna hear from the
can,
Holy
Dondi.
Quail.
You're fucking blinding everybody.
Women are not pretty enough.
that we should unsexualize. I said literally the opposite. I think I'm okay with things being sexualized, right? And someone in my chat made a really good point. Sexualization is not the same as objectification, right? As seeing a person only for their body. You can do this. Right? Imagine your mom naked, right? You're not going to sexualize that body. You can
Bro,
manage.
you're a Satanist, bro. Imagine.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Her body, right? Like I'm imagining your mom naked.
He's making
right?
a fucking point, Elijah.
Dude, Elijah's can't control himself.
Why did we look past my point?
That's why he lives with his dad.
Yeah, so like, I'm fine with
I'm thinking of all your moms
sexualized
naked
and
right
objectified.
now. What are you gonna do about it?
I'm fucking
That's
psyched,
valid.
dude.
That's
All right,
valid.
holy quail, holy quail, holy
Wait, can I
quail,
now
holy quail.
respond?
Holy, I'm sorry, Dunkel, you
Misha,
talked
you
the
look
most
so
this round, my
handsome.
friend. Holy quail.
Well, I can actually relate to what Innocent Elixir was saying about being a masseuse therapist, because I myself, as an artist and going to art school, I've stared at completely naked people right in front of me, and I've studied the human body in very full detail, and not like sexualize it in any way. However, I do know when, like, I have like 3 different sizes of bikini bottoms, like, you know, bikini, cheeky, and extra cheeky, and I know in which environments and situations where I can wear those specific bottom pieces. But
I
but
have
you guys
one, I wear
realize
it
that
everywhere.
this conversation that we're having isn't anything new. I'm like, this is the same conversation that man has been having ever since women wanted to start showing their ankles in public, and then women wanted to start showing their knees, and then wearing like bikini pieces instead of one pieces. So if this is the way that society is going, wanting to show more skin and women showing more parts of their body, we may be uncomfortable with it now, but maybe over time we will evolve and see it as a norm.
Yeah, and
Yes,
right now
nipples
it's not
come
really
next.
developed
Fuck
to be
bras.
comfortable now.
All right, while Latina,
Well,
go ahead and make
just
a
fucking
final.
get them in there, you know?
You guys all just want to be naked.
Just take it out.
Yeah,
Just
actually,
better jump
yeah.
in.
I agree with a lot of things that some people have said. But I
the
think
fuck?
that also I don't know if we have time for this, but
I'm
we did
surrounded
kind of
by
brush over Marcy and
weirdos.
said like it depends on the intent of the wearer. Like she was in the shallow end where all the kids were swimming. And also like it is important to embrace yourselves and everything, but unfortunately where we are right now, everything is kind of heavily sexualized, or even with some families that's how they raise their kids still. So it does kind of unfortunately depend on the scenario.
She's not in
And-
the kids pool. She's in the wave pool.
but it was shallow, and that's where the kids were swimming.
It starts shallow and then it gets deep. It's
Yeah,
the
so
wave
she
pool.
should have. We
She
should
could be walking
Are you
over.
guys really? Are you guys really discussing the depth of the fucking pool
Yeah.
right
She
now?
could be walking over that.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out if they can
Holy
drown in
shit.
it,
Sea
dude.
levels rising.
Holy shit, Rez.
Sea
Rez,
levels rising.
go ahead, Rez.
Yeah, so I don't respect people that hold traditional values and wear mixed fabrics. And I think that I look at everybody here that
Thanks, go Prime.
Okay. No, yeah. I think the problem, while Latina, with your point, is that we can't look in a person's head, right? We can't actually judge their intentions. So when we're like deciding what to do with this person who happened to be in that bikini in that area, like we can only, I think we have to make judgment calls on like the act itself, right? Is the act itself a problem? Since we can't know what
that's what I'm
was she trying to
saying.
get kids hard? I
That
don't know.
was my point. That's
But
what
you
I
said
said. And
intentions.
that
Bro,
is, you
I
have
could
to,
smell
All right,
from
all
my
right.
screen.
We're gonna
Can
let
I actually get a point across without you muting me? 'Cause-
Elijah,
Just speak, Uncle.
Literally every time I talk, you're muting me. And
Because you
Elijah,
spent
then
the
I
entire
You
Dunkel.
talk about
There it
talking, you
is.
retard. You talk about talking.
Elijah, then
What a
I
fucking dumbass.
Dunkel. Finish it up.
Oh my, so dumb.
All right, bro.
He talks
So
about
what you
talking.
just said is actually dumb as fuck. If a girl with a humongous ass walks anywhere,
Oh.
people are gonna fucking look.
no,
Okay?
it's
Go
not
ahead.
that because
Yeah,
it's
no, bro.
no.
No
because
matter
people
where
have
the
a
fuck
big
you
Please,
butt
where's this
wearing
girl,
a
bro?
string
it's gonna
on her
it's
10
gonna
bottom.
be
seconds.
sexualized.
I'm saying
15
string on a
seconds, Elijah.
butthole. It
Why,
doesn't
Latina?
matter how fat.
Shut up. Let me talk. Okay, let me talk. Look, it's gonna be sexualized no matter where you go. You can put that girl in fucking the middle of the woods. a fucking squirrel will go nuts. Okay, a squirrel will go nuts. That's all I gotta say.
All right, Dunkel, go ahead, buddy.
Weird.
okay, can everybody shut the fuck up when I talk now? because I get
Stop talking
cut
about
off
talking
and
to
then-
talk. Stop talking about talking.
You're-
Stop talking about
you're
talking.
asking
Stop.
over here mutes me.
You were asking to.
So stupid.
shut up.
He's so stupid.
Listen,
He's so
if you
stupid.
go on either
He's so
side,
stupid.
over-sexualizing or under-sexualizing, there is an issue on both sides. People are saying kids should not be around that. We shouldn't have our kids seeing that. We should, because we should not demonize the sexuality of a young boy. I think it's actually a natural progression of life when a young boy is sexually attracted to a woman. We have to teach him how to control those urges and how to work with those urges so that he can grow up to be a respectable young man. But he's gonna look no matter what. Any man from fucking 13 to 60. I know 90-year-old men that check out girls' asses and go, wow, that's a nice ass. No matter what, that's a man's fucking way. That's how men are. So what we have to do is teach young boys how to work with that, not hide it from them. Because when you take something from somebody, they find different ways to get it. And if you stop showing and you stop and you hide everything from these young boys, they're gonna have cravings and it's gonna come out in different ways. It's wrong.
All right. That's
Maybe
the end
you
of the
can't just
round.
learn to be
That is the
concise.
end of the
You
round.
just
Shut
learn to
the
be
fuck
concise.
up,
about
everyone.
it.
Uncle W. Let me get a Uncle W.
All right.
Learn to be concise, and then you'll have.
No. This is precise. Precisely when Isha Boy, pick your two favorites, unbiased as possible, who you thought did the best, was also respectable.
Yeah,
Keep
of
that
course
in
he's
mind.
right. I don't want people to
Thank
be
you
completely
guys
covered, and
for
I don't
another
want
good
people to be
round.
completely naked. There has to
The
be
two
some more of
best in the
that.
last round were the two worst in this round.
no.
Holy Christ almighty. But so for this round, I'm going to have to go with Elijah and Introverb. I think both of you guys did a very good job.
Thank you.
Elijah and Introvert.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
picking based on content or are you picking on based on what you agree with?
Do you have a problem? No, I'm picking on a good argument. That's what because your first ED argument was horrendous, then you just
Yeah,
kind of
and you
changed your
don't
take, which I agree
understand-
with.
you
the
don't
second take.
understand what
I agree with the
parallel
second take.
construction
I don't
is.
understand
All
how
right,
AD takes
well,
science.
you
dude.
guys
AD
can
takes
debate.
science.
You
The
guys can
entire
debate.
foundation
Elijah
of your-
was spewing
You're
nonsense.
the dumbest.
Why are you
the
on my dick? Like, hit my
God.
DMs if you want to be on my dick.
All
Okay?
right,
Like,
chill.
let's move
Let
on.
me
I think
make sure.
Elijah's
Hold
point
on,
was
one sec.
basically,
I'd rather eat glass.
Let me make sure I get the poll ready. So we
If you
got
vote for
Prime,
Dunkel,
Innocent,
you
the
have
Wild
ED.
Latina, Lavloon, Mini Dawn B, and BX Bullets, I, Dunkel, Rez, and the Holy Quail, right? So
Dunkel.
9 people.
I'm 10 again, right?
I'm putting it up. No, you are not 10
What am I?
right now. Starting the poll, all right?
What am I?
Starting the poll, twitch.tv/
What am I?
Gigadatum. To make your vote, you will see
5.
your streamer on my screen associated with a number.
5.
You will go make that number. Holy Quail's number 1. Rez
I'm voting
number
for
2,
myself.
I'm Dunkel number 3. BX Bullet number 4.
I'm voting for
Mini
myself.
Zombie number 5. Lavloon number
Every
6.
time.
The Wild Latina's number 7. Innocent Elixir's number 8. And Prime is number 9.
Yeah, I know. It's fine.
Twitch.tv/Gigadatum. Put the number of the streamer. You get 3 votes. 3 votes, guys. So pick your top 3
I
on
dropped
who you
I
want
dropped
to
hot
keep.
memes though, bro. I could
And move
bro, I
forward.
could smell the picture. What the
Not
fuck?
pick. Who do you want to keep?
Bro,
Not
if you can describe taste, it's
Listen,
probably
I'm
not
not
a good
opposed to
thing.
your parallel construction argument, but you didn't really
It's
say
like-
anything aside from
No,
that.
I didn't
You
say anything of
as-
substance because I was literally
No,
trying to
I
make
didn't say
a
of
par-
substance.
No, I was trying to make a parallel construction to go ahead and push back on the idea of traditionalist views, which was literally the argument that 5 people on this panel made. I don't care if you picked me or not, because at the end of the day, we just have 2 people that don't know how to be concise. They don't know how to be precise. They don't know how to actually talk without going ahead and doing anything else. All they do
Who are those
is
2
spew
people?
and spew and spew and spew. Those 2 people are Dunkel and Elijah.
I'm smarter than you. I have better takes than you, and I
don't
fucking
give a
can
shit if you're
consolidate
smarter
everything
than
I
me.
say
can
better than you.
And I have a gun, and I could kill you. All right. That's
What the fuck?
Literally,
Raz,
these things are
why are you talking
actually
about GTA?
That was a good take.
Raz
If he
talking
would've-
about
if he
GTA,
would've said,
bro.
if he would have said that in the last round, he would have gotten my vote.
That was he meant in a video game. He said that
We have
in a video game.
we have a GTA server in which we all play.
So
Jesus
based.
Christ,
That was
dude.
so based.
That's called instant karma, guys. Okay, that's what that's called. He came
Yeah,
at me,
yeah.
he got fucking smacked.
Oh my god, Elijah.
I didn't even have to
You
move.
should,
That's
Elijah.
how high my power level is. Okay, I didn't even have to move. I was
Elijah,
meditating.
Rez going for the clip. I respect it. I respect you,
literally
Rez.
got kicked. You didn't do shit, Elijah.
I miss him already.
Somebody clip that, bro.
Yeah,
Dunkel,
right. You want me here more or
you
less.
correct me if I'm
Rezi.
wrong. Dunkel, did you
so.
post a video of you benching 225 for
I
5
don't know.
on
You might
Instagram like
get
it was a feat of
ED
strength?
from looking at my legs and my thighs.
No. That was
Oh, fuck.
so I benched way more than that. I benched 225 after a full bench workout, but I just posted that because I don't post myself working out enough. I could bench 315 for 5 right now. So
Live
What do
Loon,
you-
like I saw you earlier, right? And I was like, wait, she looks familiar, but I didn't recognize you. You know?
What? I'm not wearing
Did
makeup.
you do something new? Oh, you don't have on makeup?
Did you watch her other content? Is that what you're talking about, Eli? I thought you were a virgin.
No, she definitely has
I
makeup
actually-
on right now.
no,
I
no,
have
no.
a picture of Live without makeup. She's wearing some makeup right now. She's wearing some makeup.
Makeup. Who cares?
Yo,
No,
I'm
I'm
just
just saying,
gonna be
like,
fucking.
no,
I'm
no.
just gonna be
Alright,
clear. I was
Oh
going.
my god, I wear makeup all the
I was
fucking
literally
time. I'm
trying to
usually
be clear.
cake face.
Okay, cool. I'm actually gonna be clear here. I said it in a video game because you're saying a bunch of shit that doesn't fucking
Yes, he's
matter.
back.
All right, that's the
Misha?
fucking point I'm making.
Misha, you
right?
bullying
Because
me?
it's stupid.
It's
And
pushing
that's
me
it.
away.
If you're
Yes.
just going to say things that
Yeah.
you're not validating, you're not validating it through debate.
30
saying that
seconds
you're
left on
smarter
vote.
than
Is
me.
it vote
What's
to
the
keep?
fucking point?
30 seconds
Yes,
left.
Stone
it's
Cold
not.
is vote
It's
to
vote
keep.
Whatever, dude.
It's vote
But
to
you
keep.
can't read. You said you were
Guys,
smarter
like,
than
I don't
Resi.
really
For
fucking
those in
give a
chat,
shit.
And
for
you
those
had
in
dum
chat,
dum.
I
are
was
we
making a
missing a
fucking
couple
point
people?
that
Yes.
literally, Dunkel, you have
Let's
never
go,
learned
Dunkel.
how to debate properly. You're not arguing
You're
points.
dumb.
You argue on personality. You argue against who somebody is. You have no conciseness. You're not really
You're
saying
wrong.
anything
I get
whatsoever.
yelled at
You're
and
not.
talked over
no,
the whole time.
because you talk all the
Go,
fucking
Resi,
time.
go,
You
Resi,
ask
go.
for time to talk without
Go,
just
Resi,
saying what you
go.
want.
Go, go,
Well,
go,
if
go,
you actually
go.
paid attention in
All right,
2016 for the
all right,
presidential
all right,
election,
all right, all right, all right.
Wow.
debates have been
Time
changed,
is
buddy.
up.
Oh no.
That guy's
with that
Time is
guy?
up. Poll is
Guy's fucking
closed. Poll is closed. Rez. Scotty, do you gotta, yo,
Guys,
gotta-
do
you
some
gotta-
push-ups.
you gotta slow down there, buddy.
Bro, your
Woo,
blood
all right.
pressure is rising too high, bro. You gotta calm down,
Winner,
okay? Yo,
winner
that.
of the round, Mini Dawn B with 55 votes. By the way, yes, guys, there were people missing from the vote. Those are the winners of the round as
Yeah.
picked by Ishaboy. That is why they are saved from the chat vote. So, we are going to do things a little bit differently. Usually we'll kick off 2 until the final 5 where it goes down to 1. But we're going to be kicking off 1 now and then kicking off 2 later. So it should stay the same, but we should have more interaction with other people. So for this round, all right, we are going to be eliminating one person. So the bottom two, tied, Innocent Elixir and Prime. Prime and Innocent Elixir are in the bottom 2. And so Mini Dawn B chose last time. So the second place person, second
know who's
place
going.
is Dunkel. Dunkel, you get to
We know
decide
who's
who
going.
stays or who goes. Dunkel, does Innocent Elixir say goodbye or does Prime?
Wait, I get punished for being a G?
You got to do this to me. Guys,
It's
Make
not
the right
racist if you
decision,
kick the
Uncle.
black guy,
Uncle,
bro.
make the
I'm
right
here. I'm
decision.
still here.
Guys,
We're
holy
good.
Yeah.
shit. Let people fucking talk. My
gonna-
God, are you that
gonna-
selfish? I know you're all streamers, so fuck!
I'm suffering from success, literally.
I'm gonna pick who to get kicked based on the Datum, you're gonna love me for this, based on my content, right? Prime, you gotta go. She has boobs and she's fucking.
She didn't even fucking speak!
She's gotta stay, bro.
Oh,
I'm
you're a
sorry.
fucking simp. You're a fucking simp. She didn't even fucking
Yo,
speak.
the boobas
She
win
didn't
every
fucking
time.
speak.
I'm sorry.
Wow. Okay,
Oh my
Prime, go
God.
ahead and shout yourself out, my man.
Thanks so much for having me. My name is Prime. I'm Kai. PRIMECEYES. We talk about things like this all the time. We have debates. We got panels, really a bit smaller than this, but come on over. And we have open panels where you can be a part of it too. So if you want to join in and get your own word out there, you can do that here on my channel. Thanks so much.
Prime, I won. I won, and I would have kept you. She didn't
were
fucking
very,
speak.
very professional.
I would have kept you.
Nah, Prime, I should have kept you.
I
Wait,
would've
can I
kept
switch?
him.
Can I switch? Can I
I
switch?
would've
Datum?
fucking kept
No.
him.
Prime stays. Prime stays. Look what you did. Prime stays. Prime stays.
Yeah,
Can I switch?
actually, yeah.
Oh my God.
Can I switch?
Oh, you want to switch? Now you want to
Yeah.
switch?
I
I
picked
want to switch.
Prime.
I want to switch. Prime stays.
I'm
Prime
the
stays.
real fucking winner.
Objectifying
I
women.
picked
Bye,
Prime.
Innocent Elixir. She gotta go. She's gotta go. I'm sorry.
You gotta go.
All right, Innocent Elixir, go ahead and shout yourself out.
Love you, bye!
He's not
She wanted
fake.
to
He's
go.
not
She
fake.
had
I'm
one profit the whole
influential.
time.
I told you on the first fucking round that everybody would morph into my opinion. What did I just do right there? What did I just do right there?
All right. So, Prime, by the skin of his teeth, gets saved. by the grace of Innocent Elixir and I.
I
Dunkel.
told you. I told
All right,
you.
all right.
Speaking of
Moving
Prime,
on.
anybody that wants to sub, go ahead and do that to Datum right now. It's a good time to do that.
You're a nice guy, man. You're a nice guy. Question number 3. Are you ready?
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna
Yes.
switch
Yes.
this one. I'm gonna switch this one. All right. So, question number 3 is a good one. If all of the world leaders were women, would there be less war and turmoil in the world, the same or more? Once again, the question: if all of the world leaders
No,
were
I
women,
influenced him. I talked
would
about
there be
Prime. I said,
less
hey,
war
Prime,
and
I would have
turmoil,
picked you. And he goes,
the
oh,
same
the leader would have picked him.
or more?
I go
All
first.
right.
He's my follow-up.
Lab
Don't
Lord
lose my
wants to go
follow-up.
first. Hold on.
Patience.
Patience. All right. Chill, children. Chill. All right, Lab Balloon, you
No,
get
I'll
to go
get whoever.
first.
I'll
Rez,
get
you are
whoever
unmuted. Don't
didn't
fuck it up.
give good content
And
out.
I'm putting the timer on. 1 sec. We
Because,
have
bro,
what?
I
10
like
people
Innocent,
left.
but she didn't speak. Prime said some interesting
10
stuff.
people. All right, that is 20-minute round.
She didn't speak.
20
She
minutes
shouldn't be
starts
staying. This
now.
is stupid.
I think that
And I
we have
like
no
her.
way of like truly knowing. Obviously, we know that men in general are more likely to like commit, murder and homicide towards each other, right? So you would assume that that would also translate into like world powers doing
Towards
so.
women too.
Which that's fine, whatever. Do I think that there'd be separate problems if women were all in charge? Probably. It probably wouldn't be war though, honestly. It would probably be other things like sanctions. I think that we'd get there'd be like a problem with trade. We'd have like foreign policy would probably be a little eerier, a little harder to deal with. But I think that overall, yeah, definitely less war if that's like the quantifier.
You're forgetting periods, but okay, good job so far.
Hilarious. Haha, period's so funny. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh, look, a woman trying to be funny.
Grammar Nazi.
Oh,
All right. Go ahead. Who wants to go next? Prime,
Right
you
here,
got your hand raised. Go ahead, Prime.
Okay, sure, yeah. I think that I agree with Olav in that like we can't seriously know, but you have to think about like what the reasons for war is. I was thinking about this actually the other day, like resources. So many wars are fought over resources, like water, food, land, all those things. That wouldn't go away if women happen to be in charge, right? I think that maybe it'd be a bit different because women are less prone to violence, but like think about the people who get in charge, who are like become the leaders. People who become leaders happen, I think, are more likely to need to keep that position by using violence because people challenge you all the time. That's not going to change if you're a woman, right? And the only person who gets to stay the leader is the person who can respond to that violence. So it encourages people who are more violent, who are less empathetic. And so I think we would have a bunch of wars, maybe not quite as much, but more or less the same.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Elijah, my man.
Okay. I had to write it down, what he was
Thank you.
saying, I disagree. I think women are the reason we fight these wars, okay? Like you said, to get resources, right? What are we getting the resources for? Our family, right? Our women at home, our kids, right?
It was the other way
Right
around.
or
It
wrong?
was women.
Let
Bro,
him
shut
make
the
his
fuck
point.
up.
Let
Let
him
me
make his
finish. Let
point.
me finish.
No,
And
your
another
point is
thing,
invalid.
my point is, you should be
Smile
shutting
and
up.
nod at whatever Elijah says. Just smile
Take
and
my
nod.
lead. Take my lead. Shut the fuck up. All right. Look.
This is why
I don't
wars
think.
are
I don't think
created.
this is why wars are created because women don't know how to shut the fuck up. Look.
Yep, that's still gotta be the
Look.
point.
Look.
That is
Be
very
quiet,
funny.
bro. Be
say it.
quiet. Look.
Make a
My
valid
take
point.
is.
He's
Okay.
Elijah,
speaking.
clean your room.
When, oh my god, come clean it for me.
She's fucking
I got
annoying,
you. I'll send
dude.
you the address.
Shut the
I'll send
fuck
you the address.
up.
All
Is
right,
that your house or your mom's
Elijah,
house?
if you're gonna get derailed this often, all right, go ahead, Bullet.
I think a lot of you are forgetting that Hillary Clinton exists. Like, there's definitely
Oh my
fucking evil ass
fucking
women
God!
in the world. Okay, I'm talking. Excuse me. There's evil women in the world. The thing is that we need balance. It's not a man versus woman thing. It's a masculine and feminine energy, right? We need a balance of that in the world, and we need a balance of that in the world leaders. You can't have all women running this and all men running that. It doesn't work that way. So no, I don't think that there would be less wars. And also, world leader gender can't be the determination of war, like other people were saying. There's all kinds of
It's
reasons
gender.
we go to war, not just like because of we have world leaders. So
So the question
I don't
doesn't
think so. I think that's wrong.
necessarily have to do with war. It can also translate into just turmoil or just different.
Can I ask BS Bullet a question?
Go ahead.
BX Bullet. Now when you think of the top leaders, do you think of any women or what? Let me know.
What do you mean, top leaders? What
Yeah,
what are we
top
basing
leaders,
it on? Like
leaders in history, in the world, in anything. Like, do you think of women?
in anything?
There's one, the Iron Lady.
Who?
Only
Say that
one.
again. Say
The
that
Iron
again.
Lady, only one.
No, I'm just asking you, right? Like,
What are you
when you
getting
think of
at?
when you think of leaders, right? Strong leaders that actually lead something very well. It's usually men.
Yeah, no.
Not
It
really.
depends on what we're
It's not.
talking about here.
You can't just
Look,
stereotype
here's
it
the
and say
thing.
that men lead better. Like that's just who we know.
Yeah,
to
that's
be.
weird. Yeah, I mean,
That's
there's been tons of like super fierce fucking female leaders over
Name
the
one.
years.
Name one.
Name one.
Name one.
What
Name one.
England, Queen Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, come on. She's
And
not a
Queen,
fierce leader.
No, shut up.
It's
Then
also
there's also
subjective.
there's like tons of fucking
Angela
queens of
Merkel.
England who were fucking like absolutely
Cleopatra.
vicious. Those fucking ladies are
Go
vicious.
ahead, Minnie. Go ahead, Minnie.
Look, people are focusing on the wars being started, but let me be real. Whenever you see two men fight, right, they end the fight and they become friends. Whenever you see two women fight, they become enemies for the rest of their fucking lives. So there would be no end to the wars if women were leaders. That's the fucking truth.
Really,
yes,
that's
it
not
is.
valid.
Men
That's
finish
not
wars.
valid.
Men
Because
end the
in
wars
wars,
and women
people
keep
end
the
up
war
dying, you
going.
don't end up
Yes,
being
that's the
friends with
truth.
them. In
That's the
wars,
truth.
people end up dying, and
go
you don't
ahead,
keep
Wild
being
Tina.
friends with them. My
Also-
point.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the way I understand the question, and I could be totally wrong about it, but the question was like, what would happen if the world was filled with women leaders? I think that it depends on how long has it been filled with women leaders, or are we just gonna switch all the leaders right now to
One
women?
day.
So like I think it depends, because I think if we started that women were always the stereotypical leaders, then I think it would absolutely be very similar to what is already happening. We've created a dynamic and diversity between the sexes. So I think that either way, like the point of wars is for resources and certain land and things like that. I don't think that changes regardless of the gender, but I think maybe we would go about it a different way rather than killing each other. It depends, because you don't really know. But that's my point.
I think you made not
Okay.
you made an interesting point there, talking about when this switch happened.
She did actually.
Yeah, you made a fantastic point there, because we fight
Surprising.
wars for different reasons here, right? Like the reasons, like war is so different now than it was previously. So if just suddenly magically overnight it became all women, I think we in that case we would actually have less wars. We would still have war over resources. Those things would happen. But I think looking at the past for the reasons why some people went to war, like those reasons would not. I don't think would exist under an all-women rule, but I could be wrong.
All right, well, you'll be the first to be in our little sperm bank that we just, put you under sedation and keep you in case we need to open jars or shit, whatever. I'll just take you as a volunteer for that.
I
You'll
appreciate
be
it.
one of the first 500,000.
Listen, when the aliens come to attack us, I want men that are leaders. I don't want fucking John Darks who got bent at the stake. Those are your fucking leaders.
That's the problem.
I want an Alexander the Great.
Go ahead. Let's
I
hear
want
from
the
Michael,
Khan.
and then let's go back to Introverb.
Okay. I think that women would never be able to rule the same until men see them as some sort of equal. So everybody sees them as less. So it's going to be impossible for them to rule over, because men inherently, like a lot of men, just hate women. So the idea is it's going to be hard for any woman to actually rule with so much hate coming in their direction. But I will say, a man overall, if we had to compare the two, I do think that a man overall would be a better leader in general, just because, and this is a very simple, and it is factual, men run on a 24-hour cycle, women run on a 30-day cycle.
Oh my
So the
God.
24-hour cycle, it's easier for a man to forgive and forget or to finish something quicker, where a woman will
Let's
hold
what's
a
up?
grudge
You
for
wanna
the
know
entire
why?
month.
You're
You wanna
so
know
right.
why I don't get that many views? Because I'm not a woman.
No, I think
No, what's up, dude? Listen, I'm getting my name out there by going on shows and shit. I used to just play video games alone by myself, and I guess you know where
piss
on
off all the
Twitch.
women in chat.
So that's my
Let's
buddy.
go
We're
and hear from
actually experiencing
Introvert.
a growth. You know?
It's nature and nurture.
So nice to have you here, man.
Honestly, dude, I don't look this. I think I have a horrible take here, which this just sounds like a really fucking bad idea. Why are we going to make why are we going to put women in every leadership position? Like we currently have men in every leadership position because like that's how like society has evolved, and it evolved like that for obvious reasons. I think there should be women in leadership positions. I think we should not hold all leadership positions. I think that'd be fucking crazy. Like, I think that'd be fucking insane. It's a really difficult, like,
It would really be fucking bad.
no, give me a second, give me a fucking second. I know,
Stop.
look, dude, I know what the fucking question is, Latina. Thank you. The question is, would there be more war?
Would the world be different? How about that?
I think the world would be extremely fucking different. And would there be more war? Maybe not. I do agree with Lav, like really, really, really hard. Where like I think we'd have problems in other areas, and I think those problems would be as big as the problem of war. So that's what I got for you guys today.
All right, moving on
It's
to
loud,
Rez,
by
because
the way,
Rez
just,
has
you know.
not
Yeah.
Rez has not said anything yet.
I'm glad that Margaret Thatcher died, and may
You'll
she
learn it.
rest in piss. Women leaders are just as bad as men
Oh,
leaders.
thanks,
It would
though.
literally be
She's
the
terrible.
exact same as it is now. It is resources that we fight over, and resources.
I have
will
a leader,
always become
Latina.
scarce. That is how wars
Yeah,
are started.
that's
That is how
basically what I
wars are
said.
finished. At the end of the day, it would ultimately probably be the same, maybe some slightly different geopolitical boundaries based on differences in the way that kingdoms would run. As
Bro,
well as,
whenever
like,
you see
know,
two men
where
fight, they become
partnerships
friends at the end of the
Europe.
fight.
But otherwise,
When women
there
fight,
really wouldn't be that much of a difference.
they hate each other for 70 years. And they keep seeing each other. I like that bitch. I hate that bitch. Yeah, that fucking horse.
Bullet's gonna
I'm sorry,
respond,
the,
and then Elijah, you can ask a question.
Yeah, there's been tons of terrible world leaders. Madeleine Albright was the Secretary of State during the Iraq War. I don't know what you're okay. So yeah, she famously had stated that like it was worth it that all those people in Iraq died. There were like 500, like 500,000 kids or something that died. She was like, yeah, worth it. Like so.
Yeah,
There's
Winston
wars for
Churchill
women.
starved more
There's-
Indians than Hitler killed people.
There's terrible people out there on both sides, right? It's
Cheney
just
made
about
money
balance.
off of
And
the
I
Iraq
agree
War.
with what I agree that it's kind of dumb to think about force fitting women into leadership roles. Like, no, I don't. I think that would be terrible. I think it'd be a nightmare, personally.
What was your question, Elijah?
Datum, you're a pilot, right?
Yes.
All right. Imagine this: your plane is crashing into a building. Okay. Right? Maybe two.
What building?
I'm gonna
Maybe
mute
two.
you. I'm gonna
No,
mute
wait,
you
wait,
for the
wait,
rest
let
of the
me finish,
round
bro.
if this is stupid.
It's not stupid. It's actually good. It's actually good, bro. Like you're throwing me
Go.
off, bro.
Okay, go.
Like damn. Like I have ED. Listen. Okay. Look, your plane is going into a building, right? You run to the front. You run to the cockpit. Okay. You go to the cockpit. And who would you rather see in control, a man or a woman?
It's called cockpit for a reason, right?
Go
Not
ahead,
vagina
Prime.
pit.
Go ahead, Prime.
Is that your fucking thing?
Okay.
You
All right.
idiot.
Go ahead, Prime.
What the fuck was that
I'll
question?
say something. I think that it
This is
depends.
what happens when we let
wish-
20-year-olds talk.
I
Children
wish it
should
was a
be allowed to
vagina
talk.
pig.
He's
right?
literally a
Oh,
virgin.
that's
Go
great.
ahead,
Literally
Prime.
a
Go ahead, Prime.
But anyway, like I think Idunko had made one interesting point and all of that. He asked like, in what situation we'd have like all female leaders, right? He
Feel
wanted
a little bit more comfortable
would
sometimes.
like he like wondered like well men would have to respect women in a certain way, and I think that's actually an interesting thing to talk about. Like in what fantasy world where men who are physically stronger than women like allow women to have that advantage over them, right?
Can I actually give you a really good point with this? Okay, go ahead.
In certain cultures, like there's like some Native American cultures where they had women in charge, right? It's happened rarely, but overall in history, we've seen that men overall don't respect women enough because they have more strength, and so why not take it? So I don't see what I actually don't know and what.
So I'll give you an example. I'll give you a really good example. I'm Egyptian. And Nefertiti is an Egyptian queen, and she was only respected as one of the most powerful women leaders to have ever ruled, simply because her husband went to great lengths to display her as an equal. He made everybody see her as an equal, and she was respected as one of the greatest leaders of Egypt of all time. So the truth is, when a woman is lifted up. When a woman is lifted up by a man, she is able to become something amazing. And she only because when I say she's lifted up by a man, the only reason I say that is because men only respect men. So if 50 men respect me and I tell those men respect Lavloon or get lost, they will respect Lavloon as long as she doesn't falter on my opinions about her and she leads well.
So you're ignoring.
Everybody can debate after this. We're gonna let the Holy Quail talk. The Holy Quail doesn't talk yet, so she can talk as much as she wants, and then you guys can debate more about pretty much anything else for the remainder of the round. Go ahead, Holy Quail.
Thank you, Giga. Okay, I'm here to put this to
Yeah,
rest.
I'm gonna,
because I
Scotchy,
studied
I'm
world
gonna
history,
use
and
part
one
of your
the things
take. Watch
that
this.
we noticed
Watch this.
was that queens were far more likely to wage war than kings because of gender norms. Women
I'm
had
gonna
a lot
use
more to
part of
gain
it, watch.
because of marriage alliances.
That was a
And
good,
so at
good
least in the
comment.
past we can reference that. Now, in terms of nowadays in the workplace, women in power, women in positions of power, we've learned to develop a very big ego. And when we think of the ego is a very masculine energy. So right there, like, we can already say that, okay, if women ruled the world, we would already have the same amount of wars as men, for instance, because they're mirroring a male image in order to be taken seriously. However, one thing that we're not taking into consideration is the female's maternal instinct. If you come after a woman's cubs, being her people, she's going to go to war against you. A female lion is much more likely to attack a predator.
The male
like, to
lion is the
protect
one
her
who protects
cubs
everybody else.
more than a male lion. A male lion doesn't.
A male lion
So
protects
right
the
there-
woman. The woman
Unless
protects the
it's
kid.
another male lion coming to the pack, because that's
Well,
actually what the
actually,
function
no, they
that
actually-
male
it's
lion.
a male-
does.
it's-
But
yeah,
here's the
it's
thing:
a male
lion
you're
protects the
speaking-
woman, so the
no,
woman
you are
protects the kid.
speaking of Western women when you're actually making these comparisons, right? There are plenty of Eastern women, Gatarja, empresses that existed in Japan as well as China, who were not more likely to make war than male leaders. It is merely a Western thing and a part of materialism
Well,
that
that
makes that a
said,
case.
if every leader was a woman and most of those were, or a lot of those were Western, then there would be an increase because they would outweigh the Easterns, which wouldn't.
I want to say something in response to the Holy Quail. That was a very valid point. But what I was trying to say before that kind of ties into that is that yes, maternal instincts are a valid like reasoning for your explanation, but you can't really you can't always like use that for all women just because the main thing is nature and nurture, and not all women are going to have the same instincts. Another thing, going back to the original question of the debate, what would happen? I think that women would actually handle things differently if they needed resources or land. I think that because men are more known to have more body strength and stuff like that, and they're a little bit more bodily strong, I don't know. The women would probably use more of their brains than
No, we're smart as
physicalities, because if I don't know, that's what I'm trying to say. Because
Listen.
that's how it would be different because that's how women would go into quote unquote war. They wouldn't be using their bodies because men kind of are generally better.
Look,
Go ahead, Minnie. Go ahead, Minnie.
The reality of things is the world's greatest leaders, all right? They've always been men. Mahatma Gandhi, Winston Churchill, Alexander the Great, the Khans, every single one of them. Now, this is a hypothetical. Okay, let's go to a hypothetical. There are books. There's a book called Game of Thrones. You know what Daenerys did? You know what Daenerys did? She burnt her own people. That's what women do. That's what women do. It's a hypothetical, and that was also hypothetical.
Can we
so
let
that's
Elijah
what happens
tell
when
us how
women
men are
lead.
smarter than
They
women?
burn their own
Can we let
people.
Elijah tell us how men are
go
smarter
ahead.
than women?
Go
Please
ahead.
tell us
They
how men are
get
smarter
burnt
than
by their own
women.
people like John
That
Dow.
would be really cool. I would love that.
You know what? Actually, let's go ahead, Prime and then Lav, because I don't think we've actually heard Lav really give a solid take.
I did.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah,
I,
it's been
No,
about
it was
Nick
bad,
all the time.
but
I disagree with the 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 blonde woman. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. I apologize. But
The Holy
Bro,
yeah, yeah, thank you so
we're
much.
talking about
I
hypotheticals.
disagree
We've
with that.
already done this hypothetical. She ended up banning everybody. And she ended up being hated. Fuck Daenerys.
I'll have to take your word for it. Let's say that they did are more likely to go to war. Why were they doing that? Was it to secure their power? Was it because their power was always being challenged by men? So like to prove themselves they were going to war? That might be a thing. I actually don't know. I'm just putting
Just
that out
defer
there.
to history.
I think
Defer to the
we
books.
can't necessarily draw perfect conclusions from history if we're doing
Game of
something that's
Thrones is a
unprecedented
historical
and like changing the world, making it all like female leaders. So yeah.
It's an alternate reality, just like what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
no, I
so
totally get what
it
you're
counts.
saying. Like in
counts.
each culture, it's different. Like women, it just depends on the gender norms within that country in which the queen was ruling. But and overall, as an overarching theme,
Nina,
like women want.
Nina, I'm sorry for kicking you,
because
Nina.
in marriage alliances, they had more to
Too many
gain
people, dude.
ultimately than men, no matter the situation.
And
There
I
was
want the
always
real
something
Nina.
more
I
for a
don't
woman to
want,
gain during those periods.
you know, I don't want a
we
mini
got
Nina.
final
I want
remarks.
you,
Go ahead,
Nina.
Lavloon. Make your final remark, and then maybe Introverb because she hasn't said
I
a whole
want
lot
3
this
drinks,
round.
Nina. That's the
think
Nina.
I really believe in equality. I really believe in diversity in government and stuff. So obviously everyone gets represented equally. And I really think that I think that there should be black and brown, male and female, all up in there. I think that everyone should be represented. And yeah, I don't think that there should be one of anything, even though I believe that men are ontologically stupid.
Even if they're more qualified.
Thank
I'm
you,
just
Lav.
kidding.
All right,
I'm just kidding.
Introvert, go ahead.
I don't think
So
that
you
anyone-
pick your
I
doctors
don't-
by
I-
color,
Guys,
sexuality,
we're
and
running out
race.
of time. Running out of time.
I don't think that anybody said that there has to be all
I see.
men and all women leaders. That's just
think that was the question.
That was the whole
It
the
was
question.
yeah.
No,
The
bro, I
question
shouldn't
was
have kicked
obviously
Nina. I
more
should have kicked
hypothetical,
Lav.
look differently, right?
Actually,
So go ahead,
she
Introvert.
couldn't be chosen. So.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously, the world would look really, really different. I don't think it'd be any better or any worse. I agree with Lav in regards to like having basically having different types of like representation and diversity. I think we all agree as humanity that we
No,
should head in
bro.
that direction.
I want my doctors to be the best doctors. I don't give a fuck if they're women.
right.
If they're
Yeah.
20-year-old,
Yeah,
if they're
but Bullet,
60-year-old, I don't give a
Bullet,
fuck.
go ahead
I
and
I don't give a fuck if
I
they're
don't
black, the
understand the
Mexican,
whole like
white,
men are
blue,
not
if they're gay,
like,
bi,
different than women
trans.
in intelligence,
I don't care.
especially not stupider or whatever ontologically.
I don't care. I want my
know what
doctors
that
to be
has
the
do with
best
anything.
doctors. I
They're
don't give
not.
a fuck
I
about
don't
their
think that there's
sexuality,
really,
color, anything. I don't give a
like
fuck if
somebody
they're
was saying, obviously
Republican,
we
liberal.
need
I don't
both.
care.
We need
Are they
everybody
good
to
at
be
the fucking
represented. I
operation?
agree
Yeah,
with that,
okay.
if they're suited
Go
for the
ahead.
position. If a woman's
So
suited
like,
for the position, okay.
I need a,
I mean,
I need
like,
a whole
I don't think
diverse
that it's
cast of
an
doctors.
interesting hypothetical to say, what if all women leaders, we don't know. And I don't think that that would be good for anybody. I think that there definitely needs to be a mixture in the world. There needs to be balance. That's it. Yeah.
All right. That
that's-
concludes the round. That concludes
Oh,
the
wait,
round.
Can I just say something? Can I just say something really quickly?
All right,
So-
Elijah, real quick, 15 seconds, and
What
then
about
Latina, 15 seconds.
Imagine.
I didn't get a
women
closing statement.
Leading from the beginning.
Imagine
from Adam and Eve. Eve tried
Imagine
to lead
complaining.
Adam after she got deceived by the fucking serpent. Okay.
Imagine complaining about
She
not being
bit the
able to
apple
let your
and she
fucking
led
point out.
Adam to bite the apple.
You gotta be strong.
Thank
These
you.
people will be
well,
shit
I-
leaders.
Latina, go ahead.
Let me go. Let me go.
I want to say that I think that certain people are
Cringe.
going around the question. Like, I think it's just common sense that it would be great if we had more diversity and different sexes and different races of positions, but that's not the fucking question. The question is, hypothetically, what if all leaders were women? I think that a lot of people are just saying stuff so they can go around the question and act smart, but that's
Yeah,
not the
so why don't
question.
we hypothetically look into
All right,
hypothetical
all right,
books
all
like
right.
Game of Thrones?
Hypothetical can
Can
be
I-
saved for the
can I
next
give a
round.
closing statement?
No, I got a closing
A
statement.
historical
the whole
book.
time I
God
gave
didn't
my
make us
statement,
look
never
like
said
the
anything
look.
else.
Lesson did.
All right, start. All right, I Dunkel, 15 seconds, go.
Okay, truth is, if all women ran the country, it would fucking suck. If all men and only men ran the country, it would fucking suck. Okay? You don't want all of anything because it's just a fucking hive mentality. You want contradicting fucking brains running shit. If all women ran the country, we all would be playing Viva Pinata till fucking 3 a.m. every single night. It'd be ridiculous. So no, we don't fucking want
What's
that.
Viva Pinata?
He's too
Exactly.
fucking
All
big.
right,
Is that your
all right.
favorite kid game?
All right, hold on one sec. So, Isha boy, who do you choose?
Bro, what's
You
wrong
choose
with
two winners once again.
Latinos,
They're
bro? We can't play
saved
Viva
from
Pinata
the
all of a
pool.
sudden?
The rest will go to
Is
votes,
that racially
and it will
challenged,
conclude
Donkey?
this round. So, Isha boy, who are you choosing? Who do you think did the best this round? No bias whatsoever, hopefully. Just choose who
No
you think did the
bias.
best. No bias.
I'm choosing Prime. I think he did fantastic, and I think
Prime?
that Latina swayed me at the end there.
And while
So,
Latina, Prime and while Latina avoiding chat votes. And so that means
This
only
motherfucker's trying to vote me out.
And
It's
Mini,
fine.
Lavloon, Elijah, Idunkel, and Rez.
It's fine. I will not
Going to the
lose.
polls, starting the poll
I will
right
not
now.
lose.
Right now, you're going to get 2 votes this time. Only 2. Starting the poll
This
now.
motherfucker.
Vote to keep.
Twitch.tv/Gigadatum.
I vote to kick
not
Isha.
kick. You go to
Four.
Twitch.tv/Gigadatum. You will see
4.
the streamers.
I'm 4.
with their
Actually,
numbers
vote for
set.
whoever
Seven.
you
Everybody
guys
left.
want.
in your brain.
Well, I know it's gonna be me
One.
because you're watching my stream, not
Phoenix
Dunkel's
Bullet
stream.
is 2.
So, if I see
We
one of you
have
motherfuckers
Introvert
type
at
for
3,
Dunkel, bro,
Mini at 4,
I'm banning
Lavloon
people.
at
I'm not.
5, Elijah 6,
Vote for
Idunkel
whoever
7,
entertained you the
Rez
most
is 8.
or had the best point.
Once
Whatever
again,
you
get
wanna.
2 votes. So vote for your favorite 2 streamers.
Whatever you want it to be.
Keep on the show, not kick. All right, starting 3 minutes now.
I am
timer has
for.
begun.
Just
At
so
the
you
end of
know.
that 3-minute timer, I will
That's
end
the fucking stream
vote,
that you need to
and
go
we'll
into.
see who is going home. That is such a hypothetical question, but it is kind of an interesting question, you know, trying to like ask, like, what would the world look like?
It's a hard question to answer because I don't think anybody can actually answer that.
I think the
fairly,
Holy
but I
Quail
think
was
that everybody
down
would
in a lot of
probably agree
points last
that it would
last
really suck if
elimination,
there was, like, all
and
one
Datum
contender
said, no,
running
we'll just do 2
everything.
instead of 3.
Well, I think everybody would agree that it would look different, and so I guess how different it would look or why it is different is
There was
what
a little
makes
bit of
it
mind gaming.
kind of interesting.
Go with the haste, chat.
Yeah, I just think that this also
Four
kind of like
dot and then
belays the point
4
that
and then
whenever
4
we're making
dot and then
such
4.
medieval times, right? A lot of times queens did have a lot of power over the courts to begin with. Like they were going ahead and working right alongside a king. It was actually
You guys,
more
yeah. I noticed that. I didn't want to say anything. She was on like the bottom 4. And he was like, yeah, listen, this time we're going to do it a little different. I see you, Datum.
What causes war is when you make a stratification of cultures against one another. We see this with the brimming tensions at both the Indian-Chinese border as well as the Indian-Pakistani border, the movements that we're starting to see in northeastern Africa, as well as a lot of other places in the world where there is these caste stratified systems. That's what causes war. It isn't men or women. It is just stratification of systems that don't allow for the common folk who are the ones that are sent into the meat grinder.
1 minute,
Rez,
20 seconds.
you're right.
Twitch.tv/GigaDatum to make your votes.
Can a man marry a McDonald's worker? Does he care about the caste, the social status? I don't think so. But does a woman? Yes. So women would actually be way worse. Oof. Oof. Good point, Rezi. You're right. You're right. Women would be worse.
I'm so confused.
Oh my
It's just
fucking
so
god.
hard to put
Eliminated.
all genders into one box, all men into one box, and all women into one box.
Eliminated
because
and destroyed.
I've seen women, like, 5
Holy
women
fuck.
fight, like fist fight over
Holy
a single
fuck.
man, you know, and then you have ones like
Eliminated and destroyed.
Friday, who
I'm
is
too
it
strong.
that's
I'm too strong.
Friday,
was
who
me.
is it
That
that's
was me,
fighting?
Quail.
I'm too powerful.
Over a fucking toaster, right? Like these chicks are going wild.
Yeah, if I was in this
It's
debate,
all
my
women.
answer to the question would have been, well, if all of them are trans women, then I think things would be awesome.
Oh my god.
Have you seen
Oh my god! Oh my god! Mega lefty! Mega lefty!
I shall make no comment.
Oh my
Things
god!
would
You're
be
so
wonderful.
woke, Isha. Jesus Christ!
Thank
Quail,
you.
you said
I
something
try.
about
I try.
like masculine energies,
Good
right?
one.
Like with ego. I don't know, like I don't know if that actually means anything, right? Like what we assign as masculine and feminine is just like arbitrary, right?
Oh my god!
No,
Gender
it's not.
abolition
No, it's
king.
not. That's so ridiculous.
Gender
That's such a bad
abolition
take.
king.
Stop.
Fuck. If
So
you put
there's,
me
like,
and you in a
thousands of
room and
females.
somebody breaks in,
all
I'm
right.
protecting
Time
you,
is
Prime.
Up. Finish
That's masculine.
The poll.
Yeah.
The poll has ended.
That makes him a woman.
Idunkel wins the round with 34 votes, 17%.
Flex. Yeah.
17%. Now,
Flex one more time. There we go.
the bottom
Good one,
Some
Donkey.
good stuff
is
there.
intro verb.
Have you
And
ever gotten
intro
voted out this
verb
round?
actually has to get going. So we're not going to have Idunkel decide between the bottom two. We're just going to say goodbye to intro verb. So once again, go ahead and shout yourself out, intro verb. Thank you
Who
so
was
much
the
for
other
being this
bottom?
professional. The other bottom, so it would have been Elijah.
Well,
Elijah, and then I believe.
Oh my gosh. You know, Elijah, you dodged a bullet.
Yo, who's the bottom? Who's the bottom
Yeah,
here?
bro, my bad, bro. I don't have
I
to
thought we were
do it, bro.
eliminating two.
My bad.
All right, guys.
Who's
let
the bottom?
Intro verb, thank you. She was very professional, and we love that, guys. We love that. Obviously, we do like a little bit of chaos to try and keep it somewhat
my
entertaining, but
fucking
also
God.
we do want to be professional and
Who's the
have good
fucking bottom?
debates. Thank you for finding that good balance, intro verb.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you guys so much for having me. It was great to any of you who I haven't met. It was awesome meeting you guys. Look forward to seeing you all in the future. And yeah, twitch.tv/introverb. I'm gonna start streaming Pokemon again soon. So
Take care, intro. Oh,
have a great day.
Nice
Bye.
meeting you. Have a good
Bye.
take
one.
care.
you.
Take care of
Bye.
yourself.
Nice meeting you.
Good to see you.
I'm in love with her. I'm in love with her.
You should have told her when
She's
she was
actually-
here.
actually
Twitch-
really cool.
But
Vlad, is
she's-
there anyone on Twitch that you're not in love with? What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, me and
This is
Guno broke up.
ridiculous.
So
If they have any amount of
All
viewers,
right.
she's in love with them.
He's
She
not in
actually
love with
hates
other
me, bro.
women.
She actually hates me.
If they
bro.
have any amount
You
of
haven't
viewers, she
noticed.
loves them.
She hates me, bro.
All right, 18 minute round now.
Oh my fucking god!
I believe this is round 4, correct?
Oh my
Do you have a
fucking
problem with
god!
me loving Isha? What, do you want me all to yourself? Are you getting jealous?
I thought we were special.
Are you guys ready for the next question?
We are.
Okay, next
Yeah, and
question.
she ignored the comment
4.
because it was too powerful.
2 people require regulation and intervention by the government to keep them safe and healthy in their daily lives. Or should we allow people to make their own choices that may possibly result in harm or death? Once again, the question: do people require regulation and intervention by the government to keep them safe and healthy in their daily lives, or should we allow people to make their own choices that may possibly result in harm
Wait,
or
the federal
death?
government?
A good example: the federal government or the local
Fuck
government.
no.
Yo, let
And
BX go first on this.
example, a good example of that. A good example would be, in some states it's mandated that you have to wear a helmet on motorcycles. In other states, it is not. So that is a one example, but this is obviously a broad
There's
topic.
a billion examples.
We're gonna go ahead. Obviously, tell you what, we'll go ahead and start with Bullet because she's very anxious to jump the gun here. Timer
Hold on.
begins now.
Let me.
Go ahead,
I mean,
Bullet.
you can look at this however you
milk
want, right? But like,
poisoning.
helmets, that's like something
Melamine,
that's
I
kind of
think it
more
is.
minor.
What
But
is
if
it?
you're looking at like gun control, for example, right? They want, they're
Was it
always using
melamine?
suicide.
Yeah,
Or,
they use
you're much
melamine
more
to
likely
fake
commit
the
suicide or whatever. So
the
they're
protein
determining
intake.
that
Well,
I'm
the
not
protein,
safe, to be, they're determining my
amount.
safety. No, I don't think that the government needs more power. The government has been abusing their power for decades, and that's how we got to where we are right now. They have way too much power, way too much authority. There's no excuse for giving the government any extra authority. In fact, we need to take authority away from the government, a lot of it. We need to abolish all of the 3-letter organizations that are out there abusing all of their power and responsible for all of the shit that's happening right now out there.
Go ahead, Prime.
Yeah, so I tend to be like a civil libertarian on this. I think that people should have more freedom to do whatever the fuck they want with their own bodies. However, I think those regulations are more useful for what other people will do to you, right? So disagreeing with BX Bullet here, I think we need those 3-letter organizations to keep our waters from being poisoned, right? Because other people, to make a buck, they will poison your waters. They will dump
Well, the government would never do anything to hurt us.
Because hold on,
No.
let me finish, please. They will dump chemicals into the water system because it's just a little bit cheaper than disposing them properly. That's what we need the regulations for. But if someone wants to actually hurt themselves, right? Well, then that's actually their own body.
That's not what we're talking. We're not talking about regulatory agencies here. We're not talking about like murder should be illegal.
No, we are.
Organizations, like
Those are regulatory agencies.
Go ahead.
Like
Let's go to Lav Loon. Let's go to Lav Loon.
Oh, you really want to hear what I have to say? Yeah, I agree with Prime
really.
and like Dunkel, you're negging me and it's not working. It's not working. I'm getting the ick. I like it when you're nice to me. But no, yeah, I believe with Prime, I really think that I mean, I really believe in personal liberty, obviously, but there are some things that are obviously like I think it's case by case. Obviously, with something with like having like assault weapons, like
Well, only when you agree with it, you think they should have more power, right? Right.
It's
Only
not
when
what-
it benefits you. When it's something that
no, when it
benefits
not
somebody
just
else,
me.
you don't care.
No,
right?
I've never been in a school
Okay.
shooting. I've
Oh,
never
okay.
been in a school
Most
shooting.
people have it. The
Sure.
vast majority, 99.9999%.
Sure. So do we just care about the people who? So would you just not care about all the kids that got shot?
I
at, like,
care
Sandy Hook
greatly.
or
In fact,
Uvalde?
I would say that I care more than you because I dedicate all of my time to researching mass shootings and uncovering the actual motive of the shooters. If you're ever curious what they're hiding from you, you can find
know
out on my YouTube
it's-
channel,
it's
BX Bullet
not-
TV.
God, I love women. I love women so much.
Love the sarcasm.
What are you
of
doing besides
loving
complaining
women.
on Twitch about it? Just I'm curious.
And then going after
I know, like
people's
if you're
looks.
saying that
Let's let Lav wrap up her
Very
point.
funny.
God, oh my God, this is.
I mean,
guys,
like,
this
being
is
valid
being
anyways.
created.
But Bullet, let's go ahead and
as
let
much
Lav wrap
as,
up.
as much as I love all this attention, guys, ladies, there's enough me to go around. There's enough me to go around
Because no one wants it.
That's hilarious. I
No,
dare you
Oh
to
my God! I just got that
I dare you
one.
to come on
Holy
stream
fuck!
wearing
Got
the shirt.
roasted.
I'll be nice.
I dare you to come on stream wearing a
I've
shirt. See how many
done-
people listen to you.
I've done
I
Twitter
love it.
streams and I get 300 viewers.
Go ahead,
Thank you
Lav.
so
Go ahead,
much.
Lav. Go ahead, Valentina.
I've gotten 300 viewers wearing full-on sweatshirts for my
You got
streams. But
destroyed.
anyways, thanks for sexualizing, objectifying me as a point. So
Wow, Latina, stay focused.
See, this is what happens when women become leaders. You
Was I
see
even?
this?
I wasn't even allowed. I wasn't even allowed.
Can
You
we
let the
mute
hate
see
her?
brigade.
this?
Can we mute her, please? Because I
Dude,
Guys,
and
can
you
we
let
let
the
the
you let
Latina
the
talk, please?
Thank you.
No.
So my point, I think that the government should have regulations for certain things. The main thing being, if somebody's point is like, oh, let people be, you know, quote unquote, like suicidal, like I think that the government having regulations, it kind of promotes and draws more attention and focus because they can promote services that can help you with those thoughts instead of putting other people in danger. And that's what you're doing if you don't have regulations. If you're not wearing seatbelts, you're putting yourself and other people in your car in danger if there's no regulations that are going to keep them on track. So yes, if it's selfish and they want to do something for themselves, I think that you should put like regulations. I think that's a really good point. And if
Go-
you want to off yourself, I guess, unfortunately, by them having regulations, they have charities and the government runs services that can point you towards that direction.
So
Oh God,
because the
I
women
hope
have
you
been
only.
so,
If
I'm gonna
only.
flip this. I'm gonna flip this because the women have been so vocal on this topic. Might I remind you that many of you are probably pro-abortion or pro-choice, right? And my body, my choice. That argument goes out the window, apparently, from what you're saying.
what?
No.
Can I make another
What do you,
argument
wait?
too?
What are you talking
Can
about?
I go after?
No, because I
after
said
everyone
I
else?
said
go.
certain
I'll go last.
regulations,
I'll go
regulations
last.
that
You got a
affect
good
other
point.
people. That's my point. Certain regulations, such as in the
Well,
example of the
an
question,
We're
such
abortion
never
would
going
as
to get anywhere with
affect
the
seatbelt
another
abortion
driving,
debate
person.
here. We're never
such
going to
as
get anywhere.
Let's
seatbelt
go.
driving, and not other people that are conscious that are having the lives and that are bringing the lives. That is their decision. The
Well,
baby,
you're
the
aborting a
baby,
Okay, we're
person.
not. Oh my
Rez,
God, please
Rez-
don't let this go
literally
into
a
abortion.
pee.
I will flame
Rez,
you.
not gonna
Rez,
be
Okay,
like
Rez,
so
Rez, go ahead, Rez.
so here's the thing: without regulation, there would be a lot more pedophiles.
No, the pedophiles
Yes,
are up above.
absolutely. Yeah,
No.
absolutely. Because we have lived in a country that didn't actually have laws on the books about this. Pedophilia was way more rampant.
We're not talking about
in the
laws.
old
We're talking
ages.
about.
Yeah,
How are they
We're
going to
talking
regulate
about
pedophilia
regulation.
already?
We're
We
talking
are
about
talking about regulating people. People make bad decisions that
That's
affect
not. We're
other
not. We're
people
talking about
that
laws.
are then,
We're not talking about that.
but then those go ahead
about them.
and end up going back into it. Because yeah, you do need to go ahead and tell some people that they can't do certain things, like you can't
Hurt
murder
other people. Yeah, no,
right?
that's not what we're talking about.
Okay,
That's a
but this
that's a,
is the
like a
thing.
really
This
dumbed
is
down
the same.
argument.
Yeah, it's a dumbed down argument because I gotta dumb down my fucking arguments.
Let me give you guys another example. All right, so in Canada they just enacted the sugar tax, and we have a sugar tax here in Seattle and I believe San Francisco, where they tax sugary beverages to try and persuade people not to buy them. All right, so that would be an example of for the government taking control or taking action to try and prevent people in the course of maintaining or allowing citizens to become healthier.
Or a
That
cigarette
is
tax.
more the topic.
Yeah, but here's the thing:
Or the
is
cigarette
because of the
tax.
fact that we are literally forced as a country due to 1983, when Ronald Reagan passed. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, 1983. In 1983, when Ronald Reagan passed a law to go ahead and make sure that all the people that are out there can go ahead and get health care regardless of their ability to pay, their race, their orientation, or anything like that. In 1983, that means that we are all responsible for everyone and everything that they do. So we have to go ahead and say, maybe I don't want to have to pay for somebody doing something stupid.
All right, thanks, Rez. All right, Dunkel, you haven't talked yet. Go ahead, Dunkel.
All right, what everybody is failing, and I actually thought that more people would bring this up. What everybody is failing to talk about is government needs just about zero control over the people. It needs to be more on a state level, on more of your local level, because locally you can make rules understanding your local population. The people in Pennsylvania, where I live, are vastly different than the motherfuckers living in California, like let's say LA. So you cannot make an overall umbrella rule for an entire country when each, like Arkansas is not the same as New York City. They're not going to have the same rules. You need to do something more on a local level. And when it comes to rules, it should only be blatant rules. Like, obviously, you want speed limits because you don't want a fucking guy speeding down the street and killing a fucking pregnant woman. But you, like, it's obvious. That's very obvious. That's something that's going to happen all the time. But we do not want, we want to have the bare minimum of rules and a society as free as possible. when
But
it's all trial and error.
But Dunkel,
Is it
here was
pregnant
the
woman
point.
because of the
Rez, you're taking over, my man. Taking over a little too much. We still got to get to other people. Holy Quail, go ahead, Holy Quail. I want to hear from Holy Quail.
Off and I cut off.
Okay, well, just to
Dunkel said
hold on.
pregnant woman
Let
because
I
the only
Dunkel
thing
then
he
wrap
cares
up.
about
15
is the
seconds, I
fucking
Dunkel, then Holy Quail.
The
Oh,
Autobahn
not
is like
the
the safest
woman.
like, road.
Is that why you didn't just say a woman or a guy or a
That's
kid?
because not many people travel on it. They don't travel there on it every day to go to work. The idea is that we want as least amount of rules as possible, but we have to make sure that there are enough rules so that people don't do stupid things, because there are stupid people. But rules in general, control makes people want to break rules, and it also makes people feel fucking stifled down, and it's bad. It's bad for a free country, it's bad for good mental health, and it's bad for all of us. We should not want any more rules added to what we have already.
But even further, but wait, as a Pennsylvanian, I want to respond.
Rez, Holy Quail, go ahead.
Okay.
I
Just,
love you,
just
Rez,
to
but
backtrack to the original
gotta get to
question a little
everybody.
bit, just to like, clarify things. For instance, like pedophilia, which was brought up earlier, it's a crime, not a regulation. And the original question was about regulations. And
Yes,
so
that's
when it comes
exactly.
to
Thank
yeah,
you.
there you go. Yeah, so when it comes to the government in terms of mandates and regulations, that is not its role. Any government entity was never made to mandate anything. Take for instance the CDC. The CDC was never designed to create mandates. It was designed to inform the public, and that is what it should be made for. And then by informing the public of certain unbiased scientific information, we as smart individuals, smart citizens, can then make the decisions for ourselves of how we want to proceed. But mandates and regulations aren't meant to be within the government sphere.
So I
No,
think
the CDC was formed with enforcement.
Yeah, like the EPA enforcement, like to keep waters clean, to keep the air clean. Like we actually do create government agencies to do just that.
Exactly.
Yes,
that.
there are.
Minnie, go ahead, Minnie.
Yeah, the regulatory bodies.
I think we
Yeah,
all
like,
agree.
what
I
we
think
were
we all
talking about
actually
is
have a
how
very
we
similar
engage
position on this, right? We all have a very similar position about this. Let me do whatever the fuck I want to do with my own body. Hold on. Let's try to, we live in a fucking society. Let's try to not fuck other people over. But what Prime Kai said is very true. People will try to poison your water. They will try to poison your milk. They will try to poison your meat, right? And we can't fucking test for those things at home. It's impossible. So we need regulatory bodies to do that thing for us, right? That's the only thing they need to do. They shouldn't be overstepping. The issue is they always fucking want to overstep. That's the fucking issue.
Well,
We live in a society.
Yeah,
Let's-
can you restate the question one more time?
Only individuals.
No, never mind.
I'll repeat the question one more time. All right. So, do people require regulation and intervention by the government to keep them safe and healthy
Yes.
in their daily
Yes.
lives?
Yes.
Let's go to Elijah. I don't believe you heard from Elijah quite yet. So, Elijah, go ahead, my man.
Bro, we need safe water. People will literally fuck you over with milk. They will add melamine into the milk,
Okay,
which
we'll
is
get to you after.
poisonous.
We'll get to you.
Why? Because, look, it has the same amount of nitrogen.
Elijah, you
so
waste-
actually, it
Elijah,
has a
you
high
waste-
grade
you
of
waste so much
protein.
of your
That's what they
time,
do.
Like,
And you can't really
referring to
test
other people's
for that
comments.
easily at home.
You just complain that you don't
So
have
we got
enough time to
regulatory
talk,
bodies
Elijah.
that
That's your
fucking
entire
cover that.
problem.
Conservative.
They need to make sure that your food is actual,
My
your real
grandmother used to
food.
tell me stories about a time when
Because you
everyone's
can't
father
tell. You by looking at it, you can't
kept
tell.
balance between the parties. But all of that changed when the globalists attacked. Okay? Only Trump followed God. And when the world needed Trump the most, when we needed him the most, guess what?
He got muted. He literally got muted.
A few years ago, we got a new president.
Can you just spit the fuck
His
out,
name
dude?
is
15
Joe
seconds.
Biden.
Jesus.
Joe
2 years.
Biden.
2
He
years.
sniffs kids. He gets his leg hairs rubbed on.
This is actually
Okay.
invalid
All right.
to the question.
All right.
It's
Go ahead. Go
wasting
ahead,
time.
Bullet. Go ahead, Bullet.
He's a retard.
Okay. Yeah. So to Dunkel's point, I mean,
I love
I'd
Eli,
rather
bro.
the state have the
Oh
authority
my God.
over the federal government, but at the same time, I don't trust those fucks either. What we really need is absolute transparency. We need transparency to the people. We need transparency to where tax going, transparency to where the
somewhat.
money's going. They need to publish that shit. They need to release all the body cam photos. The people need all of the information. We need it all. And that's what everybody should be advocating for right now. because the fact that they are hiding so much from us constantly is what's making everybody so divided. If you could actually see what was going on 100%, we'd all be on the same team. But it's because you're selecting what you want to believe based on who you're listening to, right? Because you don't have the facts in front of you. You have to rely on somebody else to give them to you. Because we don't have that transparency.
hold on.
If we had that transparency,
I'm so
we
glad that we all
realize
have
that we
the
are
exact
all
same
have
moral
the same
basis.
enemy, and that is not each other.
You need a small amount of secrecy.
Let's go to Wild Latina. Let's go to Wild Latina.
Otherwise, your enemies would know exactly what you're doing.
Going back to the original question, yes, I do believe that a lot of things should be done by the government. They should.
That's so retarded. You can't go full transparent. Otherwise, your enemies would know exactly what you're doing. Hey, listen, guys, we're gonna attack them in this spot, and in that spot, and then that other spot. It's fucking retarded. You can't do full transparency. No, transparency with the things that the people need to know. Yeah, sure.
Yes, and there's.
You can't do full transparency. It's such a retarded take.
Regulations as literally putting seatbelts on, or else you're gonna fucking probably crash, and maybe follow the rules, and those are the regulations. It's a very common point to end question, and the answer is yes.
But Latina, do you think if nobody told you to do anything for the rest of your life, do you think you would keep yourself pretty safe?
I think that yes, there's a learning curve. There's a learning curve. You fall maybe, and you're like, oh, maybe I won't fall next time. Yes, but that's why there's regulations in case.
So if there are no regulations, all we do is we bruise our knee, and then we learn, and we become stronger instead of being weak, hand-fed Americans that live off of fucking
corn-fed.
Government. We get our money from the government. We get our rules from the government. We get our pamphlets on when to get vaxxed from the government. We get everything from the government, and we never actually make our own decisions.
Okay, or you literally let companies poison you. Like this is like here's the thing, Dunkel. This
The
is
government will
hard.
fucking poison you.
We literally have an opioid epidemic because
Where
of
is that
companies.
coming from?
Where is it coming from? It's coming from pharmaceutical companies.
No,
BX.
it's not. It's coming
yes,
from
it
China.
fucking is. Don't be.
No, it's
fucking
not. It's
stupid.
coming from
You
China.
are being
Watch my deep
oblique.
dive.
You are being.
You
Watch
have
my
no idea
deep
what you're
dive.
talking about.
Go on YouTube. I'm followed by Alex
Go on
Jones, dude. You
YouTube.
got it. That's fucking fine. I don't give a shit. You're not arguing points. You're just saying, go check out my YouTube. I'm right,
I can
guys.
talk,
You
but
can't
you're
disagree with
screaming
me.
at me.
You can't
Look.
disagree with me
You're wrong.
because I've
You're
already had so
wrong.
much time to
You're
talk, and
saying
I'm
something
literally
that is
trying to
not
go ahead and
true.
make a point. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep talking. I'm just
You're
gonna keep
saying
talking.
something that's
Go
not
check out my
right.
YouTube, guys. Check out my YouTube. I go over all these things. I'm
Guys, what's
right.
your YouTube?
Haha.
Get
There we
15
go.
more seconds, and then we're
There's
going
your
to
evidence.
Prime.
That's your evidentiary proof. You
I'm not
aren't
wrong.
debating.
Go to the
You are
fucking
literally
go
just
to the
saying
DEA
shit. You
website,
are
then.
just saying
You
shit,
could literally
dude.
I love Red.
You
Google
are
it.
just saying
BX
shit,
Bullet,
dude.
What is your YouTube, by
Hold
the way?
on.
I'm
Holy
what's your YouTube?
shit, dude.
Rez,
Tell 'em,
what's your
ask
Twitch
them
channel?
for you.
It's
All
Batty
right,
X
all right,
Bullet.
all right, all right, all right.
Jesus
She's
Christ.
pointing to it. She's pointing. Let's get to Prime. Let's get to Prime. He's being patient.
Okay, yeah, thanks for that. So I think we can draw different types of people are trying to get to this, right? Like basically, we're making distinctions between what type of regulations. All regulations aren't the same. So when we're talking about maybe regulating our own bodies, people are more permissive about that. What people should be able to do. But then when things that affect other people, people are more strict about that, right? You don't want people to speed and kill a person. Okay, fair enough. But when it comes to your own body, like
Look at this.
also
We're gonna
depends on
grab
what kind of
Datum's
society
attention.
you
Watch,
live.
watch.
So if we
This is
wanna
a
create
strat. This is a
society where
strat.
people are
He's gonna think it's a
informed of
spider.
things that will harm them, because not everything's actually so obvious, right? Medication doses aren't so obvious.
Yes. He's
What
right.
kind of food that you
Yes,
eat
he's
that
right.
keep you the most healthy? That's not so obvious, right? Giving people information, I think, might be a better way of doing this rather than
That is
necessarily putting it in a
extremely
punishment
valid.
type of format, which
Yeah.
would be regulations. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we
All
should
right.
have
Look,
like limitations in these regulations.
Real
so
quick,
that-
we're gonna hear from
pretty
Minnie,
obvious,
then we're gonna
bro.
hear from
Fried
Holy
chicken,
Quail,
fried
and then we're gonna end the round. So Minnie and Holy Quail.
I am
Don't
a
take
big
my gun.
I am a big fan of transparency. However, you can't go full transparency retard. Because then your enemies know exactly what you're doing, and they know exactly the information that you have, and you get
asking
fucked
for
over.
that. We're asking for where our tax dollars are
No,
going to. and
yeah,
how
your
the
tax
money
dollars
is
are going to
being used.
operations overseas. That's where your tax
Exactly.
dollars are going. But if you tell them
Then
what
we
you're
should
doing,
know.
Going to our
if you
roads
give them
and
the
our
full
towns.
fucking,
without
if you
representation. That's
if
what
you
that
tell
is.
them
Should
if
be
you
going
tell them
to
we're
our
spending
military
$1
so we
billion
can
on
steal more
Iraq,
white.
they're gonna know they should defend Iraq.
then it
You
goes
wanna
towards
go
the
to Iran?
military.
I don't know. You know what I mean?
All
You
right,
can't go to
Minnie,
full
10 seconds
transparency. It's a
left.
fucking
Wrap up the
retarded
prime
take.
point.
Full transparency is a retarded take. It
All
is a
right,
retarded
Holy
take.
Quail, Holy Quail, Holy Quail.
Okay, so
You need
I love this conversation 'cause you all got me
95%, but
thinking.
you can't have full.
I do agree that
Full is
there are certain
stupid.
regulations and mandates that we do need.
Full is
You
so
know, like the ones that was
stupid.
mentioned earlier,
That's how you
like to keep our
lose your
waters
power
clean
in the
and,
fucking
and
world.
our society healthy.
These
for
people would be
instance.
terrible leaders.
But all those mandates are based on scientific.
But you
facts.
also can't fucking hide everything from your
The ones that
people.
I think shouldn't be instigated by the government.
And
are
you
the
don't
ones
want to
that are
hide from your people. The
biased,
thing is
or the
if
ones
you
that aren't based on science.
if you
that,
conceal
like,
information from your
because in
people, you
recent
also
years, we've
conceal
been
it from the enemy.
subjugated to
If you
biased
tell your people,
mandates
the
and
enemy
regulations.
knows
So,
exactly what's going on.
ultimately,
That's
what
the
it comes
issue.
down to, I think. as
The
well.
issue aren't your people, it's the people who aren't your people. I'm gonna destroy
that
your
concludes
people.
the round. I believe
Saying we should be
4
fully
left,
transparent
only
is so
5.
stupid.
Going for chugging along here. Is your boy, my man, who do you think won the round? Go ahead and pick 2 more.
The budget, like,
that you were going to
you know
save
exactly what goes into the
from
budget. You
votes.
you don't know how much goes into specialty teams and shit like that.
That does no.
Because they would know.
No, that does not work.
We
That,
can't
kill
understand
it.
you,
Kill it.
brother.
Kill it with
Like,
fire.
imagine
Kill
if
it
you
with
spent
fire.
no money,
But,
right,
okay,
in
the two
India,
most
and then you spend a
amazing
bunch of
arguments,
money in
my
India.
opinion,
Any
are,
type of like terrorist
Mini,
organization that lives in India is gonna move
and
away.
I am going to go with Lavender Loon. I think
They're
that
gonna
they
be
have the
like,
best
oh
arguments.
shit, they're coming for us. Why else would they be coming
BX,
here?
you had the best
They're
argument. Fuck
spending a
this guy.
shit ton of money here.
What
Let's
was her
move.
take even? She barely even
Why don't
talked.
we just suck each other's quacks more?
Was her
All right.
take that women
Hey.
What about my take,
It's
guys?
so dumb.
Listen.
That's my
You
opinion.
need some
I'm-
amount
I'm
of
come-
secrecy,
I'm
not
here
for your
an opinion,
people,
dude.
but to defend your
You
people.
guys are
There we
able
go.
to have
So,
yours now.
The question is, what's the line?
Before we
Where is the
continue,
line? Because there's always a line.
Because I have a feeling
Right?
that this
Because
is
if you
gonna
hide
take up
everything, you
so
steal
much
from
of the
them.
fucking stream, and it will in the future also. The Wild Latina, beautiful name. If your parents named you that, if that's your given name.
Obviously not.
Yeah, no kidding. It's not that BX
cat.
Bullet
Yeah, they
is
should, and
wearing
they should.
makeup. It's that she tried to make the argument.
That's not the
about, like,
argument I
so
made. You didn't
now-
fucking
Oh my God,
know
just
your
let her
argument.
finish!
You started
Explain
screaming
your
about
argument.
you.
all right.
You're putting
Boys.
down
Okay,
my
I gotta go,
username.
dude. Like,
So
Boys,
it
I love
wasn't.
you
It
all.
had little to do with that.
But you're being sarcastic about
My
my
argument
username
had
now.
nothing
Why
to do
can't you
with
just
me
make a
wearing makeup.
point without putting a
All right.
Look at Datum.
All right. Whoa. Look, guys, ladies. This. All right.
The boys are all friends.
Pull us up twitch.tv/GigaTatum. All right, to go make
Dude, the
your
boys
vote.
are all
You get
friends
2
of each other, and
votes.
the girls are
2 votes, my friends, for who you want to keep, not kick. Keep, not kick.
Oh my
All
god.
right, keep, not kick.
Let's see.
Vote 6 and you're a Giga Chad.
Lavloon,
By the
if
way,
it's
let me
so
just-
good, like,
So,
I noticed.
number 1, Holy Quail. Number 2, Bullet. BX Bullet. Number 3, Elijah. Number 4, The Wild Latina. Number 5 is
Boom.
Prime. Number
Right there.
6,
Is that it?
Purple. Number
Am
7
I
is
dumb?
Rez. Go make your vote now
Hold on.
in
6.
chat. Twitch.tv/GigaDam. To make your vote, all you have to do is put the number.
Vote for
hit
whoever
enter
was best for you.
with
Oh
the
wait,
stream that
I'm
you want
safe.
to keep,
Oh,
not
okay, yeah. Vote
kick.
for whoever was best for you.
Not
That's the same
kick.
thing.
All right, I will
Bullet.
unmute the ladies now.
Bullet.
I know. Feisty.
Tiny
Today,
eyes.
I love
Bullet,
it.
I just wanted to say, you,
No,
you had.
I
you
will
had
kick
me.
whoever was
You
worse.
had me.
I will kick
in
whoever
this
was
link
worse.
right here.
Actually, I can't kick. I
How
can't
do you
kick.
know?
I don't
You
have the
had
power
me.
to kick.
No, you had me.
Because I got saved.
In your first.
I got saved.
The
I'ma
first
take a
you
piss.
said, I was like, Bullet
Hold on, boys.
immediately just gets the vote. But then when you started talking about body cams, I'm against body cameras, and I think that that's
Yeah, because
just,
he beats his
Well,
dick.
I
He doesn't
didn't
want you to
say that
watch.
we should have body cameras. I said if they have them, they should release the footage to
He
the
doesn't
public
want you to
because we
watch it.
paid
No,
for them.
I don't know. I don't think they should. No, first off, Elijah,
just
I
tell
agree
me
with
you beat your
everything
You
dick.
don't
you
think that
said.
we
You
should
beat your
release the
dick.
body? Then
Why
Elijah.
have it?
Someone mute Elijah.
Elijah,
You beat
no,
your
I don't
dick.
actually. I'm
You
actually no
don't.
fap. No
Good.
fap.
Then
No.
why have body cameras
Elijah,
then?
they shouldn't have body cameras.
Okay, well that's
We need
all I
less
was
cameras
saying is that if
inside.
they have body cameras, they should at least be releasing the footage that we're paying for, right?
No, I don't think so.
So they
No,
should just
I
keep
mean
it hidden?
they're releasing the court of law. They're releasing the court of law when it comes to it.
You're so stupid.
How the fuck are you gonna hold him accountable? What a
True.
retard.
Elijah, you were great.
Isha's
Problem
being a
is you
dumb.
just
Bro,
didn't
how the
have-
fuck are you gonna
you didn't
keep
have
broke
any
cops
of this
accountable
talk.
though?
You wouldn't
Exactly.
have.
That was
How are you gonna keep the bad apples accountable though?
Yeah,
There are
let's
bad
just
apples.
wait. Let's just wait so that we can let them stifle all of the information like they
That's
did
so
in Uvalde.
dumb.
Then
Bro,
DX
Issa,
Thriller.
I,
Yes, you're
Issa,
absolutely
I
right.
literally
So
spoke
dumb.
about the government. I spoke about the
No,
government.
but you said no. You were
1 minute
right.
left,
You
guys.
everything you
1
said was
minute
right,
left
but
to
it just
go
didn't
make
have
your
to do
votes.
with like
Twitch.tv/GigaDatum to go make your vote. Once again, all you have to do is type the number of the streamer associated to cast your vote. You get 2 votes.
What is this, bro? You need, bro. If they have a higher power, you need to hold them accountable for it.
If you don't have control,
Like,
right,
what
if you
is
give the
that
control of the
tape?
offenders, being the police, right?
What the
of
fuck?
footage, of them offending, then of course they're not going to release it. So obviously we have a third body to control that, and then we can release those things, right? A neutral third body. But we
Yes.
don't like just let the criminals have control of their own evidence.
The criminals? What do you mean? They're in jail.
No, I'm saying no. I'm agreeing with BHB. I'm agreeing with you.
What? I don't
The only way that we can release all the body cam
if people
footage
doing
is if
something wrong,
people
they can be
stop
charged
having
with it.
stupid opinions about the body cam footage. People literally see a
People have that
blatant
stupid
act
opinion.
of
All right,
fucking
all right,
crime,
all right.
and they listen to the fucking
them
person
decide.
instead of the cop.
Poll has
Release
been
the
decided.
Snyder cut. Release the Snyder cut.
Poll has been decided. 7, 8, 9.
That's the
We are
uncut
going
version,
to
though.
8 people. So this next round, we are
Oh,
going to be
bro.
eliminating 1. So in the bottom 2, we
It
have
should just
Rez
flipped completely.
and we have Elijah. The winner
God
of
damn.
the round is the Wild Latina. That means the Wild Latina
Wait, who was
gets to
bottom?
decide
Who's bottom?
who stays
Congrats.
and who goes.
Who's bottom?
Would you like
Then
the Wild
out of the
Latina to
bottom?
send? Yes. Would you like to send Elijah or Rez home for the rest of the night?
It's
Ooh.
really hard.
Please
I'm
do it.
gonna
Please do
have
it.
to. I'm gonna have to send Elijah. Get the fuck out of
Oh
here.
my god.
Your
That's a.
points are
Rez is
so
suffering.
invalid. I
I'm
don't
sorry,
want to hear
Elijah.
your music.
Make the Satanist
Goodbye.
suffer. Yes.
All
Look
right,
at
you
him.
mad,
I'm
Latino.
Look at him. He's
sorry.
suffering.
We get it.
I'm
The
not
Latino. We
sorry.
get it. We get it. You were mad at me.
Two
for
birds,
being
one
black. It's
stone,
fine.
bro.
All right, Elijah, go
Eliminated
ahead and
Eli and
shout
Rez is done.
yourself out, my man. Shout
Why is everybody
yourself out.
race baiting? It's
Congratulations.
such
That's
low
High-
tier
high
content.
potential.
exactly
It's
what I'm
good.
hearing.
It's good.
Holy
It's good.
fuck.
It's a
Let-
joke,
let-
Uncle.
Guys,
It's a joke.
guys, let him shout himself out. For
Yo,
fuck's
Latina,
sake.
you got a 2 for 1.
It's good. It's good. Elijah M_C. You know, and you'll see more of me hopefully. And it was good seeing you guys. You know.
Good to see you, Eli. Take care.
Nice talking to you. Bye.
All right, Elijah. Thank you, my man. Okay.
Stop fucking vaping. Jesus Christ.
Now me and Lab
Right?
aren't next to each other. Can we switch something up so I could be next to Lav again, please?
15-minute round. Here we go. Now, once again, guys, let's try.
These
now
people
we
don't
have
care
less
about the
people,
show,
let's
they
keep
care
it
about
more
fucking like
debatable, all right?
e-dating,
Less
bro. It's not even an e-date
attacky.
show and that's fucking thinking of
I said that
fucking
horribly,
people.
but you know what I mean, all right?
Degenerates,
That
man.
did not make any sense.
Degenerates.
people when they're talking. For the love
Yes,
of
guys,
fuck.
like
two
it's
people have been
let
talking
people
on
at
this fucking cast
least
the entire
make a fucking statement, and then like when everybody says their piece, then you guys can obviously attack each other. But
Panda stream?
if somebody hasn't spoken
I'm
the
gonna check
entire
out Panda
fucking
stream right
round,
now.
like let them
I'm
fucking
on a
say
show!
something. Jesus Christ!
I don't want to
Whoa,
fall
Rez,
asleep,
put the
bro.
dogs away.
Whenever I want to
All right,
sleep,
all
I'll
right,
check
all right.
Panda
So,
stream and then I'll fall asleep.
15 minutes
toes.
on. 2 people will be getting eliminated after this next round.
Panda
The
could
next
be
question.
here competing, but he
Red's
doesn't
the
want
type
to
of dude to
Alright.
bite his toenails.
The next
Yeah, because
question.
I'm flexible. I can suck. Never mind. Go ahead.
It's very short question. Can
Bro,
consent
I'm on a show. I don't give a
be
fuck about what Panda's
non-verbal?
doing. He's
Can
irrelevant.
consent
Yes.
The
be
people want entertainment. I'm gonna entertain them,
That
bro.
is the question.
Oh, with her brother.
15
Oh,
minutes
okay.
on the
That's
timer.
that's
Go
good
ahead,
information that you
who
just
wants to
dropped
start
that.
us off?
No, that's
Why
good
do you
information that
always
you
go
just dropped
for
that, bro.
consent?
Her brother's that nice.
Yes.
Oh, bro, she
Depends.
pulled the fast one on
That's
him.
weird.
Beautiful.
All right, let's go. Let's start with Prime. Prime, go ahead.
And then me.
AED, that was good info.
Consent, but you can correct me if I'm wrong.
I'll check
right?
it out later.
And
Hold on.
absolutely can be nonverbal. It happens all the time. People consent to things like Datum could ask me like, "Hey, do you want me to send all of my sub money to you?" And I would shake my head.
Oh, I thought that was going to go a different direction.
That's technically verbal. You're still telling him. You're giving him a sign.
When I'm shaking my head, that's not verbal.
What he's saying is
That's
is
nonverbal,
going
bro.
for the
What?
act, and the person doesn't
This is
say or
nonverbal.
do.
Shaking my head
Like
is nonverbal.
asking
in
is
a-
verbal. He's asking.
All right, let's go ahead and stick to like sexual interactions. Okay, sexual interactions.
I have
Whatever.
never
But anyway,
been in a
I
situation
think
where
so. The heart of the
consent
issue,
was
right,
given.
is that
Go ahead, Prime.
Where this comes in is that people making mistakes in sex, because that can be a big problem. Obviously, someone can get hurt, right? So it would be best. You can give consent non-verbally, but it'd be best if you ask for verbal consent, especially if you're talking about someone you don't know, right? Maybe if it's a partner that you guys are already in tune with, right? Like your wife, and you guys been having sex, like you have sex every night, and then she shakes her head, she wants to have sex tonight. Yeah, you could probably assume that she really means it. But if a brand new girl that you don't know anything about, maybe you should like take the extra step and make sure that everything's okay.
Yeah. I wanna go ahead and kind of agree with that. Can consent be nonverbal? Yes and no, but mainly whatever. Okay, yes, consent can be nonverbal. Yes, you can nod your head, whatever. You can communicate before so that you can plan it out, and then when you're actually having sex and going into it, you don't need to verbalize things because you've already planned it. But I think it is important to go over that at some point, however your communication is, because people also can't speak sometimes, you know. Some people can't
Oh, come on.
can't some people can't use their mouth. So you can do it in any nonverbal way that you can think of, but
Why
the
couldn't they
most
use their
Yeah, I
mouth,
mean, your
Latina?
mouth is
Because it was
full.
on the dick.
Not as
It was on my
bad.
dick.
Oh
That's
my
why I don't
God.
pull. It was on my.
They
It was on my
Alright,
dick.
guys, come
if they're
on.
mute. But the most important thing is communication, and communication looks like a lot of different things, and it depends on you and your partner.
Let's
Look.
go to the Holy Quail, because usually she's the last to talk. So let's go to her right now.
Okay, yes, no, I totally agree that in terms of a sexual connection, consent can be nonverbal. It can even be as simple as a head nod. It can also be in terms
Or
of what
eyebrow.
you're wearing, because I have like a whole drawer of silky, lacy things, and if I
Go on,
put
like.
that on, you know what I'm looking for, you know, like, and that is nonverbal.
No,
That's a form of communication. So it depends on how
Exactly.
you're communicating with that
that's a
person,
bad
and
argument.
that is kind of that's how I would say it, anyways.
Yeah, and also
Oh,
it's
that's a
just
great
like
argument.
even just how you reciprocate that person. If they come
Yes,
across to you sexually, do you mirror that, like their body language? That is another thing too.
But also,
exactly. But
can
if
consent be
you're
withdrawn afterwards, right? Because you can have
yes,
that lacy things on, but then at some point decide, like, I
Oh,
don't
you
want
can
to do
always
this
withdraw.
anymore.
Then you
And
yeah.
say no.
You
Let's
communicate with them the way that you communicate with them, and if it's somebody
let's
new,
move to Rez and then Lav, and then Bullocks.
Does anybody disagree?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I think we literally all agree consent can be nonverbal.
I think
We all
Lav was
saw
gonna
the
say
shape-
something else.
We all saw The Shape of Water. It was the most beautiful movie ever.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see
couldn't
that.
talk because she had gills. Okay, but she fucked that fish man, and she fucked him good.
That's true.
They
Not everyone
kissed.
can talk.
They made out. They had a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself. I cried when I watched that movie. Just like I'm.
Oh,
doing
I
right
did
now.
see that. Oh, was
It
that
was
weird
such-
fish
it-
girl?
Yeah, it's called Grinding Nemo. It's the best movie. It's like one of the best.
Russ is so good.
porn? Is that a fish porn?
Lav
it's
Loon
not fish
Lav
porn. It was
Loon,
literally
I
a
think
fish
It was
would
fish porn.
disagree. So let's hear
It's
from
not
Lav.
fish
Let's hear
porn.
from
Fish
Lav
woman.
Loon.
She was a fish woman.
Lav Loon, you're muted.
I agree. But I do think that with certain situations there should
What's
be like
that fucking
it shouldn't be like
mermaid called,
implied
bro?
consent.
What's
It
the
should be
mermaid called?
very
What's her name?
it should be like
Redhead
very
bitch?
explicit consent. So like when you're going
Mermaid.
into something that's like you know, like you're about to choke someone during sexy time, or like if you're gonna pull their hair, you should be like, is this okay? You should never assume if that's okay.
Ariel, no, but what's
because
the
yeah,
Little
that's
Mermaid,
like,
bro? That
that's
is
not
a
something that's,
weird
like,
Little
normal.
Mermaid adaptation.
I
guy
got
was
to take
like,
my turn after that.
Okay,
If I
what is a
pull your
turn? I
hair,
don't. What is a
like-
turn
Oh,
off
let-
for
let's-
you? Keeps a lot of women safe. So I actually don't give a fuck what you like. So
Okay, but you're saying something really tame, like, you know, like, oh, if like, you know, I don't know, like
it's
that's
not
just a
tame to
weird...
choke someone. You just watch too much fucking
You
porn.
you didn't say choke. You said pulling hair.
Well, she
No,
said
I said
both.
choke.
Yeah, but there's a way to
okay.
get
Well,
consent
yeah.
out
Yeah,
of that
there's a
without
way.
it actually being
There's
verbal
different-
consent. So
I think there's
obviously
two
it's a,
things. Two things. Women need to know how to give consent, but also verbally revoke consent. I
Yeah.
think we don't
Yeah,
teach
that's
women
pretty
how to have
straightforward.
strong boundaries. I think that we're like living in the place of like everyone like gets to be a victim even though like they didn't say no, which is like very strange to me. Like
Yeah,
you
I
need
agree.
to say no. You need to learn how to advocate for yourself, to not put yourself in certain positions, right? Like, don't get too drunk when you go out. Don't go out alone. Like,
But that's victim
obviously,
blaming then.
But you would
Look,
also
that's not
say
fucking
that
victim
you would-
blaming.
That is.
No,
If you're
it's
saying
not.
that women have to not go out alone and
No,
don't get
no.
too drunk,
Okay, let's
that is
say
putting
okay.
blame on
The Wild
victim
Latino.
because
The
they're
Wild
Be
Latino.
responsible for yourself.
Okay,
and you're
hold
not-
on.
you
Wild
have
Latina.
to-
Wild Latina. Let's
Oh.
say you have a Bugatti and you park in like Compton, leave it unlocked.
let's say I do.
Someone's gonna break in, right? Is that your bad?
So
Or,
you're
like,
you're victim blaming. You
No,
literally
that's
just
not
No.
said that
victim
women.
blaming
It's not
is a
victim blaming
fucking
to say
virtue
that women
Are you
don't
signal.
take
gonna
care of
let people
themselves.
debate, or are you just gonna scream like a brat? So what I'm saying
I am a
is
little brat. Do you like it when I'm a little brash?
She likes to get treated like a
Imagine being called out by the
No,
wild
she
Latina.
just. What I'm saying is that you literally implied women have to learn not to get too drunk at night and go out alone. We have to enforce the rules on the
do.
men too.
They do.
Well, yeah,
Obviously.
they already
Both
have.
We already
ways.
do.
All
Do we
right,
tell
all right,
men
all
it's
right,
okay
all
to
right.
rape?
Hold on.
It still
Guys,
happens.
can you
Listen,
quit raping us,
we're gonna
please?
go. We're gonna go.
Let's
We're gonna
go.
go to
Why not
Bullet
both?
and then Dunkel.
Yeah, why not both?
Because we haven't heard from them really yet.
I remember it from me.
Go ahead,
Well,
Bullet.
Bullet?
Oh, me? Okay, sorry,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know it was my turn. Yeah, no. So as a women's self-defense instructor, this drives me nuts because I just want women to be safe and understand that your safety is your responsibility. And we don't live in a
Guys,
magical
no.
fantasy
You
world.
know.
In reality, there are people who want to harm us specifically because we're women, and that does mean that being safe. Sometimes it is smart to go out in groups. It is smart not to go off alone and not to put yourself. And it's not victim blaming; it's victim prevention. Like we're
No,
trying
Yes.
to
I'm not
keep a
saying
victim
that.
from
I'm
becoming
not
a
saying
victim.
that. I'm just
I'm
saying
not
that
talking
that's
to
what
you,
these
Art.
people
I'm talking to
think.
She
Latina
said
because
we
it's my
need
turn
to
to talk.
learn and to compare to the car that's being unlocked. Just because I'm
No,
wearing a
but
small
what she
skirt
originally
doesn't
said,
mean that
I
it's an
agree with.
invitation.
You know that
No one
you
said
should
that.
that we should
That's
we
the
should not stigmatize
implication.
telling
it's
women
not.
to say
Yes,
no,
it is. So you're
teaching your
saying that if
daughters
a
to
Bugatti
be
is
verbal,
unlocked, then it's
teaching
an
your
implication
daughters
that
not to
people
be
can just walk
victims,
in
teaching
and
yes.
Sex
No, I don't
talk
know.
for the love
I'm
of
trying
That
to
is
talk.
literally
All right,
what
all
you're
right, all right.
saying.
We're
Okay,
gonna move to
whatever.
Nice
Minnie.
Well,
We're
don't
gonna move to
even
Minnie.
try because like I don't even
you
get
said
to
me
have
next,
a
dude.
opinion
Minnie.
about
Dunkel
this.
is next.
I
Dunkel is
love-
next,
Right, Dunkel.
please.
Look, the
All
more
right, we're
Dunkel
I
talk. Guys, can we please?
Dunkel
Like,
the
there's
Minnie.
like
I
8 of
Dunkel
us
the
here.
Minnie.
All right, I
look,
have a pretty
the
quick
mo-
and concise take on this. He said I dunkled the mini. I have a pretty quick and concise take. Look,
yeah, ladies first.
verbal consent is not necessary, and even when it comes to choking and pulling hair, you obviously do not get in bed with a girl and just grab her fucking throat and choke her and fucking like that's a shocker. But if you are making out with a girl or something and you slowly touch her neck and you slowly squeeze a little bit and she's okay, then you do a little bit more, that is still consent. She's still okay with it. Some girls might actually make you squeeze more. Some girls might just slowly be okay with it, and then oh, she's okay, maybe I'll do a little bit more until she like stops you. Then it's like, oh, okay. So that you don't need verbal consent. You just have to know how to work your way into things and stop going from 0 to 1,000. Guys will just like go to a party, pick up a girl, throw her on the bed, and rip her panties off. It's like, dude, you have to kiss and work into things.
People act like it's this black and white binary
Okay,
thing.
Minnie, it's Minnie's turn.
Look,
Let's
go ahead,
go.
Minnie.
The thing is you always have to ramp it up, right? You ramp up. You don't just jump into certain positions and stuff. And the truth is this. The more information you have of the person, the more you know the person, the less verbal you need to be. If it's completely new, you should be way more verbal, right? If you're completely new, you really should be way more verbal. Now, a point for BX Bullet. I can't tell a rapist to not rape. He's not gonna listen to me. But I can teach a girl to defend herself and not be prevent the victim. I can't really fucking change a rapist's mind. I wish I could, but it doesn't work like that. It really doesn't. I wish I could, but it doesn't
All
work.
right, go to Prime. We're gonna go to Prime and then Rez, and then we're gonna go to the Holy Quail and Wild Seas. Go Prime.
I wish I could.
Lavlin, I wouldn't accuse you of victim blaming because
And obviously you'll try.
Right? I think you're trying
but-
to get women to have more agency, right, and take more control, and which is fine, and I agree with you. However, I think you would agree that you want the partner, sexual partner, to look for signs that the person they're with is in distress.
Yes.
There's some women who have gone through some sort of trauma, and it makes it difficult for them to say
Bro, I
no
can teach.
whatever,
I actually
right?
teach
Now,
my
that
female
shouldn't be the
friends to
case. You need
fight.
To teach them how to do that.
I teach
again,
them to
but,
fucking defend
like,
themselves.
You would want a partner in that situation.
I tell everybody, hey, you should learn how to actually defend yourself. Don't be an easy fucking
I can see you're
victim.
nervous.
So I live
see
in
something's
Mexico.
up. Like, let me pull back, right?
So
Don't
I
put
don't think
yourself in a
that
shitty
those
position.
women.
Now, I'm
who
not
can't
blaming them
advocate
if
for
something
themselves should be
happens,
having
but
casual
don't
sex.
put yourself in shitty positions.
Even it doesn't even
Right?
have to just be casual sex.
Don't be in the
No, but
horrible
if you
situation.
cannot set those boundaries,
Prevention
if you
is
cannot
best.
set those boundaries, if you cannot say,
And
like,
I wish I
if
could
you're
fucking
someone
tell
who's been hurt
rapists,
in the
hey
past
man,
and
you shouldn't
like,
rape, you
freeze or
destroy
cannot set
people's
those boundaries,
lives.
you should not be having sex
They
with
don't
people.
Solid
listen.
advice.
They don't give
But
a
sex
fuck.
at all? You mean sex at all?
No,
Is it
casual.
No.
You said
Yeah,
casual.
maze,
Casual.
things
Unless
like
you
that.
trust someone and they get it, right? But you
Sure,
should not be
but
having
yeah.
just like sex with
Some
anyone.
people are just monsters, and that's the
People
truth.
have, like,
Some
traumas
people are
and
just
stuff,
going
it's
to be
like
monsters.
years after the fact. So even within
Oh my
the
god,
15
Wild
seconds,
Latino, you're like an
15 seconds.
unskippable
Can't-
cutscene.
Sorry,
So
sure.
just
Yeah.
mute me
Even
or
with
Like, you
leave.
can't turn
please,
them
let
back.
me finish my point. Even within the context of a relationship, a person could have a trauma response. So years later, that can happen, not outside of casual sex. But I think you would still want the boyfriend, right, to check in with their partner, even if they didn't say no, right?
Go ahead, Rez. Go ahead, Rez.
That's
Too
valid.
much
think
verbal
that-
is like weird, man. It's too
Yeah.
much.
Hey, can I
don't
kiss
wanna
you?
overdo it.
Hey, can I?
Can I squeeze your neck
Go ahead,
gently?
Rez,
Can
go
I
ahead.
squeeze it
Can I-
harder? Harder?
Yeah,
Harder?
that's
Like,
yeah.
That's not what I'm asking for.
Right,
Rez?
you get to talk,
said
buddy.
Rez.
I think that what we need to do.
The more you know the person, the less you need to
be
talk.
that
But you
Oklahoma
always should
is a
talk.
Sexy word, and everybody, if you don't want to fuck, just say Oklahoma. That's it. You know, I think that's a basis because we can't teach empathy. Because if we could teach empathy, we wouldn't be speaking over each other, and we would actually have a real discussion. But we don't do that because we're on Twitch.
that's because that's the point of being
Babe.
here,
I don't
isn't
fucking
it?
All right,
care.
all right. We're going
I
to the
don't
Holy
care.
Quail. The Holy Quail. I think she's
Oh,
frozen.
I think
Okay,
she's
Wild
frozen.
Latina.
That's
Wild
Bro,
exactly-
Latina.
Rezzy never misses.
That's really good.
Rezzy never
Me?
misses.
Oh, yeah, she froze at a perfect angle, right?
Yeah.
She
Never
looks like she's like
misses.
giving a glamour shot.
Okay, so
Mine's
my
always
point-
like,
Well, I think she's loading up again.
I just moved her to see if I was going to fix anything.
Okay,
All right, go
okay,
ahead, the
so-
Wild Latina.
So can consent be nonverbal? I think it's pretty straightforward. It depends on the partner, depends on how you guys communicate in the relationship. If communicating is, slipping into something sexy and getting in bed, that is, for the most part, a lot of people, connect that with sex.
The
But
less-
what if somebody just wants to make
Bro,
out,
the less
So there is
you
a
know
little bit,
about
like, if
them,
you
the
are a
more you
stranger
should
and you don't
speak.
know how they communicate with consent, how comfortable they
Just
are,
to make
it is
sure.
kind of, there's ways that you can kind of
That's the
communicate, and you
truth.
can be like, oh yeah, harder,
And you
that
you
you're
ramp
in
it
bed.
up
So
slowly.
it depends, and if
Like
you're
But that's
what
also
Uncle
like
said,
somebody
right?
that's
Like
like
you
kind of
touch 'em, you
unseasoned and doesn't know how to
touch.
have good sex. Because like
Yeah,
usually
but-
a girl's gonna coach a guy that doesn't really. But a guy
You don't
that's
just
good
go,
knows.
"Gah!"
If you're good at sex, you know how to make a girl feel comfortable while you're
Sometimes it
pleasing her. You
depends on the
know how to do
person,
those
though.
things.
But it does depend on the person, because sometimes maybe somebody's a virgin, but they're really interested in experiencing
So
it.
they have
would
to
have
they
go
have
on
to
their own
dip their
pace.
toe in.
Yeah, they have
Like
to dip
stop
their toe in.
cannonballing in
That
the
is-
water. They're
you have
literally
to-
guys are diving in when they need to dip their toe in.
and then going back
This
and then going
cast
back
has
to
proved to me
going.
that I don't think that
can I
we
speak,
can have
please?
nonverbal consent.
Going back to somebody, and I don't know who brought it up, but people who freeze in certain scenarios like that. I don't think that they should just not have sex. I just think that they should vocalize a little bit better and admit that they need a
Yeah,
little
but
bit
until
of a
they
different
can
form
learn
of
to do that.
communication for it. There's
All right,
different ways.
Holy
for the
Quail,
different
Holy
people.
Quail is disconnected. Let's get to the Holy Quail before time runs out.
It's a yes or no
Thank you
question.
so much. Sorry, I don't know why my internet just crashed on me. I had to connect to a hotspot. So yeah, I don't know where the conversation went, but yeah, like for those who don't know, as an artist, I actually collaborate with nonprofit organizations that work with rape victims and victims of human trafficking. One of my piece in the background actually relates to that subject. And while Latina, if you're worried about what you're wearing, like if you're wearing a short skirt or something like that, makes you more susceptible to predators, let's say. Actually, that is not the case. The items of clothing that women wear that they get most raped in are actually oversized T-shirts.
No,
and
I
jeans.
didn't say that. I'm
Oh,
saying
I
that.
thought you said you were worried about
No,
it.
I
Like,
was no. It was I think it was like Lav or whatever. I think she said like that if you compared it to like if you leave a Bugatti on lock, that people are gonna like go into
What
it.
she
That's what I'm
meant-
saying. So I
She
said
meant
like
that if
so
you're being
basically
drunk,
saying-
blackout
She
drunk,
meant
passed
you
out,
shouldn't
you're
get
gonna
blackout
go
drunk
bad.
when you don't know anybody.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. But
Why
yeah,
don't you
I
let the
agree.
person?
let-
Why
let-
don't you
let
literally
Holy
let the
Quail-
person who said the thing clarify their statement rather
Well,
than
now-
let
clarifying
Holy
it
Quail,
Yes, quit
let Holy Quail
gatekeeping, bro.
finish.
Oh, wow,
Guys, let Holy
quit
Quail,
gatekeeping.
let Holy Quail finish because she hasn't had a chance to talk very much.
oh, thanks, Giga. But yeah, no, and just as much as there is nonverbal consent to say yes, there is nonverbal consent to say no. Because sometimes when you're in that situation, you can freeze verbally. You you get very scared and you don't know what to say. There are ways to say no that even if you don't know self-defense, you can push the person away. You can try to hit them on the head or just start banging away or frailing your arms, or knee them in the jewels, whichever the case may be. But yeah, so like it goes both ways, and ultimately, whoever you want to get intimate with nowadays, this is just an overarching thing. Just
Basically,
know
don't
who
be
you are
autistic.
getting into bed with, because
Okay.
monkeypox is a thing, and
Basically that.
not just
You have to
yourself
check.
safe.
You have to actually
All
check.
right, all right. That's the end of the round. That's the end of the round. Let's go ahead and get to the vote and get this going.
Ramp
We're
it
going to be
up.
eliminating 2 people per round from here on out. So we have 3 more rounds after this. Timers are getting small. Groups are getting small. We are nearing the end. So, Isha Boy, my man, Who do you
Yes,
think?
sir. Do I
Pick one
epic two again?
person. One person this time.
Ooh,
One person.
Ooh, one person. I think that the one who had the most compelling argument was Prime.
Prime it is. Prime it is. All right.
What?
Prime is
You're a lib,
saved.
Ishasel? Wow.
Prime is saved. There's no libs here. You get, once again, poll is up. Twitch.tv/GigaDatum to make your vote.
No,
poll
come
is
on, they're
up.
not.
3 minutes on the timer. You get 2 votes.
No.
On my screen, you will see a number associated with the streamer. Put the number
They
in the
usually
chat. Hit
stay
enter
on the
to who
other
you want to
side.
keep
They're
on the
super safe
show,
and they become
not
virgins.
pick. The Holy Quail is
Like,
number
Eli.
1, Rez number 2, Idungle number 3, BX Bullet number 4, Mini Don B number 5, Lavloon number 6, The Wild Latina number 7. All right,
Hey,
all
I
right.
had to drop a nuke on my boy Eli right there.
It's. I actually did not expect as many people to agree because I've had so many conversations lately where people are just flat up be like, no, you have to make verbal or you have to
so
hear.
weird.
Because those
verbal.
people are
And it's
fucking
so
weird and they're cringe.
So, well, that's what I said. So I'm like, you want me to drive through the neighborhood and hit stop sign after stop sign? Well, to me, I approach it as like I would rather replace all those stop signs with yield signs, and that's how I would drive the fucking highway. All right, that's what I'm trying to say.
Datum, the rules
I
exist
think
for those
what
type of
people-
people, bro.
Datum, you're right. You're
I
100% right.
We're making a mistake here, right? As to what like I'm suggesting, or other people might be suggesting what sex should look like. Like you don't have to like get communication for every little thing that you do, right? We're just looking for if someone is in distress.
Boys,
yeah,
vote
check
for
on
us
them,
so we
right?
can-
Or if they're new to
Three's in the chat.
if you're new to this individual and
Boys,
you know,
vote for
somebody
us so we can
checking,
kick a
like, oh,
motherfucker.
I grab your fucking throat or something. Hey, is that okay? Right?
No,
If
that's
it's-
so
if it's-
corny. That's so corny.
No,
That's
come
so
on.
corny.
That is, yeah, that is corny.
Excuse me. Is it okay if I grab your throat while I fuck you?
No, you go
Like, come
slowly,
on,
bro.
come
You
on.
go slowly,
Corny,
like
corny.
you
You
start
don't say it
moving
like
up.
that. You start to do it, and then you ask, "Do you like this?"
Yeah,
that's
something like that,
that's
yeah. It doesn't have
okay.
to
See,
be
no.
That's
I
okay, I
Lavloon,
guess.
so if you got, I'll actually answer my question. You know what I think people should do? I think you should say, hey, stop me at any time if you feel uncomfortable. That covers your basis. And then you don't have to ask another fucking question.
Exactly.
Man,
And
you
that's a
kids
form of
make things way
communication.
too complicated.
Yeah, it's like, hey, can I kiss you? Hey, can I grab your hand? Come on, bro.
Yeah, no.
Hey, can I
that's
touch your hand?
Hey,
That's
is it okay
a
if I
piss.
do this? Is it okay if I
That's
take your shirt off? Like,
it's
nah, just
icky.
fucking-
Or
that's why
No,
I
I'd-
approach it with a yield
beforehand.
sign.
But
You know,
Giga,
like if
some
you
people-
like slowly start to take the shirt off and you give her ample time to stop you, that's on her. All right, let's be
Yeah,
honest.
don't just jump
I
on the stream
normally
without a
just-
shirt
I
on,
normally
right?
just lunge. I normally
Also-
lunge and sprint just with two hands out, just like.
The whole thing is
Let me
All
Let
right,
me ask you
guys,
another question.
a little bit
If
more
a
time.
private
30 seconds left.
conversation-
30 seconds
if
left.
it's in a
Twitch.tv
private
/Giga Datum
conversation,
to make your vote.
if it's in a private conversation between you and that person, and there's no
5
documentation or
motherfuckers.
witnesses, did it even happen?
Hey, do you mind if I eat? She drops you
your
at that
word for
second.
six.
5, boys, vote
True.
5.
There's something to think about.
I mean, it did happen.
Shout out Brock.
Yeah, but you know my point. You get my point, right?
Yeah.
And look, like I said,
Truth is, it
unless-
doesn't even
my
matter if
problem isn't
consent
that-
is an actual thing
All
because
right.
even
Poll
if she
is
gives you
finished.
full
Poll is
consent,
finished.
she could still go back on it in court and they'll believe her.
Poll
Like
is
when?
finished, guys.
Like when has
and
that
the winner,
happened?
BX Bullet
Actually-
takes the win
Oh shit.
this round.
That was kind of changed.
32 votes, 16.2%. Bottom 3. Bottom 3 are Rez, Dunkel, and it looks like Lavloon and Holy Quail are tied. So tell you what, Rez and Dunkel, we're
Wait,
just gonna have to
Datum,
say goodbye.
Wait, what?
We're gonna have to say goodbye because I don't want to have to do a tiebreaker because the Holy Quail and Lav
Let's go.
tied for third place or bottom 3. So Rez,
Dunkel, I'm third, bro.
I don't even get a chance?
Dunkel, I'm third.
Dunkel. We're getting rid of 2.
Okay. I just wanted to say.
Wait, hold on.
I'm lower
Oh, no,
than
you are
Holy.
third, you are third.
Yeah, I'm
Mini,
lower
sorry,
than
you're right,
Holy
you're right.
and.
You're right. Rez, Dunkel, and Mini
Yeah, I
are
played
the
the
bottom
rules.
3. Okay, so Mini, or sorry, BX Bullet. BX Bullet, you get to
Yes.
decide who stays and who goes.
Out of which 3?
Out of Rez, Dunkel, and
Me.
Mini. You get to decide. You get to decide who.
I
Pick
don't
one of
wanna
them to stay.
decide.
The other 2 go
What does
home.
chat want? Who was the
No,
lowest?
no. This is you. The lowest was Rez.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna pick, and it's just objective based on numbers. Sorry, but
I know,
You
but
just
you
kept
don't
saying no
pick me
numbers.
to say. You're picking to say.
You're picking to save. I was.
Wait, so
No,
I was
Bullet-
most
Bullet-
voted in
Okay,
consecutive.
did I say
I
Rez
was-
because he's the lowest? Okay, that's fine. That works too.
Rez,
No, wait,
put
so-
your toes in your mouth.
Alright,
what did you
alright,
just
like,
do?
everybody
What-
shut up,
what did I
everybody
just
shut up,
do?
everybody shut up.
Does it fucking even
BX,
matter?
no, shut up! Shut the fuck up! We're gonna just reset.
You can't
BX
res in
Bullet.
the game.
BX Bullet.
Oh? Yeah.
Rez, Dunkel, or Mini. Pick one to move on. The other two will go home.
Okay, who had the least votes? Rez.
The least amount of votes was Rez. The most amount of votes for those three would be Mini.
I would be the safest.
I'm gonna
Rez
say
is
the
the least
person with
safe.
the least votes because
Why would you say the person
that
with the
will,
least votes?
Because
Whoa.
that will pan out for me in the future, obviously.
God.
Like, is this your first show?
Goodbye.
Do you not
Goodbye to
understand?
Dunkel.
Wait, no, she didn't say anything
Shut-
about. Wait, she didn't say a second person.
Yeah, no, she's saving Rez, which means you two are eliminated.
Wow.
Goodbye,
Nobody's
Dunkel.
first
Shout
show.
yourself out. Shout yourself out, Dunkel.
Guys, my name is Dunkel. I have the best Twitch channel on this entire fucking website. Come check me out. It is Dunkel. Bullet, you made a huge mistake. Me and you aligned on a lot of views, and I was definitely hyping you up along the way.
all numbers,
He's
bro.
against you. Yeah, but he's against you. So I was
was all
hyping you up. It was
numbers.
gonna help you
You
in
were
the
my
long run to
competition, though,
last
because of
longer.
that, right?
Not
We don't
really.
need
Because
a
I was in
bunch
the
of
bottom
yes
three. None
men
of
in
us
this
were in
debate.
competition.
All
But
right,
guys,
all
thank you
right.
for having me
Dunkel,
on.
you're so
Thank you
beautiful.
guys.
You know,
Thank you
the,
guys
the-
for
the
voting
mini
for me. Who
chat of
did?
Twitch.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Datum, for having me on.
All right, buddy. Thanks. Take care.
I'm bigger than Datum, guys.
That's
a fucking cope.
That's fucking.
That's
cope.
a heavy cope.
All
Look,
right.
I'm
Mini.
I'm twitch.tv/minidumby. Okay, I just want it to be known. I actually said I was third. All right. I play by the fucking rules and I still fucking destroy. But it is what it is. Bullet. Next time I'm taking you the fuck out.
Peace, buddy.
I didn't even.
I'm not taking Bullet out because she's not competition. I'll keep Bullet in every single time because it's easy to destroy her. Alright, that's okay. Look, Rezi's a good entertainer.
Not illegal, no.
It's not illegal.
Ray's a good entertainer. I just want everybody to know. I noticed I was third, alright? And I said, hey,
Okay, all right.
I'm third.
All right.
I'm third.
So next
I
question.
could have shut the fuck
next
up.
question is
If I
now
was any one of
round-
these fucking fake fucks, I would have shut the fuck up. Alright? And not said, hey, actually, I'm third. Not those two. But you know what? I play by the rules and you live and you die by the sword. It is what it is. You're bad, you didn't vote. Yeah, it is your bad. No, look. It's about entertainment, right? Rezi was really good, bro. Rezi was really good. I don't mind losing to Rez.
Go ahead.
It's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Some of my points weren't as strong, but listen, we learn and we get better. Next time we go even harder. That's how it is. That's how it is. Actually, you know what? I rethought that. I will eliminate Bullet next time because she's not competition. I want competition. I want Rez to be in there. I want Holy Quail to be in there. I want Prime to be in there.
Doesn't matter if they're always right.
But Bullet, we kick her out.
Go for it.
Yeah. I know it's.
Oh yeah, Two-Tone, that's Rezi. Yeah, but they know each other. They're friends, bro.
But it depends. I can go in more detail about this.
They're friends. I know he said that. That's Rezi.
Go ahead.
Rez sometimes goes a little too.
Individual liberty off of the majority.
Two-Tone, message me through whispers, bro.
Actual individual liberty,
Hold on.
self-expression, self-religion, and everything like that. It
What's
is
the question?
very rare that the majority ultimately will be.
Is the majority always right? No, the majority of people are retarded. What the fuck?
Gone ahead and found out since the liberal establishment.
How is the majority gonna be right, bro?
That's just not how we work. We let.
Come
everybody-
on.
You can be atheist, you can be satanic, you can be Christian, Muslim, Jewish.
Also, nobody look.
Be anything.
Look, yeah, the majority are sheep, and let's be honest, bro. Nobody ever roots for the majority. We all root for the little guy. We all literally root for the fucking underdog every single fucking time. We don't root for the people who are at the top. We really don't. Like, come on, all of our movies are about the little guy destroying the big guy.
Vaccines.
Majority is always wrong. The majority of Twitch thinks fucking XQZ is a great content curator. He's trash now. He does slots. He's terrible. He's not an entertainer anymore. He gave up. Same for Trainwrecks. The majority of people think they're fucking great content creators. They're shit. If you do what they do, you're not gonna grow. You're gonna stay a small streamer. That's what the majority fucking thinks. The majority is like, hey, look at the big streamers and do what they do. Bro, the big streamers are fucking retarded. The big streamers do shit that you shouldn't fucking do ever. Because you just throw your growth. If you're a woman and you look up to Amaranth and you check out her stream and you try to study and you're like, why is it that she grows? She's not even on screen for half of a fucking stream. And you're gonna get the idea that you as a 50 viewer Randy, if you leave, oh yeah, people are just gonna stay there. Are you stupid? The majority is retarded. That's the fucking truth. Every single fucking time the majority is wrong, bro.
So, should the majority vote on that?
No.
Every single time. Actually, not every single time, but most of the time, dude.
Self-expression.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, the majority are usually sheep. The majority are usually sheep. They look at what other people are saying and they go, oh, these other people are saying the same things. That's the truth, bro. That's the fucking truth. Democracy is a terrible thing, but it's the best. It's the best system, bro. It's a terrible system, but it's better than all the other fucking systems. You know? That's the issue. It's a terrible system. But it's better than every other fucking system. Because every other system, you just get a tyrant. You literally just get a tyrant. Who's like, fuck you guys. And fuck those guys. And fuck these other guys. Come on, man. You can't have that. You can't have that. Right? And then if you say, hey, but there's anarchism. Hey, but there's anarchism. Bro, come on. There's tears in that shit still.
That's something that we've worked through. You know, we built that up. So when it comes to that individual self-expression, yes, if there is a benefit that is going to come from something that is a part of individual self-expression, then no, the majority should not vote on that. That has to be guaranteed through the liberal world order.
Yeah.
I think the majority only matters when they are Jewish. Any other time, it's invalid.
What the fuck does that even mean, Law?
Wow, Latina, go ahead.
I love you, but Jesus Christ.
Dude, her being funny is her spamming the single non-creative fucking line that she spams in every stream and she laughs about it and she thinks it's fucking funny. It's ridiculous. Be a little more creative, Lav. Holy fuck. Holy fuck, bro. You used to be a mattress actress. Be a creative actress. Holy fuck.
Oh, never mind.
Bro, I hate people who are not creative and they just spam the same joke 1,000 times.
Yeah,
okay, we get it. You were funny one time. Move along.
Are going to fall under
Improve.
liberties, right?
Become something better. Don't be fucking stagnant with the same fucking joke 10,000 times.
Like that's it.
Yeah.
Like this is
So
again immutable
I think I might be
characteristics.
agreeing with you, Rez. I think overall I might agree with you.
Okay.
That not everything we want the majority to vote on because the majority
Bro, that kind of shit stifles your own creativity. It stifles your own creativity because you think you're funny by spamming the same line.
A minority. Like we want people.
Why would you ever want to have a different thought if you're going to make yourself laugh with one thought? Why have other thoughts?
Subject in a way that
So stupid.
like an uncaring majority can make
Uncreative. By the way, a group, thank you so much for all the gifteds, bro.
All right, let's go Wild Latina and then Bullet.
Thanks so much.
Okay.
How many was that?
Patiently waiting to say my
Gifted 5 tier subs and then another one. 60. Bro, thank you so much. Boys, I'm trying to get to TwitchCon. Hopefully I'll get there. The visa thing, it's in process, but I don't know if it'll happen. Hold on. Let me see what two-tone.
Absolutism.
Let me see what
They
two-tone
kind of
said.
determine what is socially acceptable. That is.
Was
so
it the
funny,
clip?
Lav.
Yeah, it was the clip. Yeah, I saw.
That's kind of how it works.
I
On
know.
some topics,
I
it
saw.
determines what is socially acceptable, and that's when you would kind of tend to side with the majority because that's what a lot of people do. Anyways, it's the domino effect.
Yeah, because people don't want to
And
think.
a lot of times, what?
this is
Let,
the
let, let
difference.
let her finish.
I
Rez.
know. I just want to just add. I think that this is the difference between societal determination and self-determination, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's why that's why I said on
that very
certain
clear.
points.
I know.
That's why I said on certain points. If it's points and if it's certain things that you would require an individual, like it doesn't apply to every single person, then yes, I understand the majority is not always going to be right, and a lot of things are socially unacceptable as well. But that's I don't know.
Bro, you know
That's
what I
the answer
think?
to your question.
I think I'm a contrarian.
You
Let's
just
let's
said
go to
nothing
I
for
answered
30
the
seconds.
question.
You
let's
just
go to bullet. Let's go to
Bro,
bullet.
I love how
Let's go to
Lavlum says
bullet.
you just said nothing when all she says is the Jews and the this. Come on, bro.
Talks, no, you can't, because you just laugh and then you say some stupid fucking shit and everybody wants you out of the fucking group, and that's why.
I know I cut a nerve, babe.
All
No,
right,
you
all right,
didn't
all
cut
right,
a
all
nerve.
right.
I
Enough for the
promise.
cat
Lab
fighting.
is
Get for the
fun.
cat fighting. We're going to bullet. And then we're
Bro,
gonna go to holy
this is
whale.
why this shouldn't be leaders.
Okay, well,
Have you seen the boys don't fight against each other? The boys aren't fighting.
or if this is
And yet the girls who look the same, they're fighting.
But there are some things that are objectively true, and the fact of that is that everybody has been
The girls who have the same viewers that watch them
from people
are
who
fighting
have
against
an
each other.
agenda, right? They want to make you believe one way or another. So the majority of the people, no, of course we're not always right, because we don't know what to believe and we don't know what's right.
And then look at the Holy Quail, not getting involved in any
For a very
drama.
long time. So no, the majority's not always right. Most
She's
people
gonna
are
win
fucking
again.
I'm looking at Twitter and I'm like, holy shit.
Quail is gonna win again, bro.
They're not always right, but in
here's
some
the
points
thing.
they are, some they're not.
This is determinism as an argument.
Look.
Right? And that's the
No, not
entire
necessarily.
question.
You're
Yes,
making it that way. You're
Yeah, I'm sure she will too.
Yes, I'm pitching
There was a
it
moment.
because you're not responding.
Yeah, there was a moment where she could have been eliminated and she was saved by Datum. I saw.
Let's go. Let's move. We only have limited time. Limited time. Limited time. Let's go ahead and move to the Holy Quail.
Okay. So.
And then everybody
in
gets
terms
muted when
of
she
looking at the
speaks.
majority being right in a democratic system, we've come to acknowledge, okay, yes, if it's voted by a democratic, in a democracy, I should say. Sorry, not democratic.
This is where you see real power, though,
and
boys.
the majority wins.
When I speak, they all stay quiet. Because they want to listen. When the Holy Quail speaks, Datum tells them to be quiet.
That is right.
Mm.
But then again, we have what if there's a
I see.
majority in an oligarchical system where the minority doesn't have a say? In
I
that
see.
case, we have no notion of the minority has no say, and the majority
everybody's
is just
wig.
instilling upon us what it says to be right.
What the fuck did he just say?
In that case, we cannot.
What did he say?
There is no say in that scenario. But
What did he say?
Our notion of right and wrong comes down to our own personal choice. Our choices of what is right.
What did he say?
Comes from our upbringing. It comes from our upbringing, our morality, our
Where would I live if I
sense
got
of
to
morals. And it's like that's.
Wait, did he jump into the channel I was in
Yeah,
and then
that-
spoke?
That is what
spoke,
right
no?
is. It is what is within us as individuals, not what is in a majority. But we acknowledge the majority in order to. Yeah.
Datum, I see you, bro. You kept her alive.
Your take on the subject.
I
I
already said that I believe in.
But that's okay, that's
I
okay.
don't think that obviously
It's
not majority
nepotism.
happens, so we know that the majority isn't always correct. But we can. I really love democracy. I think that it's really valuable. So.
Like what state?
It's supposed to
Oh,
be
bro,
gone.
I would.
Yeah.
So I guess the follow-up question is, if it is not always correct, then how do you deal with that situation?
Wherever I could interact with the most people.
You
That's
wait
where
4
I'd go.
years.
Wherever I could interact with
You
people.
wait 4 years and you get to hold.
No, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna eliminate motherfuckers, and he gave it to Dunkel.
Accountable when they fucking lie to you. That's how.
And then Dunkel won, and then Dunkel was able to vote again. How does that make sense?
Runs the media.
Dunkel voted twice.
I said, who runs the media?
She's making a Jewish joke. So
That's the
Rez-
only type of see, it's
you all are saying the same thing, right?
she's
Basically,
spamming the same
use
joke.
levers of
It's
democracy.
old now. I
So,
get it.
The majority has been wrong.
I get it. Your own
democracy in the United
creative.
States all the time, right? But you have to use the levers of democracy. Use the vote, right? But beyond that,
Yeah.
actually organize within your communities. When
Bro, if you laugh at your own uncreativity, bro, you're going down a downfall.
change people's minds.
You're going down the wrong slide.
And then get your way. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Anybody want to make any final comments before the round ends?
Yeah, why do you keep bringing up like, oh, Jews run the world? Like, why? I don't understand. It's,
I think
Lab, we gotta be careful with that sort of talk for TOS reasons, okay?
I understand why, but it's just like
I understand you trying to be.
She thinks it's funny. She thinks it's funny.
She's trying to put herself on a pedestal.
No, so like
and use
no,
the-
so
She thinks it's funny.
Latina.
But like BX.
Hey, that was funny as fuck, bro. That was funny as fuck when he let Dunkel go first, right? And I said it's okay, ladies first. That was funny as fuck. People missed it. That was
the whole Jew thing.
bro. That was beautiful.
I understand.
That was beautiful right there.
Loon does give you the right to make jokes about it, all for TOS reasons, okay? In your own personal world, maybe, but I'm trying to run a show here. All right, be careful.
I'm
That's all
not
I'm trying
making
to
any
say.
jokes. I'm not making any jokes. I'm just asking questions.
She's laughing. Ah, bro.
All right,
I'm
that's
just
great.
asking
All right, any final comments? Once again, last chance. All right, ending the round.
But you see, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Boy.
I didn't do that 1,000 times. I did
There
it
we
one
go. I
time.
always say, you know, I
right?
have a something that I say. I say that
So it's
morale
funny,
is
but if you
nothing
spam it, it's no longer
but the
funny.
collective wisdom of the community that you live in, and so it's something that I always say. And so it's kind of like an interesting topic that I want to talk about because when you apply that, obviously you're like,
Man,
let me go
I'm
ahead
sad
and
that I
do
got
this.
eliminated,
So,
but
Ish your
I think
boy-
my first points was stronger than my later points because I couldn't really speak first. I'm gonna speak first next time. Every single time I'll
I
speak
struggled
first.
with this. I thought the best two performers were Wild Latina and Lab, and I think that I'm gonna have to pick Bullet for the win. I'm gonna give it to Bullet. Bullet pulled through in the end.
for the
That's where it
win.
was.
All right.
Bullet. Bullet gets
So,
it.
while Latina, Lav, Luna, Dunkel, Rez, and Holy Quail are going to be up. This time, guys, you only get to choose
I
one
like
person.
girl quality count like 90th evenings. Gym no needed.
Going to say, Dunkel is.
Wait, are you talking about her?
Holy Quail,
What?
Rez, Lav, Luna, Wild Latina. We're missing.
Lightsoul, what are you talking about, bro?
Prime. That's right, Prime.
You can keep me out.
Guys, vote for.
Make the joke now, Lav. Go ahead.
All right, so Prime, the Holy Quail, Rez, Lav, Luna, Wild Latina. 5 people. You get 1 vote. Go ahead and get 3 minutes.
I didn't get the.
Poll is now up. Poll
Oh,
is now
that's the
up.
pawn you like. You're talking about the pawn. Okay, guys, vote
So,
for whoever
1
you
for
thought was
Holy Quail,
more
2
interesting.
for Rez, 3 for Lavloon.
So that'd be a
4
6 for
Wild
me.
Latina,
Hey, you know what? Hey, 6 for Minnie. 6 for Minnie.
5 for Prime. I don't know why it's not showing up 1 sec.
6 for Minnie. It's time. It's time to troll. Listen, bro. I will be a fucking leader here.
Screen. That's weird. It's not showing up.
And nobody's gonna follow suit. Fuck.
Properties.
Fuck.
By the
No.
way, the answer was
What we
the
saving?
majority
We are
of the vote
typing
right.
this.
The
We are
silent majority
typing this.
won 2020.
This is what we're typing.
Steal, please. Thank you, guys.
All right, guys. Twitch.tv.
We are typing
/GigDatum.
this.
Starting the
We are
timer now,
protesting.
Twitch.tv/GigDatum. You only get 1 vote this time. 1 vote. Vote for who you want to keep, not kick. The bottom.
I'm even
3
typing it.
will be up for
6
elimination, and 2
for
will
Minnie.
be
Keck
going
G.
home. Rez,
Nobody's
you
fucking
do the
doing
math
it
here, my
with me.
friend. You
Bro,
do the
I'm not as
math.
powerful
It's
as I
you
thought.
realize, like there's like
Fuck.
a certain sense.
Nah, vote for whoever you guys want.
Occurred, and that like most of this.
I see disastrous 6.
Point of torture.
I see J3 6.
You know.
Are you not a sadist? Are you not a sadist yourself,
I'm not a
Rez?
I'm no. You're not looking for sadism.
Masochistic
No, vote
fuck.
for whoever
Masochist
was good.
Unforced trauma and drawing blood, not any other form of masochism.
You know what?
Yes, please hit me with.
You know what?
Hit me with-
2
yeah,
minutes.
You know
left.
what?
Twitch.tv
You know what?
/GigDatum to
I
make
changed
your
that.
vote.
I'm changing that. Do not vote for whoever you want. Vote for Rez. Vote for Rez. Rez will destroy BX Bullet in the ending so that Holy Quell can
Here's
win.
the thing. It's like with how much like overall like interaction.
If Quell leaves, the content's gone.
I'm losing a lot. Like when I was going ahead having conversations with you, we disagreed, but we were were having reasonable conversations. I was having reasonable conversations with Lab. I was having
I don't know, bro.
I was having a lot of reasonable conversations like 2 weeks ago.
I love Raz, dude.
Trying
He's
to get
creative
away
with it.
from this like speaking over each other form because I actually like talking about things.
He's very creative
on Twitch because I like having conversations, and I don't really feel like I'm having productive conversations. Rather, I'm just dealing with some dude putting a fucking song on, lathers on, talking about nothing for extremely long periods of time. I think that conciseness is something that is beautiful. Actually going ahead and stating what you want to say quickly.
Bro, he says conciseness and he takes the longest amount. Bro, this is high tier. This is high tier.
1 minute left, guys.
Do you see this?
1 minute
I
left.
find it ironic that you're talking about conciseness.
Of course,
when
that's
I'm
the
saying
point.
Tangent. But listen,
He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand.
So, some is going to be obviously, obviously.
He
some
doesn't
is going to be
understand.
fun to debate, guys.
Let me white
Some of
knight
it-
you, Red.
Number one, I will never do more. I will never start with more than 12 people because that was just too hectic. That was definitely.
And
I think it does.
You can't control more than 7 people in a call, like without like heavily muting people.
How LV? Let's see. Let's see. Is she streaming? I don't know.
Like 6 people on.
Look, she was a big OnlyFans creator. Yeah, she was a big OnlyFans creator. Oh, she's not even streaming right now, huh?
I think there's been some great discussions though, some great.
And she's doing the Twitch thing right, dude. She's networking a lot. She literally talks to anybody who gets like about more than 100 viewers. She talks to.
34 votes. Right.
I find it a little bit
with 33 votes.
Fake.
And then the Walatina
But,
with
you know.
32 votes. It is really close, guys. Really close. So,
I go on
the Holy
people's
Quail,
shows that have 5
you are
viewers,
sending
bro.
2 people
Because
home.
I care about
Out of the
entertaining. And look, what I care about is entertaining. Other people care about the money. That's the truth. That's the fucking truth. You know, so. No, but she's a smart girl. She's a smart girl, but, yeah. It's the difference between an artist and a business person.
one particular reason Lab's not your favorite person?
No, you are.
That's
my
a
favorite.
difference.
Wait, no, you're all my favorite. But it's just like this is so.
It's because I'm Jewish.
She doesn't.
Prime the Wild.
Like, bro, she sims for anybody who has high viewership and everything, and it's like. She's funny, and she can be good, but.
All right, Quail. I know it's a hard decision, but out of the 3, Rez, Lab.
It's an issue I have. I don't like
Who do you
full-on
want to see in
business
the next
people.
round?
They tend to use people. Yeah, and that's what I also believe, right? Passion does turn to reward
I have such good points.
at the end, but they do get a massive boost.
It's okay. It's okay.
They get a massive boost.
Okay. I think.
So.
The
And that's why she
person that,
spams the same line 1,000
go with me
times.
to the next round, because I really
'Cause it
enjoyed this
works.
based on the previous
But,
round.
in the
I
end-
had to say because it got me really thinking.
In the end, it doesn't work. Just because it works at the beginning doesn't mean it works at the end.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I mean, I love you, Prime.
All right.
If you only make people laugh with one joke, you're not a funny person. You've got a funny line. There's a difference.
That means no. Well, it's Prime. Go ahead and shut yourself out, my man.
Okay, all right. Well, I
Prime was good though.
I already
Prime
looked
was
at
good.
an expiration date, like I
like
got
them.
saved before, so that's fine. And it was really nice meeting all of you. Seriously, I would love to talk to you all in the future. Okay, so my name is Prime Kai, PRIMECAYES. Come check me out. We have debates like this all the time, and we have closed debates where we assemble people like this, or we have open panels. Where
Yeah,
you
I tend to agree. It's just the beginning is a struggle, bro.
do that on my channel. Twitch,
'Cause-
YouTube, I'm everywhere. Hit me up. Thanks so much.
It does tend, but like,
Thanks for coming, my man. Thanks for coming.
honestly, what you should
Good takes all
really
around,
do,
Ed.
what you should really do if you want to be a smart person, okay. You should sell out at the beginning and then be full passion. Like that's the best strat. If you're a business person, that's the best strat. Right? The best strat is to, if somebody has 6,000 viewers, go on their show. If your friend messages you with 100 viewers and somebody else has 7,000, you go on their show. And then once you're already big, yeah, now you get to choose. But I can't do that, dude. I can't do that. I go to whoever show I said yes to the like first.
But the rest of the day, like, No, Isha, I actually like you, but
Cause
the
I
rest of the
feel
day,
fake, dude. If I do it, I feel fake.
Bitch, he's mine.
I don't want him. You can have him. I find people IRL.
Ladies,
But-
I don't need
ladies.
to
All right, this is
sugarcoat
what happens when you have a
people
majority
online.
of women on your fucking panel.
No, this
All
is
right,
what happens when a woman.
Yeah,
hates
yeah,
on
you should
others.
network.
Anyways, I'm
Networking
gonna
isn't
leave. I hope you guys have
bad,
a great night,
but
except for,
abandoning like your small friends for
Thank
just
God.
big people is cringe
I
as
don't
fuck.
think I've ever met. Honestly, I came into this a feminist.
And when I'm at the top, I will never pull those people up.
No, you're not.
I will pull the passionate people up.
Oh, Rez,
a
how do you feel? How do you feel about going into the next round, buddy?
Man, like,
Yeah, like if I notice, dude, that somebody is just going on my shows because my shows are big and they're not going on smaller shows or they're canceling, they're not coming on my shows ever
I'm
again.
sorry, I ran out of Ativan last week, dude. Like, what do you?
Because that shit goes a long way
All
with
right,
me.
2 more short rounds to go. This last one's gonna be.
Because then what you're telling me is if somebody who's bigger than me shows up, right, and you already had a thing with me and you were gonna show up to my shit, and now I can't count on you because some other fucking beast fucking called you? Nah, fuck off. Right? So what they do to small people, they do to bigger people who have bigger people. You know? I don't want those people around me. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck
Question,
those people.
religion has been and continues to be a barrier for some.
Yeah,
It's
some of the
part
smaller
of it,
debates
but
are a
how
shit
about
show.
politics?
But that's where you get your fangs. That's where you get your fangs.
Spectrum.
You
Go
know?
ahead.
If you're not good at getting a point out when everybody's screaming, maybe you should go to a place where everybody's screaming to get better at that. And then when that happens, you already know what to do, right?
Well, so you said before.
Let's see.
Like when I've been in chat, like, yeah, we agree about things. We don't actually. We agree about some things, right? And we disagree about other things, right? And the thing is, I still validate you as a human. I believe in your humanity. I believe in you as a person. I adore and I love you no matter what. Isha, I've had fantastic conversations with you, though I don't really think there's anything that you and I agree upon. Lab, I think that honestly, you're the only person that makes me go, yeah, maybe the left does go too far, right? Like I've seen a lot of your debates with Destiny, with Mr. Girl, and all that. And like, okay, cool.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You can say whatever the fuck you want.
I'm not even a liberal.
Yeah, you're not. No, you're not a liberal, okay? Because liberals.
No, I'm not a leftist. I'm literally like
okay.
a moderate. I'm like literally a centrist. You fucking weirdo.
Honey,
I actually looked up her numbers, and she's registered as a libertarian.
I am registered as a libertarian.
Let Rest speak.
Remember, like a few weeks ago, I said to you, dude, like, hey, at some point I want to do an interview with you and have a conversation.
Yeah.
I literally have been watching.
He no longer wants to.
On YouTube, commenting on that, so I can have better questions and stuff that I can have because I don't have that basis to understand your personage, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, as it comes down to, as long as we can validate each other's humanity, we can validate that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Rez is a good guy. He may be a Satanist, but he's a good guy.
If we can all validate the fact that we're all people, then guess what? Yeah,
He's got the right spirit.
On a different spectrum of the aisle. I still talk to my father, even though he fucking hates a lot of shit about me. You know, he has said a lot of terrible things about me.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I still have that relationship. It just takes some time to validate another fucking human. As long as you can do that, then you're fine. If you can't validate another human being, no, you can't.
But
This is the same point I had.
Relationship compatibility.
Yes.
This is the same point I had with the
I think obviously
the gender bending and race bending of all the characters.
But I think that
Like if you can
the
only
horseshoe theory is
if you can only see yourself in people who look like you, man, there's a lot of things you'll be missing. You can't just see yourself in people who look like you. You gotta see yourself in people who have that same spirit as you. It doesn't matter if it's a white woman, a black woman, a man, Mexican, Chinese, who gives a fuck? If they have the same spirit, if they have what you aspire to be, that's who you should want to be like. It's not about the fucking sex, the gender, the race, the political thing. It's not about that. It's would they help somebody out? If somebody's drowning, would they try to help them? Or would they just stand there and watch?
that's like the only thing. I think that even you could be incompatible with like a lefty if you're.
I think
a
you
lefty,
definitely
if you have,
can.
like different values.
Oh, yeah,
I think it.
100%.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I-
that. It's like if you're completely opposite, then I don't think that you're gonna make good partners. I mean, because
Totally.
you don't have the same values.
You
if
can.
but everybody's gonna be slightly different on
Politics isn't that big.
100% agree on everything. You have to accept that as part of a relationship.
Then you're a slave to your political takes. You're a slave to your political takes.
Close enough that your basic.
Nah, listen. Listen, if you say that you can't, you are literally a slave to your political spectrum. That fucking sucks. Because there's people on the other side that are wonderful people. They just think differently. But they're interesting as fuck. And it works. You're limiting yourself for no fucking reason. Just because you're literally a slave to the politics. Look, it matters. Politics obviously matters.
Let's go ahead.
But it's not the most important thing out there in the world.
I don't know, if you're like a woman and you're more like progressive, I think that you definitely want like a man who's at least a little more progressive, so he doesn't pull like the you need to submit to me sort of thing. But I think other than that, like you could still, yeah, I just think it's a matter of values, and I don't even think that values are necessarily political. I think that it's just like values that are like inherent to your like your philosophy of life, basically.
If I'm being quite honest, the way you phrase that question is kind of funny because I think that the religion thing would matter more to me than the politics.
No, the religion also doesn't.
Because, like, you know, if there's somebody who's really fundamentally,
Bro,
like,
yeah.
you know, into a specific religion, going,
Mr. Pay to Win, bro.
Bro, I have friends.
That would be more of a problem, especially with raising a kid or, you know, raising a kid.
I have all types of friends, man. All types. I have anarcho-communists. I have women friends. I have men friends. I have gay friends. I have lesbian friends. I have all types of fucking friends. I don't give a fuck. I have black friends, white friends, Mexican friends, brown friends, Chinese friends. I don't give a fuck.
It's interesting you bring that up.
You're a cool person. You're a cool person. You're entertaining. You're entertaining. I don't care.
Platform that's called Swipe Right, which is specifically for
I don't
people
care.
that are conservative because they have trouble
God, what a
finding.
shit show that's gonna
Yeah,
be.
I know,
Fuck
right?
me.
Because they just feel like
I have a hard enough time on Hinge.
And you limit yourself from a lot of the world, dude. You limit yourself from a lot of the good in the world by just wanting to think that the other side is evil or bad or everybody on that side is bad. Bro, what is that? Like, come on. You're literally falling into their agenda that wants you to hate everybody. They just want you to hate, oh, he looks different to me. Fuck him. Like, what the fuck? Oh, he thinks different to me. Fuck him. But that shit doesn't matter, dude. That shit's not the shit that matters. The shit that matters is, hey, if you're in need, would those people help you? Does that person help you? Who gives a fuck if he's Muslim, Christian, whatever the fuck? Would he help you? If you need help, would he help you? Would she help you? If the answer's yes, they should be your friend. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? They would help you in life, bro. Like,
And there are feds. Okay. I just want to make sure you guys.
Isha and I met on
BX Bullet, let's go ahead and carry it away for a bit because you haven't really talked.
It doesn't matter, dude. Like.
Oh, well, I was just, okay. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that that the religion is a bigger thing for me because, you know, like I said, politics.
I really do think it takes away from life, man.
In your environment. So you might disagree with somebody now about politics and where we are, but you might agree with them 5 years down the road. So I think that it's less of a hot button topic. But again, I agree with most. I think we all kind of agree that, like, if you're too far apart, especially on like really
no, this is why Rez and I get along. Look, he has the same. This is why him and I get along. That's why he's my friend. Even though he's a Satanist.
The heart wants what the heart wants.
Yeah, he's right.
But everyone's different. I mean,
Rez is right.
But I have had some, you know, some experience.
Yeah, because all you are is a political fucking thing. You're not a real human.
If you come across as too political, no matter
that's the thing. Everything about you isn't human. It's a political fucking conglomeration.
You shouldn't be putting that shit on your dating profile. Like, unless it's something that's like so, like, again, it's so much your personality that you cannot avoid it. That's what I think when you have that shit on there, right? So.
All right. Any final comments before we end the round?
The heart wants what the heart wants.
Yeah, Rezzy's right.
Aww.
Sounds like
okay.
Satanism.
Nah, bro.
All right,
Satanist, dude. What do you want?
Isha boy, we're not gonna have you cast a winner for this round. All right.
You
because
think
we're on
grifters
the
should be
final
allowed
four.
on these
So,
things? What do you mean?
The poll once again 3
Yeah,
minutes on
he
the
gives
timer.
satanic vibes, but he's actually a good
Start that
person.
now.
He's actually a good person.
Okay.
He's a good guy.
1 sec, actually.
Sure, he'll say some he will say some things that you're like, Jesus Christ. But he's not a bad guy.
Make your vote. Twitch.tv/GigaDatum.
And he goes for the clip sometimes. He gets mad and he goes for the clip.
Number 4, Lavaloon. Once again, you will see.
But he's not a bad guy,
fingers
Two Tones.
on
Legit,
the
he's not a
left-hand
bad
side
guy. He's a
screen.
good
You
guy.
get 1 vote.
You think
One
grifters should
vote
be
this
allowed on
time.
these things? What do you mean by these
One
things?
Vote who you want to keep.
Grifters, bro.
Not kick. Remember who you are.
As long as
voting
there's
to
money in
keep,
politics, there will
not
always be grifters.
Kick. All right, keep not kick.
Right?
Keep that in
There's
mind.
always gonna
2
be
minutes,
grifters.
30 seconds left on the timer. Twitch.tv/GigaDatum.
And also, here's the thing. How do you know if they're actually grifting or maybe they change their views? Because people can actually change their views, right? They can meet people. What's up, Mac King? They can meet people that make them like rethink things that they thought was set in stone, right? So how are you gonna know that they're grifters? Obviously, there are people who are obvious, right? Obvious grifters, right? It's like the same thing as. It's the same thing as vote res. We're saving Resi. There's obviously going to be people, right, who are obviously leeches, for example, right? But you all kind of need to leech somewhat. Otherwise, you don't grow on Twitch. But nobody likes the people who are just full-on fucking leeches. It's fucking weird. You know, it creates a weird fucking mentality that just uses people, and it's fucked.
Like you just like insert it.
And I think in the end, you kind of get fucked for it.
Oh, whoops! I apologize for that.
Because, like, look, I talk to a lot of streamers and shit, right? I talk to a lot of streamers. Yeah, parasites. Yeah. Well, yeah, leeches or parasites, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, you like. It's okay to leech a little bit, but as soon as you become a parasite, it's weird. And I talk to a lot of streamers, right? And I'm like, yo, like, bro, this person's weird. And they're like, yep. I don't let that person on ever again because that person's a fucking leech, like full-on leech, parasite. Nobody likes them.
Like, yeah,
nobody likes them.
I engage in a lot of
like
whatever, but I have friends who are Muslim. I have a Muslim cat. All right,
a Muslim cat.
And I listen to a lot of stuff like that. And
What
I think
the
he's actually
fuck?
Muslim. Like, I got him from this guy who had to go take
Hold
care
on.
of his father after his mother, 2 of his dogs.
I was gonna say, how does it get a
everything
cat be
like that.
Muslim?
He prayed.
It's
Hold on.
they're Sunni, they actually
Bro, I love Res, bro.
the same form. That's me respecting that shit. Dude. Like, yeah. Like, I practice like occultism, but
This
like,
is the
guess what?
future lefties
I tell
want.
Merry Christmas. Yeah, like, oh my god.
You saying I go too far left and you're like I respect my cat's religion.
Wait, that's actually a good point by her. Actually a good point.
I respect like the function
Good
of
one.
it, because like that's the thing. It's like I was.
That was good.
All right. Poll is
That's good.
finished.
Because they've always been kind to me. So like, yeah, I'm gonna.
Holy Quail wins.
Yeah, like,
again.
look, man. Here's the thing.
What we are going to do is we are going
Like,
to take 3 into the.
I'm one of the guys who goes on Zerka's Royales and stuff,
Once
right?
Again, Holy Quail from the bottom 2.
And obviously, like, if you copy, look, the thing is this, if you copy John, you will be successful, especially when you're a smaller streamer. Like, if you copy everything that John does, you will be successful, but you will never be able to be bigger than John. You will never be able to overtake him because you will always be in his shadow. And if John goes down, something happens to John, you're fucked. Why would you want to be that? There's one John. There's one fucking mini Dumpy. Like, don't become shitty versions of somebody else. You fuck your growth. Like, yeah, it helps you. It helps your growth at the beginning, but it fucks your growth in the end game. If anything goes wrong,
Lavaloon with 2 E's at the end.
like, if I don't go on the John Royales anymore, I can still climb with viewership. I can still do it.
Pretty cool. And I'm very sexy. My legs are in like every stream.
I can carry on my own.
I bully women.
The problem is
Latina.
when you 100% depend on John, right?
Appreciate
And obviously going on John's show helps me a lot, obviously, right? Obviously it does. Like, for example, a lot of the gifters are John viewers, right? Obviously it helps. But there's like a balance there.
Are you guys ready?
There's a balance there, bro. All those people around him. Yeah, like,
Not gonna be what is
The
love.
one guy who branched out.
It's not gonna be what is love.
Yeah, but he's not Ice Poseidon 2.0.
You ready for the final
Miskiff isn't Ice Poseidon 2.0, you know?
day? What is more
Like, Miz is his own thing.
for the general success in life? Looks or brains?
Yeah, you learn from others, but you don't copy them.
Looks.
For the general success.
Yeah, he was in the orbit,
The
obviously.
general success in
Of course.
life. What is
But you don't
more...
become a copy of it. Look.
What is more...
It's why I kicked Nina. Alright? I love Nina. She's a friend. Okay? It's why I kicked Nina. And it's why I went after her hard. Because she said, hey, Minnie, if you don't kick me, I'm gonna be moving around and shit. No, that kills the spirit. Even if it's just a meme, that kills the spirit. And I had to kick her right there.
And I was bleeding out. You would just step over me. You wouldn't look at me.
Yeah, exactly. All the guys who copied Ice.
Okay.
They weren't the original Ice. They copied all the bad parts of him. And all the good parts, and they're 200 view Randy. After being in front of 10,000 people. Like, come on, bro. At some point, you're gonna realize.
Actually, almost I'm gonna quote a Giga Datum on this one. Like, looks get you through the door, but personality and brains is what keeps you in the room. You know, because at the end of the day,
Well, somewhat, but...
yeah, looks get you in the door.
Exactly. That's the thing, Habit. That's the thing, right? So look, that's the thing also with people like John, he's always live, right? If John's always live, right, and I'm a carbon copy of him, but a lesser version, then nobody would watch me. Then I'm fucked!
If you can't even put gas in your car, you're not driving fucking anywhere.
Right? And obviously, when John's streaming, my viewership takes a little bit of a tank, obviously. But it doesn't go down to zero.
You know, like, because ultimately, beauty,
You know?
it fades. I'm going to be like an old wrinkly prune one day.
Oh, she's always gonna be a beautiful woman.
Vibrational fucking energy.
She's always gonna be a beautiful
It's
woman.
all from within. It's all within my brain, my personality, my energy, you know? So it is brain.
John farms people, all you need a ban of animals to
BX
know.
Bullet. I think she's muted or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bottom right is the Holy
Yeah,
Quail.
there you go.
Bro, the
Yeah, the
Holy
whole
Quail
time.
is hi.
I didn't. How are we?
Hi.
Well, yeah, no, obviously.
She's got a lot of game, dude. The way she moves, everything is so feminine about her. Look, watch. Look at this. Everything she does, she's like.
Just because they're pretty or good.
She's
looking,
like.
that's nobody.
Reality TV stars say otherwise.
No, because
You know?
they're cringe. They're good at cringe. No, they have a very.
That's John Secret. He has girls playing the
okay?
clown
They're
mask.
cringe. I mean, look at what's her name from Jersey Shore, little Oompa Loompa girl.
Because look, man, I was a streamer before John. Well, okay, John started streaming before me, but I was already like a successful. Well, no, you can't say successful, but I was already like a 50 viewer Andy before John. Right? I was playing a video game that was dying, that I was still getting 50 people watching. I can still do that. And the game was dying. I was one of the biggest streamers in a dying game. So. What did you? And I was the streamer's favorite streamer too.
What's going on in Pennsylvania where people are just letting people bleed out on the sidewalk based on their looks?
I was literally making. Have you seen?
What?
It's like a 5 out of 10. I'm gonna let him die.
I'm lit. Yeah, that's like that's literally what we do. Okay.
Oh look, Naomi. Cringe. Imagine not being in my chat. Imagine not being in my chat. Let's bring Naomi over here.
You would just step over me.
Oh
like
yeah.
that.
Oh, you know, try hard. I mean, sometimes you try hard. Look,
no, because
it depends, man. You gotta go with the flow.
TV.
Exactly.
I know the whole monologue.
Because it's the actual.
Gotta go with the flow.
Right. Like Jeff Bezos isn't a bad.
Today I woke up hungry.
Bad looking guy. Elon Musk isn't a bad looking guy.
Have you seen him before plastic surgery?
Have I seen them before plastic surgery?
Today I woke up real hungry.
So they could go even fucking.
Bro, I got muted by Datum. Hold on. I got muted by Datum because I said, hey, I'm a hungry and today I'm a cannibal. And I got immediately muted. Oh my fucking god, bro.
But tell you what. Let me spin this.
I was gonna say today I'm a cannibal and you pretend you gave me a beautiful plate of food.
I'm serious.
Fuck, bro. Is this groveling for John? No, she's got. She's a little bit of a crackhead. Malik is a little bit of a crackhead.
Miskiff is cute. All right, like that. This is again.
I like Malik. She's cool though.
Which do you think that they have more of? Do you think
And
people
look,
watch this
here's the
because
thing,
they
right?
like
There's several tiers. So
their, not necessarily the brains, but their personality?
if you're a tryhard, yeah, sure, you're a tryhard. But are you at least entertaining? Are you entertaining the people? The people who I go against, the people who I hate, the people who just sit there and not talk. Those are the people I hate. Because it's like, hey, like, get the fuck off. Let somebody else entertain. You're taking a spot. Alright, like, move over, man. If you don't want to be there, move over. Get out my fucking way. Don't get in my way.
She's also really
Right?
pretty.
Like,
I enjoy watching her streams. As well as Gunnar. I mean, those two crack me up. And
He's
right
the
now,
best looking
there
guy
is a movement. I feel like there's a movement for people wanting content
Yeah.
on Twitch. I've been seeing it in comments a little bit. People are like, "This is boring. I want
Nobody
this."
knew my name until I got in the hot tub.
Do you know what they get when you cross a mentally ill woman with a society who doesn't fucking care about them? You get what you fucking.
no, but they get in my way by being on the thing. And they get in my way spiritually. Right? I'm not just talking about me. I'm talking about people who want to come up and entertain. And those are me. That's me, bro. Those people who are wanting to entertain, those are me. They are me. And people get in their fucking way by going on and not fucking talking, not entertaining, and not being who they are. Just sitting there and like being like this, bro. Anybody can just fucking sit there. Get the fuck off. You're not like. Here's the thing. People go on shows, okay, just to be fucking seen, instead of going on shows to entertain. That's a fucking issue. Bro, you want to see yourself? Look at a fucking mirror. That's the issue. And those people were getting in my way when I was a smaller streamer, and those people get in the way of smaller fucking streamers.
Is number 2, Red.
Those are the people I hate.
Go make your votes now for who you want to win.
Because it's like, bro, it's a show. People watching you. People have hard fucking lives. They want to laugh. They want to have a good time. Give them something. So just fucking sit there.
Third in a row
Miracles
and establish
can happen.
a dynasty? I don't know. We shall see.
It can happen.
co-host, you wanna have
You know?
Quail Gen is strong. The Quail Gen is very strong.
Never underestimate the power of memes.
But then maybe I think, maybe I'm going too hard on them, bro. Maybe I'm going too hard on them, you know?
Who do I think's taking this? Ooh,
But-
I don't know. It's not gonna be Rez. Nobody likes Rez. You know what? I think.
Three. We vote Res. We vote Res. We vote Res.
Here's what I think.
We vote Res now. Everybody vote fucking Res.
Want to punish Rez into having him win? Like,
3.
just, like,
That would,
Vote Res.
and that means that he would have to come back again.
Vote Res hard. Vote Res hard. She's trying to save the Holy Quail. Nah! You will feel my fucking power, Datum. I love Datum and I love the Holy Quail, but they will feel my power. 3.
I think it was what?
Vote Res, everybody.
Yeah, 15 or 14.
I usually tell you, hey, go vote for whoever was most entertaining. Go vote for Res. Let's go.
I appreciate you coming on here though, because
Vote Res. Get fucking Get fucking BX Bullet eliminated. Eliminate BX. Bro, I swear to God, if Datum says, okay, now top 2, I swear to God, bro. I mean, it's this show, right? He can rig it, but he will not rig this one. 3, vote Res, boys. Show your fucking true power.
World leaders were women, but usually there is more of a fun one to break it up a little bit more. But yeah, this week we did not have as many fun ones,
3.
quote unquote, as we did last week. But yeah, that is
3. No, it's not about fun questions. It's bro, give me a question, I'll give you a fun answer. Is people not being able to be funny or entertaining or interesting?
Serious topics, like almost exclusively serious topics, and I think that
Let's go.
It's once you get
3.
people that are gonna get too riled up.
We vote 3 hard.
Once you give that precedent at a very high level, like a number of people on, then it's going to taint a lot of the rest of the show.
We're voting.
Like again, I like everybody here. I do. Like there's literally not a person that you've had on this cast that I dislike entirely. Like again, I have morals. My morals are very simple. All emotions are valid. All actions aren't. Individual liberty.
Let's go.
Affects another's
Come on,
liberty,
Rezi. You got this, bro.
cause the least amount
Come
of
on,
damage,
Rezi!
takes everything
Is your
off
middle
the
finger
bat.
painted?
Yeah, I paint all my nails. It's like just.
You know what I should do
It's,
is like.
so like I bite my nails if I don't, and like this actually stops me from biting them. So yeah, I paint all my nails. I just use different colors.
Vote Raz, vote Raz, vote Raz.
I have a question for Datum.
We are gonna make my boy Rezi win.
At what point do you think the money votes start rolling in for Quell? Because I have a feeling that she's
We're
trailing.
not doing money votes this
Oh
week.
wow, no money votes. Oh, listen, sorry, Quell. Listen.
This motherfucker, bro. Bro, I swear, if Datum pulls off a hey top 2, if Datum pulls off a fucking top 2, bro, I swear to God. 3, let's go, Rezi. Standard, Res, W.
It's not a blowout, guys. One
Look,
minute left.
Bro, Holy Quail is great, okay? She's got a lot of potential to climb on Twitch. But my boy Rezi, he's like a 5-year Randy. He deserves this fucking win. And he's an entertaining guy. There's no fucking reason for him to be so small.
And I think
I'm fucking spamming 3, bro. I'm going fuck.
More people, but it kind of sucks having more people because you have less serious conversations. So today was trying a couple new things.
Yeah,
3.
Goal of like a lot of these
I also like Prime Kai. He was good. Prime Kai was good.
And then like you give a lot of people time to
3.
develop their arguments and whatnot.
3.
And that's where you get
No time. No time, bro. No time. Off the dome. No time.
30 seconds.
Off the dome. Well, I mean, it depends what you want, right? Do you actually want good takes or do you want to see who the entertaining people are? That's the difference, right? If you want good takes, yeah, sure, give them time. If you want to see who's entertaining and who's creative, give them no time.
The problem with this show in particular, there were a couple people I would never have on here again, but yes, and don't worry. And we will weed those people out for sure.
I don't see. Here's the thing.
Wait, who would never come back? Wait, I thought people were actually great.
Who is gonna win?
And I think that's just a man.
The winner of the 4th episode of the Unpopular Opinion.
Oh my god.
Rez! My man Rez!
Yes! That's my boy right there. That's standard Res W. Standard Res W. He even got himself kicked. He got himself kicked. And he came back. He deserves it. He deserves it. He deserves it.
I'm gonna be honest, dude. Like. No, I planned every single. No, I
Yeah, it was earned.
Every single bit of this. Jesus Christ.
He did it, guys.
He's a good entertainer. He's a smart guy. He's a
like 5
good
times
person.
in a row, and look at him, Rez, a W. Just so you know, guys, never give up. Always fight.
Love for Rez. Love for Rez.
You ever like?
Dude, love for Rez. Love for Rez.
Oh,
He wants to cry. Let's make him cry.
PHYRIC. It's when you win, but you become so destroyed and everything like that. Like I'm thinking of changing my Twitch name to just Destroyed Reservoir now. Like you know, like we'll just do that. Like.
Oh, well let's go ahead. You're live right now, Rez.
Yeah, I'm live.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna raid you in a second. Let's go ahead.
Raid Rezi. Yes. And you know what, dude? You know what? With that, I'm also gonna raid Rezi because he's my friend. He's a good, entertaining guy. We're raiding Rezi. We're raiding Rezi.
I'm just glad
We will.
you break your streak so that way somebody else worse than you. That's it. Like, you know, like.
I love the Holy Quail, but like it would have been kind of weird if you won like 3 times in a row.
Bro, Datum, you saved it one time, bro. I love Datum, but he saved it that one time, boys. We also, bro. We also. But hold on. Let me see. Let's see. Is he streaming? Rezi? He should be streaming. Oh wait, hold on. All right, we'll raid him. We'll raid him soon. Hold on. What the fuck is this? Hold on. Oh my god, what the?
The muscle on my body doubles in weight than yours. My height is higher than yours. My looks are better than yours. Let's keep going. Let's keep
How
going.
did he just get off a show and then get on another one?
Don't matter.
Exactly.
315 for 5, baby. Let's go.
Yo, Bambi. He can't.
Bro, what about supporting the show that you were on? Don't call. Not a good look, buddy.
Bambi, everyone's pressing Dunkel in public.
Not a good look, bro.
Dunkel's a bitch. He wore that
press you in
fucking.
public.
He
Nobody
wore
pressed
that
me in the past 5
He's
years
wore that
because they
tank top
won't.
6 times on stream and said it was $80. He's
You're whack.
Listen, I already said I'm gonna raid Resi.
Alright, who won? Dunkel or Kid?
I could.
She has a question. Hold on.
I could jump in on this thing. I feel the energy, but nah, I stick to my guns, bro. I am not a snake. I don't have a snake tattoo. Okay. Donkey, bro. Oof, bro. I don't know what that was. Let's give some love to my boy Resi. Boys, I'll be on tomorrow. I might do different things tomorrow. I might play some Rumbleverse or some shit. How could you get in there? Oh, very easy, bro. They're on Discord com. They're probably on Neon Sniper Pandas. Let me check. Where are they at? Where they at? Oh, yeah, bro, come on. The government fucked everybody over with that shit.
The best as he could.
Right, guys, so...
Thanks, my man. We're gonna...
So, we're rating Resi. Spam this shit, alright? Spam this shit if you can. Alright? I'll see you guys tomorrow. I know it was a short stream. I want to give you guys long streams, but I'm actually gonna tell you why I'm doing a short stream, bro. Look, I need to clip this shit, bro. Look at this. Look. I need to clip this. I had like a 16-hour stream, man. I had a 16-hour stream. That means I have like, you know, I have to double time this shit because this is gonna get deleted, right? And it was good. We were also on Datum's show. I'm gonna clip the shit out of this, all right? So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So, yeah. Like, this is what look, bro. And it gets erased tomorrow, so I need to do it today, right? I'm also kind of tired. I felt kind of low energy. Now I'm high energy. I can go on the show, but I gotta do this, right? And I said I was gonna raid my buddy Rez, so yeah, let's raid Resivia. Bro, his name is so weird. Resivia. Guys, love you so much. All right. Thank you for being here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Early. I always say early, and I never come in early, right? But bro, 100 thieves can sign me, dude. All right, listen. Here's the truth. 100 thieves can sign me for free, right? And I'll give them actual entertainment. And when I'm next to some shawty, I'll give her entertainment too. Right? I'm not one of those people who's like, I only got paid $120,000. Oh, I was treated like a slave. Cringe fuck. Anyways. Have a good one, guys. Take care of yourselves and do not die in your sleep, right? Because I need you tomorrow. If you die in your sleep, I lose a viewer. That's the only reason I care. No, I'm kidding, boys. Don't die in your sleep. Well, actually, it's probably the best way to die, right? But not today. Not today. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Actually, die in your sleep when you're old enough. But not tomorrow. We're not old enough, bro. We're still young bucks. Alright? So, love you guys. I'm such a retard, dude. What the fuck is wrong with me?
The end of the game was really fun. Like, once we started to get a bunch of mini